thing that I told you about the.
That's the best
Hey,
thing.
we're up. It's not a good sign that the fights are still going on for the prelims. That must mean there's a lot of decisions.
A lot of prelims.
A lot of prelims, but also a lot of decisions. Like, usually they time it out better because it's like 3:04 now. And this is 1:37 to go in the third round of Jai Herbert.
Not ideal.
No, but, shit happens.
Shit happens.
At least they're not doing it at 5 o'clock in the morning.
True.
That was fucking ridiculous. If I was Leon, I'd be pissed.
What time was it in the UK when they started?
It's normal time. It's,
They're 7 hours ahead.
Yeah, so it's nighttime there.
Yeah,
so it's like
their
10
normal
p.m.
time.
right now. It's normal. Are they 6 hours ahead or 7 hours
I
ahead?
thought it was 7.
Something like that. But either way, it's nighttime there. So
Have you seen any of those guys?
yeah, Jai Herbert's the guy that head kicked Ilia Topuria. He
Knocked
dropped
him out?
He dropped
No,
him
he dropped
with a
him
vicious head kick, and then Ilia fucking starched
Yeah.
him in the next round.
He has great striking.
Yeah,
Great
very,
striking.
very good kicks.
Big prospect.
Real tall, long, lanky dude. But, Ilia, that guy, he connects on anybody. They're going night-night.
Oh, Joe, if you knew, I know you can't probably talk about it, but do you see Ilya's tweet where he's like, I'm going to have big news. You guys aren't expecting it.
Yeah, I don't know the news.
You have no clue.
No, I don't know. If I had to guess, he's probably fighting a top contender at 55. I don't think
But
he's
that
gonna-
wouldn't be unexpected. You know what I'm saying? He's like, you won't see this coming. So it's not Makhachev because we all assume that. Makhachev's not fighting Makhachev's going to 70. Ilya's walking around at 186.
Yeah, he's big, man.
Connor?
That's crazy. Connor would have to be in the testing pool for a long time.
Oh,
He's
don't
not
be
in
a
the
hater.
testing
Don't
pool.
be a
Isn't he doing bare knuckle, Connor?
Well, he's running bare knuckle. He's like one of the
He's one of the
Oh,
owners.
he's not going to fight.
Yeah,
No.
he may.
He might.
Get her for the fucking margin powder. Head over the fucking dude.
He's also running for
I
president.
might fucking fight bare knuckle. He might. He might. I mean, I could see him
That
doing
would
it.
blow bare knuckle right through
Oh
the
yeah.
stratosphere.
I mean, they'd
That
have
would
to
be
pay
huge.
him. They'd have to pay
Him versus Jeremy Stevens?
Oh my goodness. Jeremy would have to win a couple more times, but Jeremy's back in the UFC.
No,
again.
no, Jeremy's undefeated in bare
El
knuckle.
Matador has been my. Oh, he's changed his nickname.
But look-
he's got a new identity. When
What-
we announce it, you won't believe it. Get ready.
See, when you say you won't believe it, you got to come with some shit now.
Yeah, you got it, but that was a while ago. That's March 6th. What is today? Today's 22nd.
But that's the UFC being like, don't announce it yet.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Like, a perfect matchup is Gaethje.
I think Charles Oliveira.
Oh, that's a
That's a
great
motherfucker.
That's a great matchup.
Yes.
That's a great matchup.
And now remember, he tweeted that before Gaethje's fight.
Right.
So I don't think it's
They got
Gaethje.
cut.
Oh, right.
Oh, they're going to stop
Oh,
this.
man,
Oh,
that's
yeah,
a
that-
nasty cut.
Horrible place, too.
Oh, boy. But this is the last round.
I think the
I think the fight's over.
might be over, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, there
it's
you go.
over. Dustin Poirier.
No, Dustin's fighting Max.
He is?
I think so, for the BMF shit.
Really?
I think. Double check that.
That's
Jimmy.
a great fight, too.
I'm crazy.
The third go around.
At 55, and it's Max proper. See, I think Max should fight more at 55. I didn't like him going back to
100%.
45.
I think it's too much of a struggle. He got pretty big when he got up to fight Gaethje. He put the weight on
He
right.
looked fantastic.
He looked fantastic.
Like people, we all remember the knockout of Gaethje in the last seconds there, but he was mollywhopping him before
Yeah,
that.
he was beating his ass. And it all started off with that jump spinning back kick to the face in the first round.
Yep.
Fucked up Gaethje's already fixed nose.
So that Max Holloway, the true Max Holloway at 55 versus fucking Dustin for Dustin's last fight in New Orleans.
Sure.
Take my money.
The thing is, you got to wonder, like, how much did that Ilia Topuria knockout take out of Max?
True.
Because that was a beating.
True.
Ilia's just so fucking dangerous. He's so technical. Like, his striking, the way he's, like, bobbing in and moving, he's so comfortable with his head movement. You see he's, like, a step ahead of everybody.
He's good at everything. And then people are like,
Everything.
oh, he's too small for 55. I'm like, he's actually, that narrative don't work. He's a big fucking boy.
Well, I think the 45-pound cut is... Look, man, they should all stop cutting weight. That's the reality. Cutting weight is bullshit. It's terrible for you. They need more weight classes, and they need to stop cutting weight. They need to figure out a way to check hydration levels and put people in a weight class and say, this is
Do
where
they
you're
still
at.
do that in one? They do that some kind of...
Allegedly, who knows?
One's backed off MMA. Like, they have a big Muay Thai fight tonight.
They
What do you
backed
mean-
off
what
of
do you
MMA,
mean?
really?
Yeah, they're really focused on kickboxing Muay Thai.
I think in Asia that gets a lot of numbers.
Big time.
And they put on fucking shows, man.
Yeah, there's a
They're
huge one
kickboxing.
tonight. Huge
They're
one.
Kickboxing and Muay Thai fights. I think the UFC fucked up when they went with slap fighting. I've been telling them forever, you guys should get into kickboxing. If you only like stand-up fights, it's not like the old days of kickboxing where they're boring, like PK, karate.
There's characters, man.
And the knockouts are fucking crazy.
Also, all your champs are coming from kickboxing.
Yeah.
Alex, Izzy, like you're some monsters.
Kickboxing with MMA gloves in a cage would be giant in the UFC.
Dope.
Just have a striking-only segment of the UFC.
And Glory's coming back. Glory's doing a heavyweight competition soon.
Glory's got some elite fighters, man. I watch Glory all the time.
Yeah, I
it's
love it.
fucking exciting, but nobody's watching it. Nobody knows who these people are.
You just got to educate the crowd. Put the
Right.
same amount of resources you did in the slap fight
Right.
into kickboxing,
It's
and we're
huge.
cooking.
Right. And then
Because they're
makes
doing it with
sense.
jiu-jitsu.
Right. Right.
They're doing they put how
Yeah.
many millions of dollars into jiu-jitsu, and they
Right.
even have more of a budget for it.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
a lot of it's Eddie. You know, they put a lot of it into jiu-jitsu.
Yeah. Mikey Musumeci.
A lot of it is not mine.
Yeah, it is with
wish
UFC
it was.
fight. No, with UFC fight. No, I'm saying as far
Your
as making it
influence.
popular, like
Yeah.
EFI, all
Oh.
that shit. Like that's you were the one. You know, I know we're boys, but you were really the one to navigate all that with Fight Pass. That was huge.
Yeah, it was a big deal. Having the UFC get involved heavily in jiu-jitsu is huge. Are you still doing stuff with them?
Yeah, I have a great relationship with them. I think they're trying to put together some kind of like tough show now, like an Ultimate Fighter show,
For grappling.
which would be cool because then you can like build a star from scratch.
Yeah.
And get
'cause-
to know the guys
exactly. Yeah, you can get people emotionally involved
because
in the
they
character.
exclusively signed Mikey Musumeci, right?
yeah.
Boy, it's hard to get people to watch those reality shows these days. I think people kind of burned out on reality shows.
You know, DC and Chael are shooting one right now.
they're shooting The Ultimate Fighter.
They got to give up on that, bro. And listen,
And where
That's
do you
like
watch
season
that?
90. I don't know where you watch
Fight,
it.
it's on ESPN Plus. I think.
Is it? I haven't watched it in forever.
No one.
I watched the
does.
finals. I watched the finals to see how good the
Yeah,
guys are
sure.
who win, and see where they're at. I watched Dana White's Contender Series probably more.
That's the best thing in combat sports. As
Fucking
far as like
phenomenal.
talent, like it's the best.
Because they're super hyped. They have insane motivation. They have this unbelievable opportunity. If they do that, they get skyrocketed into the UFC.
And it's not like Ultimate Fighter, like where you can win based off grappling and just hold guys down. They become champion, get a UFC
Yeah.
contract. Dana White Contender Series, there's dudes who win, and he's like, nah, not exciting enough.
Yeah.
So dudes go for broke. Dude.
Yeah.
Sugar Sean came from there. I mean, there's so many champs.
A lot of people came from
Lot
there.
of-
Jamal
lot.
Hill.
Is it
Come on.
illegal to have a finish bonus in the UFC? Like you get paid whatever, 80,000 to show, 80,000 to win, and then another
50?
80,000 if you finish the fight.
It's
I
not
mean, is that illegal?
No.
No.
No, definitely not illegal. No.
They do it now with
I
like
would-
performance bonuses.
It
There's
would help a little
performance
bit, I
bon-
think.
Yeah, it would
But
help a little bit.
Or go gangster and go, you have show money and then you get extra money, like, double, but you have to knock them out or submit them.
See,
Otherwise,
I'm
you
a
just get
favorite
your
of
show
that.
money.
UFL does that. I know
Yeah?
everyone say it. UFL does that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's a good idea.
Wait, what's UFL now?
What do you mean?
PFL?
No, UFL.
What's UFL?
UFL is where like Tony Ferguson and Dylan Downs is
Oh, I
fighting.
thought that was GFL.
Yeah, GFL.
GFL.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
okay,
yeah, yeah. GFL. Sorry. Yeah, there's PFL, there's GFL, UFL, something else. But
Bro, we were talking
GFL does
about
that.
the one fight that I'm interested
Yoel
in.
Romero.
And Musasi.
That's a great fight.
That's a great fight.
Great
That's
fight.
one fight that GFL's putting together. I'm like, ooh,
How
I'll
old
watch
are they?
that.
Are they both over
100.
40?
They're 100 years old. Yeah, they're both 100.
Yoel's 79 years old, dude.
I don't care. He looks fucking amazing.
Well, he's fighting bare knuckle.
Yeah.
Too. Like I saw some promo with some giant dude he's fighting.
Do you see him box that slap fight guy?
Bro, that slap fight guy, when he jumped up in the air, I was like, oh, I fucked up. I fucked up.
Yoel just fucking just jumped up in the air for no reason.
Like an
right
alien.
Right before he decided to beat his ass, he just jumped straight up in the air.
And
then
just some sloppy white guy, you see him go,
step
"Ah,
forward."
Fuck.
If
He's
the
doing,
UFC,
like, all
if the
kinds of
UFC, if the UFC does kickboxing, they might as well just come out with a bang and go bare knuckle kickboxing. Why
It's not a bad idea.
Take my money.
And that'll
Yeah.
that'll
gonna
get
get?
people to check it out.
Crazy.
If it's
But
bare
would
knuckle.
you do it separate from UFC events, or would you do it would you do it like one, where you have like MMA fights and kickboxing
Mix it up.
events
I
on
think
the same card?
you could do
Separate.
whatever you wanted, but you could definitely could have a stand-up only show, and it would be huge.
Yeah.
Where they break them up if they clinch against the cage. You don't allow them to clinch. Do it just like kickboxing does. Separate them. Like there's no ground
I think
fighting
that's
at
going
all.
backwards, to tell you the truth. Like,
Really? You think they should be able
we
to
had
clinch?
kickboxing. No one watched it. We already had it. No, but when the UFC came out, people all of a sudden people are into martial arts again. And if we go, that's going back. I think
I don't
backwards is
necessarily. I
not
see
good.
what you're saying, but look, the UFC does grappling events, right? The grappling events are pure grappling. Why not do pure striking events too? And
Well-
then MMA is always the best.
Well, it was when the UFC blew up. It was UFC 2, correct?
Yeah.
Nobody watched UFC 1. They didn't know if it was real. There was no B-roll.
Right.
Everyone watched UFC 2. And did they get blown away and get hooked by it because of the striking or because of the jiu-jitsu?
Well, it was
Hoist.
because it was hoist.
It was the jiu-jitsu. Because
Yeah.
people didn't realize that you could fight on the ground. I thought fighting on the ground was for pussies.
But then it went mainstream for Tough One with stand up with Stefan and Forrest.
But listen, let's imagine that Ankalaev and Pereira fight an only kickboxing fight. Are you telling me that's going to be boring? That would be
That's glory.
fucking insane.
Yeah, they already had
Kickboxing
that,
with little
didn't they?
gloves.
Oh,
With MMA gloves.
if they're going to do it, I'd go bare knuckle if it was up to me.
The
'Cause
thing about bare knuckle, though, is your face gets obliterated.
Yeah.
It's the slices and
that's
cuts.
And there's
people
way more
watch
blood.
that. People want to see the blood.
Hands and the wrist.
The hands break.
People want to see that
And
shit.
I
agree.
commentate for Game Bread, where it's bare knuckle MMA, and seeing JDS and Alan Belcher and Roy, they don't punch the same.
Right.
Like, they're a little cautious because they don't want to break.
It's
their
more
hand.
realistic.
So it's not. The
It's more
same.
realistic.
Yeah.
Which is
It is. It's just a different product.
what happened.
This starts in an hour.
But wait a minute, it's
That's-
not
no.
Hyalton.
No,
Who's-
but
this is the bare knuckle
That's
one.
the dirty
called
boxing.
Dirty
shit.
Boxing.
Oh my goodness!
That's
Is
our
this-
boy, Mike
Is
Perry
this
shit.
bare
Watch that,
knuckle?
too.
Is this bare knuckle dirty
it's
boxing?
bare knuckle.
Yeah.
And this Hilton is tall with a giant jaw.
Orlovsky
This starts in
fights
an
also.
hour.
Yeah, Orlovsky fights.
Fucking throw that bitch on.
Pick him
Let's
up.
go. Let's go.
Isn't that crazy?
Arlovsky,
Was
man.
that Dumb and
who
Dumber?
takes a licking and keeps on ticking better than Andre Arlovsky?
Tell me about
That
it.
dude's still around. He was the UFC champion in 2005, son.
Wow, dude.
2005. That's 20 fucking years ago of hardcore combat sports in MMA. That is nuts.
Dude, and remember how hard it was for the UFC even to cut him because they kept giving these young lions. He kept beating them.
yeah, he
They
beats a lot of
were
guys,
like, dude,
man.
just get out of here. He's like, nah, man.
He's such a veteran. He's such
He's
a
so
veteran.
savvy. He sees everything coming.
Yeah, oh yeah, man. He's been there, done that forever. Jan Blachowicz. So you were saying that Blachowicz got both of his shoulders reconstructed?
Both of them been out 2 years. One shoulder's bad enough. But what's impressive about him is he was fighting with bad shoulders when he beat all these boys.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, how bad
Shoulders-
were they?
shoulders
and
are
did
tough.
they get
Shoulders
worse?
are tough.
Yeah. Did
Like
they
the
get
worst injury.
It's a bad injury because it's such a complicated joint.
Yep, I had full-blown surgery. It was
How's it now?
it's good now.
Stem
but
cells? How's your back? Your lower back?
My lower back's good, man. I got into that hip and steel stretching. Remember I told you about that? That's huge. I do that every day.
That changed
And-
everything for you?
It makes it so that I don't need surgery because I'm supposed to go back for more back surgery.
Really?
I was supposed to do that 2 years ago.
For another disc?
Yeah, another one. But I'm delaying that as long as possible and, doing these stretches, man. It takes about an hour and a half to do these stretches every day, but it makes it manageable where I could, tie my shoelaces without pain,
Yeah. Lower
So-
backs are a motherfucker. Man.
Yeah, so
Whatever you can do to avoid surgery, man. I feel
It's
like there's
amazing.
enough shit out
Look
there.
at Jan. First shoulder operated on. Unfortunately, there's too much work to do with one, so they can fix both at once. Another surgery soon. So what year? When is this, Jamie?
2 years
It's
ago.
2 years ago. Wow.
I haven't fought in 2 years.
That's crazy. And, no peptides, no nothing, because everybody is in this, goofy world where you're not allowed to take stuff like BPC 157.
So stupid.
that's illegal?
Yeah.
yeah, especially
It
after
says,
surgery.
I didn't
Last
know
3
that.
months, 2 months, I started losing my power, my strength. 40% goes. I try to do something with physiotherapy and doctors to try to fix it, but every training was worse. Yeah.
Now, remember, too, he's also 42 years old.
Yeah. Yeah, that's old. It's less old for the bigger guys, but it's still old.
42 is
Like,
Yeah.
I'm
two
42.
two shoulders at 42 is
Yeah.
are hard things to come back
And
from.
Carlos Ulberg's a motherfucker. He's so fast and tall. He's so long.
It's such good matchmaking because Carlos Olberg, even though they think, prospect, I think he's 34, 35, but he hasn't really beat anybody of note. Like, he
Well,
beat
and then there's
Ozdemir,
also-
but he hasn't really beat any of the top guys to get to this, so him versus Jan's fun.
And there's also his first fight. Like his first fight with Kennedy and Zichiku,
Yeah.
who beat him down. Like he was beating Kennedy up and then he gassed out.
Yeah.
And Kennedy fucked him up.
Yeah.
Like that's a that's a big fight because he kind of folded
Yep.
down the stretch. Overamped in the beginning of the fight, burned off too much fuel.
Just experience.
Experience.
It's like Sean Brady in the main event. Like when they gave him Bilal, he just wasn't ready.
Right.
And then loses that and then goes on a tear.
Yeah.
And like now he's ready. Now he's ready.
Yeah. Well, he
Sometimes
started-
it takes that.
Had mental coaching and
Yeah.
shit too, which
Yep.
I think is important.
How are your shoulders?
Good.
Good?
Yeah.
And yours? Good shoulders?
Good shoulders. I tore my bicep like a month ago, probably. But I'm on all
How bad
sorts
is
of
it?
shit. It looks weird. You can see it.
Did you get it fixed or no?
Nah, man.
You don't have to get it fixed? Is it a small tear?
Yeah, it's small tear.
Oh, okay.
I've just been injecting fucking
BPC?
peptide. You
Yeah.
name something. Just fucking.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, fucking
Bro, BPC
back to it.
157 with the TB 500 is amazing.
The best.
Amazing.
I started taking blue scorpion venom shit.
What?
Yeah, some scorpion
what are you
venom.
doing?
Some I don't know. Name something.
What you
Anything someone offers me, I'm like, I'll try
Like
it
the
out.
name of the brand name is Venom or actual
It's
Venom?
blue venom. They take venom and then
From
put
who?
peptides
Like a
with
snake?
it.
What?
From a fucking scorpion.
Oh,
What?
shit.
What does
Okay.
that do for you?
Apparently, it helps with healing.
They say bee stings cures arthritis.
Sure.
When people get bee stings, like,
And you
like
don't-
if they have
and your
like
joints
serious
don't hurt?
arthritis, they get stung all over their fucking hands and it helps them. Blue scorpion venom. What
sick
the
name,
hell,
at least.
dude?
Yeah, they milk scorpions, dog.
Reminds me of shark
scorpion
cartilage.
jizz.
Dude, I couldn't lift 3 weeks ago. I fucking.
Blue
Who knows?
scorpion did it for you?
I don't know. That's the thing. I take so much shit. I don't know.
Something's working.
Something's working, dude. I got
What
back
is-
on the bench last week and was no problems.
What is these scorpion stuff supposed to do?
It helps with healing. Like there's all sorts of fucking history on it.
Really?
Yeah, dude.
Blue do you inject it or you take it?
No, it's a serum.
Okay, so you put it on the muscle. You put it under your tongue. Like,
No,
what do you do?
you put it under your tongue every morning, every night.
Bro.
And I'm like, how much say it take? I'll take double.
is
and
it-
just fucking?
Is there a side effect to it?
Nah, I feel being
get
awesome,
poisoned?
feeling healthy.
Does it make you feel great?
Oh yeah, I feel great.
Wow, but you're
Now,
doing a lot of stuff. It's hard to
that's
know-
the thing. I don't
yeah.
know. I don't know.
That's
and
always a
and then I
problem.
stumbled upon was it methanol blue?
Yeah.
Do you take methanol
Yeah,
blue?
yeah.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
I
Is that
got
legit?
Yeah,
I keep
it's,
seeing stuff
That's
about
not how you say it. What is the actual
methylene.
Methylene? Methylene.
Methylene. Dude,
Yeah, I take
it's
that.
on me all
Yeah.
the time.
Yeah, I take
Do you want some, Gordon?
What is
yeah, I
it?
take it.
It's
yeah.
methanol. It's like a what do we say? A nootropic?
Well,
like energy?
It's basically an MAO inhibitor, and it also has something that it does something for your mitochondria. I'm not the guy to describe it, but Gary Brecka told me to take it, and quite a few other people have told me to take it.
Yeah, I just stumbled because I take creatine for neurological reasons and for muscle recovery.
Yeah.
And then I'm taking so many nootropics, I feel like I leveled out. And then someone recommended this methanol blue. Methylene blue.
Yeah, and that took you to another level?
Bro. Yeah, I
go.
mean, 3-4 times a day.
Let's go. 3 or 4 times a day?
Yeah, I
I think
don't
you're
know if-
supposed to do it one a day.
Bro. What are we doing here? I got too much shit to get done, dog. Yeah, this one's great
You're like a
from
fucking
Diesel
test-
Subs.
You're like a test rat.
Yeah. 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 When they go, does it work? I think so.
Probably.
Yeah.
Something's working.
One of them's
The
going to
full
work.
combo's working.
One of them's going to work.
Now, with the UFC being involved in grappling, they're not thinking about drug testing anybody, are they?
I don't think so. As far as I know, no, because none of the other organizations test.
Right.
So it's like unless you're going to sign, which is starting to happen now because there's a little bit more money.
IBJJF tests.
Yeah, but that's it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's it. They're starting to sign people exclusive now because there's a little bit more money.
Yeah.
But unless you're going to test unless every organization is going to test, and it doesn't make sense because
Kinda
then you have
silly.
the guys
Right.
guys who are tested in the UFC who are fighting on Flow or at one or other events who are fighting guys who are juiced anyway. So
Right.
the whole reason to have testing is to have guys who are not on steroids compete against one another. That's
right,
not
but if
really,
they came up with an organization that came up with the most money and said, but here's the rules, we're going to go USADA.
yeah, that
Yeah.
would work. But
But
the
don't-
problem is that you need a business model where you can make that amount of money back.
Right.
Like just to pay for testing. Like most of the guys
So
that are
expensive.
competing on like the undercard or like not even the main event guys, you would actually be losing money testing them regularly.
Also dulls down the sport. But also, when the UFC signs jiu-jitsu, like say Mikey Musumeci, is it exclusive? Can he not compete anywhere else?
So usually when they do exclusive, I don't know what his contract is, obviously, but usually it's exclusive, but they have cutouts for things like ADCC or like big world championships. Otherwise, it's hard to sign the guys completely
That's
exclusive.
what I was gonna say. You'd have to pay him a salary.
Like for example, if UFC signed Mikey exclusive, and then he wanted to do ADCC, but it's on Flow. Like a lot of times, the guys have cutouts for that, like big world
That makes
championship
sense.
tournaments.
That's cool.
Because it helps everybody.
Yeah,
like,
it's cool.
yeah,
Just builds
so-
a brand. You don't want to be stuck there if you're not getting enough competition.
But like a guy exclusive to Flow or to UFC wouldn't be able to compete for like Flow Grappling or One normally.
yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So is one still doing a lot of grappling? I know they got the Rutolos and
Rutolos.
Mikey's gone.
I think Cade's doing MMA now.
Cade,
Really?
yeah, he's 2-0.
Yeah,
He looks
yeah.
like a demon out there.
Oh,
Cade
this-
looks like a savage.
grappling is so
I
much
love
better
those
than
guys.
everybody else's.
He's fucking people up
Especially
striking.
in
though.
Asia.
Yeah. Right. Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like having a guy like that's that elite with grappling and also young enough to learn striking and and just wild.
Dude, they
Wild, aggressive dudes.
great work ethic. They gave
Yeah.
him like a tough matchup to a second fight and one championship, like a tough fucking wrestler. He fucking annihilated this dude.
Is Gary Tonin still in one?
Yeah. He was his contract ended. He was doing some negotiations, but as far as I know, I think he's going back to One, but I'm not 100% sure.
Be great to see him. In
Jamie,
the
can you bring
UFC.
up the
I
one
wanna
champ?
see- I wanna
One
see him
championship
fight
has a
soon.
big Muay Thai fight, like huge Muay Thai fight, like one of the biggest ever. I sent my boy to it. There
for
it is.
everybody watching at
sync
home,
this?
Rod Tank.
first fight is right about to start, and we are. Mark Goddard is waiting to kick it off. He's moving to the center of the octagon now, and it goes. And the time is 4:57, 4:56, 4:55, 4:54, 4:53. We're off. How do you say that dude's name? Shariri?
Shariri.
Shariri?
Shariri.
This is in London?
Yes, sir.
Let's go.
Tell
Wish-
me a little bit about these guys. I don't know much.
I didn't study this.
He's 12-3.
Brendan,
I wish.
you don't know? Oh my God!
No, I know some guys.
Featherweights.
No, I got some things.
Who has he fought?
8 first-round finishes.
The
That's really good. Man, Brendan got stomped.
yeah, it gets crispy after this. But what I was gonna say is, I wish we were seeing Jon Jones Aspinall in London.
Yeah, that's what they should be saying. But I think John's going to hold out as long as he can to make the most money. And then
Which you can't be mad at, but also, Tom Aspinall, I think soon he'll be the interim champ for the longest ever, over 500 days. That's not good.
No, that's kind of crazy. 500 days is
500
kind of
days
crazy.
is wild.
It's kind of crazy.
And
And
then-
John said he wants 6 months to train.
Which is, that's just negotiation tactics. Like, dude, he's been on your radar for 3 years. And you took 2 years to get ready for heavyweight. What are we doing?
Yeah, but I mean, John
also get your
is
money.
so meticulous in his preparation. Like, you've worked with John. You trained with him when he was getting ready for
Yeah.
Stipe.
Yeah, we did the first camp. I was with them for like a couple weeks, and then and then Stipe got hurt, and then the second camp,
Oh, here we go. Someone got hurt.
he dropped them. I didn't see with what, but he definitely dropped them.
So,
But yeah, the second camp I was with him for like a full 6 or 7 weeks, so that was
And do you think Tom Aspinall is like, John's going to get him down? If you got him down, John, as far as being an Aspinall's guard, you think it'd be an issue for John at all?
No, I think that I think Tom would probably be trying to stand up. I don't, and Tom also has pretty good fast takedowns, so
Yeah.
they could both take one another down.
Yeah.
But I don't think that Tom is going to be able to really do anything besides try to get up on John.
Yeah.
trying to get that mounted
'Cause
guillotine.
he's been doing jiu-jitsu since he was a kid, It's rare you have a big guy with good hips.
Dogfight. Boom.
Yeah, he's so fast, too.
Tom,
Aspinall, as a heavyweight, there's no one like him.
The only knock on we really haven't seen
Got
it
a
would just be his
decently-
defense.
Yeah.
His head is
The
exposed,
one,
his chin
the
leads
one
forward.
MMA fight I did see him lose, he got heel hooked, and it was a pretty shitty heel hook that he tapped to. So
Aspinall?
yeah,
When was that? I thought
it
he
was
was
a long time
undefeated.
ago. That was a long time ago.
I th- oh, he's
He's been
undefeated
before
in the
he's in the
UFC.
UFC, yeah.
Oh, he got heel hooked before the
Yeah.
UFC?
Yeah.
Interesting.
He's undefeated, though.
It was a long time ago. He's obviously gotten much better, but it was a pretty shitty heel hook.
No kidding. Was it an amateur fight or was it a pro fight?
It's a pro fight, I believe.
Here's something to think about. Think if for whatever reason John decides he doesn't want to fight Aspinall, what the fuck do you do with Aspinall?
Right. There's no one
The
compelling.
heavyweight division's never been worse.
It's never been worse.
It's
Yeah.
awful. Like there's Cyril Gahn.
Triangle right here.
Oh, look at
Gotta
this.
pull that head down. he sticks to the head, just concentrates on the head, you might be able to get it.
If you would have asked me a few weeks ago, I would say have Alex move up, but Alex just lost.
Yeah.
That was the bummer.
I heard
that
that
was the
Alex
bummer.
fought with a broke. Here it is. Here's the heel hook.
Oh, it's actually a heel knee bar.
So here it is. Who's this guy?
So you see, he just scoops the leg from half guard.
Tom was whooping his
And
ass.
Tom turns away instead of trying to face him. So it exposes the heel, and it turns into a heel knee bar. it
Oh,
looks like.
weird.
So it's a heel hook, but it's a knee bar, but with the heel hook gripping, so he can't turn back into the lock.
That dude's in some pub right now going, I beat that guy.
I beat the fucking champ. I beat the fucking champ. This guy keeps trying.
He's got to create an angle.
Well, he's
now
got both
now
arms
shoulders
in.
in.
Yeah. It's got to go with the dead orchard, right, Eddie?
Doesn't work.
Does it ever work in MMA? Has anybody pulled it off in MMA?
Yeah, Elvis Sinisek.
Oh, that's
He was the first
right.
one.
That's
He was the
right.
first one. That's when
Elvis.
that's when no one really thought it was like no one really even noticed it because you're taught you only triangle your legs when there's one arm in, one arm out, not when there's two arms in.
Right.
But his legs are so long, he armbarred Jeremy Horn, and then when you look at it, you're like, yo. He's triangling his legs and he has both arms in. Whoa, that's kind of a freak thing.
Yeah.
And we just thought it was a freak thing. And then Nathan Orchard and Brian Debs, two of my guys, they just started doing it all the time. They go, do we do this all the time? I'm like, really? You're doing triangle? Like, you got to have long legs.
Mm-hmm.
You got to have long legs. If you have short legs, you got to do a Mexican dead orchard. That's what I do. You got to do a lot of extra labor. There's a lot of extra stuff you got to do to pull
What's
it off.
the Mexican dead orchard? How's it work?
You got to do a lot of stuff. You got to go invisible collar to muddy waters and then Mexican dead. There's a lot of stuff. Because if you have long hair or if you're a heavy metal dude, if you have long legs, and you're on the bottom, depending on how you match up with the guy, he can get dead orchard. You could triangle your legs with his arms in a perfect defensive position, and they get that. A lot of times people get surprised, like, what the fuck happened? How did he triangle his legs? They don't understand, but. If you have short legs and the guys like this, or just regular legs, there's no way you're going to be able to triangle your legs with both arms in. You need one arm in, one arm out. So with both arms in, the only way a Mexican or a Chinese guy could do a dead orchard is you got to have this arm down and this arm like this. Like this. Now I could triangle my legs. You got to do a lot of work. You got to get the hand of the mat, and then you got to get his elbow in. There's a lot of stuff. It's super complicated. Dead orchards are not the greatest thing and you got to be super flexible, and you got to put a lot of time into it. But if you have long legs, you should be doing dead orchards. It's by far the number one arm bar in the guard, no gi, and there's not even a close second.
Really?
I got one of my black belts has 84 dead orchards, and his student, who's a purple belt, has 34 dead orchards in competition.
Who has it? That many orchards?
Chris Vickers from 10th Planet Walnut Creek.
Orchard
crazy.
King.
And they happen all the goddamn time. Ben Eddy got Wilson Hayes in a combat jiu-jitsu match. He got him in a dead orchard.
Wow.
And Wilson Hayes is a high-level black belt. He
Yeah.
just fought Mighty Mouse for the title a month before. That's high-level shit.
Yeah.
But for girls proportionally have longer legs than guys and more narrow shoulders. So if you're a girl out there and you're fighting MMA and you don't have a dead orchard in your game, you're missing out. Girls can do dead orchards at a higher level or a higher rate than guys,
Who
for
you
sure.
who you
Just
think-
because of the body type.
Who do you think has the best guard in MMA? Is it Oliveira or Paul Craig? Paul Craig's got a fucking pretty nasty guard.
Paul Craig's so dangerous, Bo Nickel didn't even take him down.
Yeah.
Ain't
Right?
that a
There's
bitch?
so few fighters with dangerous guards in MMA.
Right.
There's so few.
Fabricio was one.
There's like
Back in the
three,
day.
was
dude.
filthy.
There ain't that
Fabricio Verdum is the overlooked GOAT heavyweight.
many. I would say Paul Craig.
Yeah. Ankalaev and Jamal Hill. He's got two world champions. Armbarred both of them. Triangled them, armbarred them.
Facts.
Very impressive.
Well, you got Gunnar
Broke
Nelson.
Jamal's arm. Remember Jamal's arm was
Oh, my
flopping all
God.
over the place and he's beating on him? That
As
was
far as
crazy.
jiu-jitsu-wise, you got Gunnar Nelson on the card tonight, and then Sean Brady's no punk either.
Sean
He's
Brady's
a black
wicked.
belt.
He's wicked.
Philadelphia Gorilla.
And I'm sure Gorman would like to point out that he beat Craig Jones in competition.
He did beat Craig Jones in a grappling match.
But that was one of them deals where you couldn't do heel hooks, though, right?
Yeah.
I believe leg locks were illegal.
Yeah. That's a little sus.
But I mean, still, he's an MMA guy who fights at 170.
Well, he's a fucking beast.
No, yeah.
No doubt. He's got like a turtle shell for a back.
No, he's a great grappler, which is why I'm excited to watch this.
Yeah, his
today with
back
you
is
guys.
like triple thick. He's got like you hug
Talking
him.
about Sean Brady?
Yeah, his,
Oh, yeah.
his back is like extra muscles.
Did you
Like,
see
what do
Le-
these do?
And Leon Edwards in the weigh-ins, he was like, I didn't realize how small he is. I'm definitely gonna have a strength advantage. You're like, oh,
Leon said that?
But yeah, you're like, oh, buddy,
Oh boy.
you got to educate yourself.
Well, Leon was saying at the weigh-ins he's too small. I'm gonna take him out. Like he might be shorter than you,
Yeah,
but
Gets his hands on you,
he's a
man.
fucking chimp.
yeah,
He gets a hold of you. You got real problems.
Yeah, boy.
Remember what he did to Kelvin?
yeah, dude.
He's manhandled Kelvin.
And Gilbert
Kelvin's
Burns?
a hell of a wrestler.
Yeah, hell yeah.
hell of a wrestler.
No, anyone who fights Sean Brady's like he's the strongest guy we were going
Yeah.
against. All of them say it.
Yeah.
It's like
Joe
Link-
Piper says it.
Yeah,
And Joe Piper's fucking huge.
huge. Got
That's
those
a guy
blue
where
collar
like,
hands.
That's a guy where like, how the fuck do you make 85?
Wild.
How do you make 85?
Gordon, in your opinion, what's the best leg lock for MMA? Best leg lock position. You're training someone, he wants to learn leg locks. What do you think?
Well, for you guys, it'd be called the honey hole, but for us, cross ashigarami.
Or inside Sengaku?
Yeah, inside Senkaku, yeah.
That's the best one, you think?
One of them.
And then what do you think about putting it on the outside and going Z-lock?
That's great, too. So
It seems like anything on the outside, it turns the guy and he really can't hit you. Because really it's about being safe from strikes.
Yeah, of course,
And
yeah.
50-50, I think everyone agrees. You see 50-50 in MMA and it works, but you can still reach the guy's face, but you can't really hit him that hard.
50-50, you can get hit. Outside ashigarami, or you guys call it
That's
double
the worst
outside,
one.
can
Yeah.
get hit.
Yeah, that's the worst one.
But any like inside Senkaku, or if you pass leg across to, we call it inside ashigarami, where you have that's how I finished Nicky Rod, where you have the legs triangled inside, but the legs pass to the outside, so you have an outside heel hook. That's great, but because everyone's braking mechanics are not up to par on outside heel hooks, it's harder to get catastrophic breaks on outside heel hooks. So for MMA, if you have good braking mechanics, like Paul Harris finished a lot of outside heel hooks, but his braking mechanics were pretty good.
Yeah.
The legs inside with the foot outside is best. Otherwise, just keep the foot on the other side and go for the inverted.
So if this leg was reaping, this foot would be on the outside, right? Like this?
Yeah, so you'd have an outside heel
We
hook.
call that the Indian. Yeah, for sure.
So
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
actually
like
that's Gary heel hooking
on
Paul
the
Harris.
inside. Yeah.
But so it's hard for the guy to. The guy can't hit you from here. He can't really throw
Yeah.
any punches to your
Basically,
face.
anytime you reap, like which is that left leg going on the inside, makes it hard for the guy to hit. So
Yeah.
most people think, oh, all leg locks don't work in MMA. You're going to get smashed. That's not true.
Yeah.
Some leg locks will save your ass. There was a fight in the UFC. Some Brazilian guy, I forget, it was in the Ultimate Fighter. He was on his back getting walloped, and the guy was like, had a horse stance on top of him against the cage and was throwing down. And that Brazilian just jumped on a knee bar attempt, and that saved him. Because now he can't. Now he's punching his ass.
Right.
And then from the knee bar, he got knocked down on his back or on his butt, and then he turned around, jumped on his back, and choked him out.
Yeah, I don't think you're seeing a lot of heel hooks because a lot of guys just aren't very efficient in it. They're not focusing on it.
Ryan Hall was one of the first to come in and really do some damage with leg locks. He got BJ Penn pretty quick.
The number one determining factor with leg locking is, insofar as getting hit, is in order for the person to actually hit you, they have to come up on top of you and put weight onto you. So
Yeah.
the number one determining factor is, can I keep this guy's head? If you're attacking and you're trying to punch the guy, if you can get your head over his head, you can hit with power.
Yeah.
So any leg locking position which doesn't allow your opponent to get head over head is what's going to keep you safe.
So basically, double outside ashi. What do you guys call it? Double outside ashi?
Just outside ashi.
That's the worst one. That's
Yeah,
the
because the guy can come forward into you and get head over head and they can hit you.
You either get that heel hook quick or you're gonna take some damage.
But anything where you're reaping, which doesn't allow him to come forward into you, because he'll break his own leg if he stacks you.
Yeah.
And he can't get head over head is what you should be looking for. But if the guy can get head over head, then he can hit you easy.
Yeah. You going over leg locks with Jon Jones? Is he pretty good at them now?
Yeah, he kind of just bounces around from thing to thing. Like he'll be like, oh, I want to go over some leg locks, and then like you'll teach him a move, and he'll be like, so Darces, I got a question on Darce, and it just like it's like just ADHD, just bounce. But that's how he learns. Like he just bounces from move to move.
Yeah. The first time I met him. It was his first fight when he fought Stephan Bonner, and it was in Boston, and we were at a boxing gym, and I was just hanging out with you because you were taking a private with who was the guy from Amsterdam that you were taking privates?
Rob
No,
Kamen?
it was Shuki.
Oh, Shuki.
It was either Shuki or Rob Kamen. It was one of them. We were in some random boxing gym in Boston, and I was just sitting on the ring, just
It must have been Rob if we were in Boston.
waiting for you to be done. And then no one knew who Jon Jones was. It was his first fight. He's sitting there, and he comes up to me and he asks for advice. He goes, "What do you think? You got any advice for me?" And I didn't know. And he was fighting Stephan Bonner, and I thought, oh, they're feeding Stephan Bonner some new guy. I felt bad for Jon Jones. So what I told him is there's two kinds of wrestlers that come into MMA. Wrestlers that love jiu-jitsu and wrestlers that want to beat jiu-jitsu. I go, don't be one of those wrestlers that wants to beat jiu-jitsu. Fall in love with it. Fall in love with submissions, because the guys that want to beat it, they never last. They're eventually going to get taken out.
Also, wrestlers have such an advantage of being able to manipulate bodies.
The
They've been
scariest
manipulating
jiu-jitsu
bodies their
guys,
whole lives.
the scariest jiu-jitsu guys,
Yeah.
for the most part, are guys that wrestle their whole life,
Had a
and then
wrestling
they fall
background.
and then they fall in love with jiu-jitsu, and they love pulling guard and all that. Like, oh, scary.
Think about the guys Jon Jones submitted.
Oh, yeah.
Glover, Lyoto. Like,
Yeah.
he's a fucking
Vitor.
savage.
Yeah.
Vitor.
How did that
Hader.
Stephan Bonner fight? Wasn't he like just
beat
like
the shit out of him.
He was like
He
throwing
did
him
that
around.
spinning,
Yeah.
he did that spinning elbow.
He beat the shit
Yeah.
out of him.
Yeah.
You remember when we
Spinning
talked
elbow.
him? We talked him into going to a big camp. Do you remember that conversation? We were, and
When we were at the roof of the
we're hanging
hotel.
out.
Remember
we were
that?
hanging out, and he was saying, "What do you think I should do?" I said, "You're too good. You need to be at a big camp. You need to be around killers. You can't. You're so good. You're gonna get by a long way on your own." I go, "But you need like high level coaching. Like you're a world champion."
And did you recommend Jackson's to him?
I did not. He found
found it.
Jackson's. Yeah. Well, Jackson's was huge at the time.
Yeah.
You know,
Massive.
so many.
GSP, all that
It's
shit.
such a great gym. I mean, you can't go wrong with those guys.
best,
yeah.
And Greg is just such a great mind for
And
strategy.
a good guy. Yeah.
and-
Not a
Yeah.
slimy guy.
And
And
they put together
Winklejohn,
programs.
Winklejohn
Greg's
was a
the best.
legit kickboxer in
What'd you
his
say?
day. Winklejohn
Winklejohn?
was
Yeah.
a legit kick. He fought Jean-Yves Theriault.
Oh, yeah. Winklejohn's the
He
man.
was legit, man. Winklejohn's a legit striker. And then you got all those other people over there too. It's like such a killer lineup. But
I
it's,
was there during John's heyday, man.
yeah, you were
Savage.
Yeah, yeah.
Terrible.
I think his heyday's still going on, man.
You think?
Especially at heavyweight.
We just don't know. He's not
Right.
active enough.
Yeah. It's really there's one fight, man. There's one fight.
And then after that, it's
After
like,
that,
all right.
they gotta scour.
Because even if here's the thing, even if John mollywops Tom, which I think that John would be an underdog in the fight, but let's say John beats Tom,
Isn't that crazy?
and then retires, it's like, all right, Tom Aspinall's still going to dominate.
right,
Who's going to beat him?
you get Francis to come back. The
Good.
Saudis. Come along, come on. The Saudis come along with that.
Francis is going to fight
open up
Wilder.
that big bag.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
So
That got to do it.
good Jon Jones story that nobody knows. Because I was cornering him for that fight, his last fight against Stipe, and we found out that Trump was going to be there, and for probably a solid 15 to 20 minutes, while he was warming up, like 15 to 20 minutes, he's getting ready to go out to fight for the belt. Probably 20 minutes of that warm up was him just practicing the mechanics on how to do the Trump dance right. We looked it up. We YouTubed it, and he was practicing the Trump dance in the locker room, getting ready to do it.
Savage.
How confident are you of victory when you're already practicing your victory dance?
Pretty confident. Pretty
And
confident.
the best
that
is
one.
we were all for it. We're like, no, the hands got to be a little bit higher, a little bit lower. So we were coaching him through it as he was doing it.
Oh, I was laughing
That's good.
so
How did that
hard.
fight end? I forget.
Spinning back kick to the body.
Yeah, I never told you this, but I was actually there. I flew
you were there?
I flew in with the guys from CPI. You know,
Why didn't you tell me we were there?
Because you're so busy, you know what I mean. And then I was with
group?
a big group. And what am I gonna do? Bring
Right.
I'm like, you know what?
Got it.
You had so much shit going on, and so Ed Clay from CPI calls me up. He goes, "Hey, you want to go?" You want me to pick you up in my private jet and go to see Tyson fight in Dallas, and then we fly and go see Jon Jones fight?
No,
the
that
next time?
sounds terrible. No, I hate fun.
I need better friends.
No one actually said no.
Did you really?
My
kid had baseball?
My kid had baseball
Yep.
all weekend.
Baseball,
I get it.
fuck you.
So I
get it.
said, damn, because he asked me, this was on, we were going to leave on Thursday or Friday morning or Thursday. And It was like Tuesday, and I'm like, yo, what? No one's ever asked. I've never had that offer ever. Let me go pick you up in the private. Pick me up in Van Nuys Airport, and then we go to Dallas, and then we go to New York, and I said, dude, I can't. And then I told my wife, and my wife goes, are you fucking retarded?
That's a good wife.
You call his ass back, you fucking going. And I go, okay.
The kids
I
also
call
play
back,
like
I said, my
100
wife's
games.
making me go.
They play a lot of games.
Yeah, especially his son, Travel Ball. It's so many games.
Yeah. And to be honest with you, dude, I've been to a million UFCs. Like, I'd rather watch it at home or with my buddies, because we have UFC parties at the gym, and that's funner to me than to see it live. To tell you the truth,
This is
all
my
day.
favorite way to watch
But-
fights.
but-
This is my favorite way.
By far.
But when we were there, dude, I was just watching the whole Trump thing go on. You see RFK, Tulsi Gabbard. Was Elon there too?
I believe it was.
Yeah, he was
Dude,
there. Yeah, he
dude,
was at that one.
and I was just sitting there going, fuck, you're there. And I
FBI
see Trump.
director.
I'm like, dude, this is a good time for the deep state to fucking send a missile to Madison Square Garden. It would solve all their problems.
There was like
Dude.
it was like 47 checkpoints. It was
was great.
like
As there
Secret
should be.
Service,
As
there
cops
should be.
And then I
everywhere.
see Trump come up. I saw the whole fucking thing. Trump walking straight to you and gave you a big fucking hug, and he's whispering sweet nothings in your ear. I'm like, holy, they're like, this shit right here. Like, I was like, what the fuck? He goes right to you, man. Look at that. He didn't want to talk to John Attic. He was going right to you.
He knew you were ready for the fucking handshake pull. So he
Yeah.
was like,
nah,
we're
he,
just gonna go in
went,
for
he
a
just
hug.
came to give me a hug that time.
Dude, look at that. And what did he say?
He gave DC the left hand.
I basically
you don't have to
said,
say it. You don't have to
he
say it. You
basically
don't have to
said
say
I
it.
won him the election.
Damn. How crazy is this? Right?
Very interesting times.
And then Jon Jones wins and then does the dance.
That was crazy.
Dude, that day.
We're so
That
back.
day was insane.
We're so
Yeah,
bad.
that was a
That
great
day was insane.
It was a great day.
For
Yeah.
for the world. That's like world history shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
They
was.
could put that whole event in some book.
Well, all the
And-
other athletes started doing the Trump dance after that.
Correct.
Everyone
Oh, a
was
lot
like-
of football
everyone was
players
like-
were already doing
A
it.
lot of football
Fucking
players.
John. That's amazing.
That's the coolest shit
That's
ever. man.
amazing. Jon Jones,
Savage.
The GOAT.
The GOAT.
Yeah.
No,
the GOAT now.
No,
no argument.
doubt. Like,
Yeah.
no, that's no doubt.
It's silly when people argue that.
If he beats Aspinall,
Yeah.
everybody has to
Come
shut the
on.
fuck up forever.
They need to shut the fuck up even if he were to lose to Aspinall.
Yeah.
Look, his resume through light heavyweight,
incredible.
you got to realize he went through that whole fucking span of fighting the best of the best that light heavyweights ever had to offer.
Look at
and
the
fucked up
Look at the
all of them.
line. It's like Tom Aspinall's a slight favorite. That's
Yeah,
kind of
as
crazy.
he should. He should be.
Look
I
at
don't think he
Marab
should be.
over Sean.
Yeah.
Woo, 350 to win.
Dude, Tom hasn't been out of the first round.
Are
I
they
think, in the
doing?
UFC.
Is this
He's never been
real?
out
Are
first
they
round.
doing
These are
Marab
just-
and Sean again?
These are just a website taking action.
Yeah,
They're
they're
taking bets already.
Rob
Yeah.
Sean.
They are, huh? When is that happening?
I don't know, but
That's
that,
gotta
that
be
Islam,
July, right?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
that
the
Islam
big one.
Topuria. I
don't think that's happening.
No, Islam's going up to 70.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh,
Crazy
shit.
shit.
Interesting.
Oh shit.
Shane.
He's got to do a drunk Trump. You know, how Trump has never been drunk ever in his life. But him doing a. Can you imagine if Trump was drunk on Twitter? Can you imagine the drunk tweets he would send?
Trump doesn't drink
oh
though
shit!
at all,
Look at
right?
that.
Who's that?
Fiona Davies.
Oh,
she's like
she's amazing,
Top
man.
top
Yeah,
female
she's amazing. I just
grappler.
don't recognize her all dolled up.
Yeah,
she's
no.
amazing, dude.
You
I
know-
saw her Mackenzie Dern bout. Like,
Super
holy
talented.
shit,
Dude, the
man.
first time I saw her, she was an EBI. She was a purple belt, and she went against her first round match was against Talita Alankar, who was a black belt world champion. I gave Talita, like, oh, you're gonna get a purple belt, you get the low seed. So it was like an easy, and I'm sitting there and I'm reffing, and I'm like, oh, Talita's gonna kill this little Irish girl. And dude, Fionn was all over her, took her back, and almost finished her. And I'm like, oh my god! And the only reason I put her in there was because Keith Krikorian, he sent me a message, goes, yo, there's this chick Fiona Davies, you got to throw her in. I go, okay, whatever, I'll take that advice. But Talita ended up winning. She ended up getting her back at the end and winning. But it was scary for a second, and that
Wow,
was
as a purple belt.
as a purple belt. She
impressive.
almost beat a world champion.
This dude looks like he's had a hard life.
He's tatted up like a machine gun killer.
Yeah. I don't know these guys. So we'll see what happens with that one. There's a lot of good fights coming up. I'm wondering what
That
they're going
Miami
to do
card.
with Topuria, but I like what you were saying. Topuria
Topuria,
versus
Charles
Oliveira.
Your first introduction at 55. He's kind of the the
Vera,
king of
so
55
tall
and dangerous.
So dangerous everywhere. Dangerous striking. Huge reach advantage.
Yeah.
But if you're Topuria, you're not going to go up to 55 without some sort of guarantee. Because remember, he's giving up the belt, so he's not getting pay-per-view points.
But it's his idea.
Well, because the weight cut's too tough.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Really?
45 is too tough for him.
But he's been doing it and winning.
He's just sick of it.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Apparently,
he gets sick
that
of it.
last cut was really tough, and his team was like, all right, no more.
Wow.
But
So what is he weighing?
You're not going to give up the pay-per-view points and just dip out and then just go into the queue at 55.
What
It's
was
too
he
tough.
weighing when he was fighting 45? What was he walking around
They were
at,
saying
you know?
like 180 between 170.
Really?
Yeah, big. Like that's the thing. Everyone was like, "Oh, he's too small, 55." I'm like, he's fucking big out of kid.
Yeah, but
man.
those guys are real big. Like, Islam's huge. When I stand next to Islam.
And how about Gleason Tabao? He would cut to
Oh, my
55.
God.
That guy walked around at 250.
that was back in the day.
No
though.
fat.
Yeah, that was back in the day.
I think
though.
he has the.
Yeah.
I think
Can't do
that
that now.
dude has the record for weight cut.
Anthony Johnson.
Oh, yeah.
Dude,
John.
Johnson.
Anthony
170.
Johnson. Dude,
Yeah,
I don't know how
Johnson.
Alex ever made 85.
Who?
Right.
Alex
Pereira?
Pereira.
No.
I
And
stood
then we
next
fight
to
at
him one time,
225.
Dude,
and
how about DDP? He's
Yeah, he's big,
fucking
too.
huge, bro.
Huge. Yeah, he's
He's so
huge.
big.
I
So
haven't
big
seen
for
him in
85.
person.
Oh,
But
massive.
I stood next to Alex when I was like a Jack 230, and he like dwarfed me. And I'm like, how does this guy cut to 80? Like he was
Isn't it
bigger
wild?
in every metric. He was bigger. He was
Yeah.
longer. He was thicker. Like it was just.
They say he fought with a broken hand and norovirus against Ankalaev. He fought with a broken toe before. When he beat Yuri Prohaska, he had a fucked up knee. Like, remember when he went and he tumbled at the end of the fight?
Yep.
That's because his knee wouldn't support him. He was basically fighting on one leg in the first fight. Then he gets surgery. I guess it's probably meniscus because he came back pretty quick. Walk around weight, 231. That's crazy.
Stacked, too.
And he looks 231. When you stand next to him, he looks like a heavyweight.
He go up 205.
Oh, easy.
Easily.
Easy 205.
He has
And
the strength for it,
bully
too.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get you some.
He's a scary
He's
dude.
gonna be a problem.
Because he confused everybody. Everybody's like, oh, this guy's all awkward and shit. He's going to get pieced up. Nope.
Like, we watch so many fights. I'd see his
Yeah.
style. I'm like, oh, he's going to get exposed eventually.
Well, I think
and then you just
also-
see him, you're like, what the fuck?
When we saw him early in his career, he did not have a nose. His nose was
His cardio is bad.
Yeah, his mouth was wide open all the
Yeah.
time, and then he got that nose fixed. And then I remember when I got mine fixed, I was like, why didn't I do this a long time ago? He had like 10% more cardio instantly.
Yeah, his coach came out and was like, he was only breathing at 6% capacity. And I was like, this is some bullshit.
Out of his
And then-
nose, maybe.
Out of his nose.
Yeah, I believe that.
And then he got it fixed, and this motherfucker's unstoppable.
Rockhold just did something online where they did a scan inside of his
saw
nose.
that.
It's all gone. His
Yeah.
whole nose is just completely clogged.
Yeah.
Because it's like your ears. You get cauliflower ear, that shit, the same thing happens inside
Scar
your
tissue,
nose.
yeah.
It's the blood pools up and it calcifies, and you just get rocks inside your nose. Your nose is just a big fucking closed, like a tunnel that caved in on miners.
Jesus Christ.
I had mine fixed when I had my tonsillectomy.
Yeah.
And they had like the stents up there for like a week. But
I feel like you got a good nose for fighting. You're like
it's
no
better
homo.
now.
You got like a button nose, like cute button nose.
appreciate
Cute
that.
button,
Yeah,
Right?
I
Doesn't he have a
appreciate
good
that.
nose? So does Eddie.
appreciate
Yeah.
Has
I got a
anybody
honker.
thrown a lot of money at you to try to get you to do MMA?
Yeah, I was offered 7 figures
Really?
to do like bare knuckle MMA.
Oh, bare knuckle. Was
Yeah.
it Masvidal's thing?
I believe so. It wasn't Masvidal who reached out. It was somebody else.
Dean, probably.
I think it was maybe through Philly Fresh. Reached out, and it was somewhere around 7 figures
Wow.
to do it.
Yeah, I'd watch that.
But it was like I was getting ready for ADCC at the time, and I'm just like, no.
Yeah.
You were going to do combat jiu-jitsu, too. It was going to be him against
And Verdum.
Fabricio Verdum. Combat jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
That was happening, dog. That was happening.
Take my money.
Fuck yes.
But
Take
I,
my money.
I tore my LCL.
Yeah.
Against Joao
And then
Rocha.
Fabricio got hurt, too. So they both dropped out. But it was going to happen. We had
Fabricio's in
flyers and
GFL, right?
everything.
Fabricio's in GFL.
GFL's got everybody.
they're-
Chris Weidman's like, I'm retired. And then GFL called him. I was like, I'm unretired.
I'm back in.
Like
Dude,
that.
they're fighting. It's end of May. But the arena by the USC down there. It's end of May in L.A.
What kind of testing they got? Multiple choice?
Don't be a hater. Yeah. What's this testing you speak of? But dude, they got
Well, you got old guys. Don't
Nah,
test
be
them.
cool.
Don't
What the
be,
fuck we
be
doing?
nice.
No, the
Come on.
WWE. Yeah.
Let's go back to the old days.
But you got Dylan Dennis, Tony Ferguson. Like I like it, dog.
Ooh, that's a good fight.
That's a good fight.
Dude, I saw that poster. That's got to be fake because there's zero chance that it was at lightweight.
Here it
There's
is.
no chance.
But remember,
their
their
weights are
weight
different.
Their
what
weight,
is
their,
it?
the weight cut's different.
What is
10
it?
pounds. So they can agree to fight at a weight that they're both comfortable
So a
at.
legendary lightweight matchup.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
lightweight's
but
different
it's-
for them.
That could be 65.
Yeah, it
But
could
there's
be
no
a-
way he makes 65. He could like barely make 70 when he was
Really?
like 170 when he was in shape for ADCC.
What is their weight classes are different? We pulled it up the other day. Like middleweight is 200 pounds.
Uh-huh.
So maybe.
Oh look, I posted right there. That's my comment. Deal of making lightweight.
Well, let's see. Pull up GFL weight classes, Jamie. 'Cause I think they're definitely different.
They're different. So if Tony goes, hey, man, I feel good at whatever, 168, 170, and Dylan agrees, like, yeah, I'll fight you at 170, then they fight
Well,
170.
Dylan wasn't even making 170 when he fought in Bellator.
50-50 revenue share.
He would fight at catchweight.
Athletes can earn a fair share of the revenue generated from events, ensuring their success is directly linked to league success. Dang.
How do they determine that?
50-50 for the gate.
50-50 at once they get over, once they get in the positive. But then also, like, let's...
How do they know who's moving the needle? They all get it?
They all
get
it.
50-50?
Yeah, they all get it.
Okay.
They
Jamie,
split
can you
amongst the
just
fighters.
Google GFL's weight classes and see if a website explains it?
On their website.
I know, but I don't think they have it
So
on
if they
their
split
website.
the profit?
Another,
That's different. If they split the profit, what if they don't make any profit?
Then nobody gets it.
Okay.
But then what's dope is, like, let's say Gordon was going to fight and brought in a sponsor, and then they want to sponsor the entire thing. He gets 20% of anything he brings.
See,
So.
featherweight goes up to 55. Lightweight is 65. Welterweight's 80. So how's Dylan Danis making 65?
That's what I'm saying. There's zero chance.
He's big.
When he fought in Bellator, he would fight at catchweight. It was 175.
I like their light heavyweight, 225. That
I
sounds,
wish they had that when I was fighting.
They
Maybe
should
he's in the
have
best
that.
shape of his life. Maybe he's,
Maybe.
you know.
Yeah, maybe got
Isn't he fighting KSI in boxing? So shouldn't he be in
KSI
shape?
just pulled out.
All right, well, that's
But
not
I'm
good.
telling you, there's no way Dylan's going to make
How does
65.
KSI pull out against Dylan Danis? Like, Dylan's not a boxer. KSI's a pretty good boxer.
Well,
He's legit. Like, for those kind of guys.
yes.
He's a good boxer.
For that class.
Did he
yes.
fight Tommy Fury? Or was he going to?
He was going to, and then something happened, right?
I think. But KSI looks legit to me. Like, out of those guys.
For the influencer stuff, yeah.
He's legit.
He's a problem.
He's got hands.
Yeah.
And,
Fought Logan, yeah.
But Dylan is not a boxer. So it's
No, far
crazy
from it.
that you would think he could be not even at his best and take that fight.
Yeah, I mean, maybe got hurt. I'm not sure. I just saw something that he pulled out. I don't even.
Well,
Well,
he's got a video here. I don't.
Oh, he got real sick?
I saw.
Got some new coronavirus?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, has a breeze strip on.
Oh. What's
That's
he
You know
how
saying?
these guys?
See what
That's
he's
how you know
saying?
it's real.
Put it on. We can hear him.
What is
I know
going
Jordan.
on? And honestly, I've never been this ill for this long in my life, and I hate it. I feel useless, and it's depressing. I feel like I've let so many people down. I haven't been able to post any YouTube videos to help promote the fight because I've just been feeling so shit. I'm just sick of being sick, man.
Okay, he's sick. Sounds legit.
Yeah. The breeze strip does it.
I've been sleeping with mouth tape.
You tape your
What's
mouth
that?
shut?
Yeah, tape my
So you
mouth shut
just
when I
breathe through your
my
nose? I
Yeah,
can't do that.
Game changer. Game changer.
Is that for snoring?
In what way?
It's not just for snoring. It's like you feel better when you wake up. You feel more rested.
Really?
Yeah, man, it's amazing. I love it.
Your mouth
what
I
does
just
it look
started
like?
doing it the last 2 weeks.
How does it work? What does it look like?
I just put a black piece. It's called hostage tape. I put a black piece of tape over my mouth.
Is your wife
when I go
like,
to sleep.
what the
She wears
fuck?
it too. Yeah, we're both
You're
hostage.
both like, good night, babe.
Yeah. Give her a kiss. Gunnar.
You just use any tape, or is it special
No, it's
tape?
special tape for mouth taping. There's a bunch of companies that make mouth tape. But this company, Hostage Tape, sent
And it
me a
doesn't fall
shitload.
off.
No. It has before, but I keep an extra one by the bed. If it falls off, I just slap it. When I get like this much stubble, I kind of have to shave.
Yeah.
So it sticks
So it
better.
sticks.
When you would have a little bit of issue with your beard. You know, it probably wouldn't stick that good. to
That's
your-
why Hitler
your
did
hair.
his mustache that way, so he could fit a gas mask. That's real.
No.
Yeah, yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
Jamie, look it up.
Is that real?
Yeah, I know my shit.
Wow.
Well, I know he was, apparently he was gassed pretty bad in the First World War.
Yeah.
So he despised.
And that's why he did that mustache. 'cause
Oh, it's
the
real.
that's real.
Oh,
I don't know if that's
Wow.
real, but apparently he was gassed pretty bad in the First World War.
yeah,
that makes
mustard
sense.
gas.
Yeah.
Bro, that First World War was nuts. The first time they
most
decided
gnarly.
to use giant fans and gas people. The toothbrush mustache, famously associated, said it originated from military order to trim his large mustache to facilitate wearing a gas mask.
Go down the military order.
Wow.
During his service in Bavarian Infantry Division, Hitler was ordered to trim his mustache to ensure a proper seal with a gas mask.
Wow.
And you got the Michael Jordan mustache.
That is a fun fact of the day.
Wow. Michael Jordan.
Mike Jones the only guy to ever pull it off. right?
Ever.
No
In
one
a
ever said shit. They're
Dude,
like,
in a
that's cool.
commercial.
You're cool.
In a commercial.
You're Michael Jordan. That's
It's
cool.
just funny that mustache is gone forever. You know,
Didn't he
You
fight
can
in
wear
the
the
front?
Genghis
Wasn't he
Khan.
like in the front line in
Oh,
World
yeah.
War One?
Oh yeah.
Like
yeah.
he was,
gassed.
Yeah.
Mustard gas.
and he got fucked up, right?
Yeah.
And that's when he decided to run for everything because he thought he was saved by God. Because everybody
You know
else
what's
got
the
fucked up.
craziest thing about the gas thing? The guy who invented Zyklon A, which became Zyklon B, which they killed the Jews with, that guy, Fritz Haber, who was a Jew himself, he originally, when he invented this, he also invented the Haber method for extracting nitrogen from the atmosphere. The Haber method is responsible for 50% of the nitrogen in most people's bodies. Because the Haber method of extracting nitrogen made it so they could fertilize all kinds of soil. So he invents that, and he also invents this gas that kills everybody at the same time.
And there's no odor, right?
Well, Zyklon B, there's no odor.
Yeah.
Zyklon A was invented, I think it was a pesticide. And the idea was the smell was so awful so that you would recognize when it was there and you'd get the fuck away from it.
He's like,
But then
"We gotta get rid of
Zyklon
that."
B, they got rid of the smell.
I see.
But when they were gassing the troops, he was being wanted for crimes against humanity, for war crimes. At the same time, he was going to win the Nobel Prize for inventing the Haber
wild.
method. Wild. And then when Hitler takes over, the Jews all get kicked out of Germany. And he's kind of sort of privileged because he's a part of the administration, but then he gets ostracized and he winds up having to be, he winds up being exiled and he
Goddamn.
dies on the run.
He died on the run?
Died on the run. Died running away from the Nazis.
Jesus, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
Crazy story.
Dude, have we talked about the JFK files?
Not yet. No.
No one has.
No. I mean, we talked about it a little bit yesterday, but I don't know anything like groundbreaking.
Nothing, right?
Nothing that I've seen so far.
Do you follow that page on Instagram? It's called Real News, No Bullshit.
Yes.
They posted something about it.
Oh, yeah?
And they posted, it was like, I think it was like 2,000 pages or something, and they posted like the key takeaways. I read a little bit about it, but I kind of just was
It's
like...
kind of like confirmation that it was like mafia, Israel, and the CIA.
Well,
Like
I'd
the
read
three of
one
them
thing that
were
the
working
CIA,
together.
within a week or two, had dismissed the idea of a single shooter. I read one thing. They're like, no, there's more than one shooter. Like, this was the... yeah.
It took them a week to figure that out. Weren't they involved?
Allegedly.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. What part of the CIA? So, like, if you're involved in killing the president, you're not telling Mike down the hallway.
It's a small group.
You know, you have an enormous fucking office filled with thousands of employees. It's not like everybody say, hey, get a meeting.
Yeah.
That Irish guy, fuck him.
Yep.
You know, we're going to take him for a ride through Dallas and shoot him in the fucking head. Yeah, let's
Did you
go.
hear that phone call from Lyndon B. Johnson to
To the wife?
Yeah,
the
pretty
wife
crazy.
like a month later?
Bro,
pretty
we're
crazy.
fighting on sight. They were fucking, huh?
Wasn't that after
gonna give
she
you a
was
slapping.
But that was after
Like a
Kennedy
month
was dead.
After.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
a month.
He's
later.
like, how you not going to say goodbye next time I see you? I'm going to give you a slapping around Christmas. She's like, you better. I'll wear the rouge or whatever. He's like, you better.
Let's
Oh,
go.
bro.
I think everybody was fucking everybody back then.
God,
I think
good
they
times.
were wild people.
Yeah.
Nobody, there was no social media. No one's a snitch. They all just, I mean, everybody knew that Kennedy was fucking everybody. Like,
Everything.
it was, all the press knew. Nobody
And
said
MLK.
anything.
And MLK.
Didn't he have an affair with Marilyn Monroe?
Oh, yeah.
And the brother did.
And
And the brother. She was
Marilyn-
fucking
yeah, she
both
was fucking
brothers,
everybody.
dude. In
And that's a
Malibu.
fact.
True.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
That's
Fact.
not a conspiracy.
Yeah,
Oh, no,
theory.
fact.
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 That's
Fact.
crazy.
And that's probably why she died.
Yeah,
She
that-
probably started writing a memoir, and they're like, "It's a wrap."
Yeah, they said the brother, the pillow talk is what fucked her over. Because he'd fill her in and all this shit.
Oh boy.
And then John F. Kennedy was like, bro, what are you doing?
Really?
They're both fucking her, yeah.
hilarious. Hilarious. People were wild back
boys.
then.
Wild boys.
No accountability. You get away with it. And if you're the president, like, that's the reason why the presidents wanted to fuck. Despite rumors and speculation,
Oh,
no definitive
bullshit.
proof of an affair. Oh, no
Was
proof.
this Google, Jamie?
This is yeah, it's a reputable news source.
You didn't see the documentary on Netflix then.
Definitely no proof. Yeah, I mean, no speculation. Let it go.
The JFK stuff kind of just confirmed what kind of they label conspiracy theorists. Like, yeah, we've said it was CIA,
Well,
Mossad.
It's going to take a
Mafia.
while for the nerds to really go through it and
Oh,
figure
Candace
it
Owens
out.
been through it, I bet.
Has she been
already.
through it?
I would
Well,
assume.
she's too busy with the Macron thing. I watched 2 hours of that today.
Me too. Have you seen her?
Macron's a man. Yeah, Bridget Macron's a man.
got you.
Yeah,
She
she
got
got
you.
me.
She
Candace
got you.
got me. She got me hook, line, sinker.
Dude,
I was eating breakfast today.
Yeah, I do the same shit.
I was eating elk steaks,
Same
watching Candace Owens on my YouTube.
I love her. Did you
I was
see?
like, this is crazy. This is
have,
crazy.
have you dived into her Harvey Weinstein shit?
Yes, I watched the first episode of that.
Bro.
Crazy. It's crazy. So I can't believe I'm on Harvey Weinstein's side.
Right?
Crazy. Like, I thought he was like guilty of like heinous crimes, and then you listen to it and you're like, wait, what? What is going on?
When they go through the actual affidavit, like what the girls accuse him for, you're like, what? The fuck?
Also, the
He didn't have
emails back
testicles.
and forth with the girl. Yeah, she was talking about his testicles. He doesn't have them. Like, there's all these like things that should have like completely thrown out a lot of her claims. Like, she was talking about he made me like hold his balls or something like
He
that.
doesn't have balls.
He doesn't have balls. His balls are like literally like inside of his thigh.
When he's like 30 years old, they had to get rid of him.
He's got a terrible disease. It's like gangrene of the dick.
Oh my god.
Have you ever heard of it?
Never heard of it.
Oh, he's got this crazy disease where your dick is basically like rotting off, and which is kind of crazy for a guy who's like obviously a sex addict. Yeah. Your dick starts rotting away, and then you still whip it out.
Yeah.
You're whipping out a zombie dick.
Yeah.
Like, it's a mess. It's a mess.
What is that actually called?
Prosecutors revealed to the jury that Weinstein underwent surgery in '99 for Fournier's gangrene, which required doctors to remove some of his scrotum. That surgery caused a pretty noticeable scarring because of an infection. His testicles were actually taken from his scrotum and put into his inner thighs.
So you go through the reports, and they're like, yeah, he made me suck on his balls. You're like, he doesn't have
Well,
balls.
that's a problem.
Whoa.
There's a lot of problems. The lady was a grifter. The lady allegedly
That's
and
brutal.
was going back and forth from rich guy to rich guy, trying to get things happening. And Harvey put her in a few things. That was Harvey's move, apparently.
Yep.
He'd put you in a few things, but like Whitney told me that he would make deals with ladies, like, look, suck my dick, I'll get you an Oscar.
Yeah,
and
being
would,
Batman.
and they would suck his dick.
Yeah.
and he would get him an Oscar. And like this was the thing where everybody thanked him. Thank you, Harvey.
That actually happened?
Yes.
Yeah.
He gave an actress an Oscar.
Well, he didn't give him an Oscar. He gave him an Oscar award-winning role in a Miramax film, which is going to be a blockbuster film, which pretty much gets you real close. And then there's the influence of it being a Harvey Weinstein movie. He was the king at the time, and everybody followed his lead. Like when, you have big movies like Pulp Fiction and those kind of films that Miramax produced. They produced bangers. You go back and look at the Miramax library, banger after banger when Harvey Weinstein was because
Quentin Tarantino.
yeah, I mean, it's just like the wildest movies from the wildest dude, who was clearly a sex addict.
And he's like, if you want to be a lead in Pulp Fiction, you gotta suck these balls in my thigh.
I mean,
It's fucking wild.
he just was in the wrong place at the wrong time. If this happened in the 80s, they probably would have thrown it out.
Yep.
But in the Me Too movement, it was a hot witch hunt. There was a lot of people that got in deep shit.
Dude,
for
look
almost
into the dude
nothing.
from that 70s show who's in prison for life. His appeal's coming up. Look into that one.
Really?
Bro.
He had that was like three chicks, right?
3 chicks. And if you look at the appeal, it started off with, he raped me and drugged me, and then it went to he held a gun to my head. Like they keep changing their stories. That one's wild.
Really?
That one's wild.
You've been following the Justin Baldoni, Blake Lively thing?
Bro, Blake Lively, talk about ruin your reputation, and Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, they fucked up. Ryan's trying to get out of it now. He's
Yeah.
trying to get out of the lawsuit, and they're like, you were a key part of this.
This is what you get, though. This is what you get. You're trying to fucking ruin a guy's livelihood by using the Me Too movement.
Because they
It's-
were trying to take over the movie.
Yeah.
They were trying to take over the movie and the whole franchise. He owned the franchise.
They're fucked,
The whole
man.
thing's crazy.
They're fucked.
And he's suing the New York Times, and he's got a great case
He's
there,
going hard
too.
in the paint. But
He
that's
should.
what it takes.
That's what it takes.
It's like Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
He's like, all right.
Yeah.
He did it for the boys.
Exactly. You got to do it.
You need real motherfuckers to be like, nah, man, I ain't going out like this.
Yeah, especially a guy like that. It was like known as being like this really sweet, nice guy.
Yep.
And then it's like, all right,
Dude,
enough.
he posted the receipts.
Oh,
He's
the
like, oh,
receipts are
remember our
crazy.
tech exchange? Bah, bah,
Well, how about
bah,
she
bah.
told him to come into the dressing room while she was breastfeeding,
The fun
and then
ass.
part of the complaint was that he came into the dressing room while I was breastfeeding. Like, you literally have a text exchange back and forth. They just never thought that anybody was going to come out with the receipts.
Because no one's ever done it, because everyone usually just bows
Because everyone's
down.
scared.
Yeah.
Because Ryan Reynolds A-list, Blake Lively A-list. Like, they're the queen.
That's
20
Taikiti.
Oh, is it over?
Yeah, we missed it.
God damn
It's
it.
2025. That shit's over, man.
18 up against the cage.
We're terrible at this.
Yeah, we've been
That
talking
guy
about
won?
Harvey Weinstein's
Yeah,
nuts and
yeah.
his thighs. We missed the
Fall
favorite
off,
get
closed
choked
guard,
out.
Closed guard guillotine.
I'm going to get a Coke real quick. Anyone want anything?
Nope, no thank
I'm
you.
going to take a piss really quick.
All right, I'll wait for you to take piss so we're not all gone.
We're going to miss you, Eddie.
It'd be cool if we grab me a Coke, right? Like, I got you.
Go
all
grab a
night,
Coke,
man.
Eddie. I'll wait till he's out there.
That'd be cool.
Oh, dude, I haven't seen that up there yet.
1, 2, 3. Oh, that's a belt, bro. That's the Gordon Ryan belt, motherfuckers. Right there.
Yeah, that's badass.
Prominent position.
That is a prominent position.
Yeah, that looks awesome.
You two pulled up in some shit today. Your new car, that fucking truck.
That truck is
Jesus
sick.
Christ.
I haven't seen that car. What is it?
Oh, it's a Shelby Super Snake.
What year?
24.
Okay.
First one I've ever seen.
How much horsepower does it make?
830.
830, yeah.
Ooh.
Manual?
Coyote 50.
So fun.
Is it manual?
Yeah,
or-
of course. What am I,
Yeah.
a communist? It's manual.
Well, they don't make the GT500s and
I know, but they make the Super Snake in
And
it,
the Super
which is
Snake,
why
yeah.
I bought it. I would have bought a GT500, but there was one company that was doing a swap. They were doing a 6-speed swap on a GT500. I almost bought that. But then I thought about it. I was like, I don't want any Frankenstein cars. Like, I don't know how this
get a little
works.
dicey,
Computer
warranty,
stuff,
yeah.
weird shit. Because, it's not designed for that. But the Super Snake is designed for it. Oh, it auto blips on the downshifts. It's nice.
Sounds nice.
Oh, it sounds like war. It sounds like a real American muscle car, but it's modern. So it's like it has all the feel of a muscle car. The lurch when you hit the gas, fucking giant power, great handling.
Great
But
handling. The brakes are great.
Yeah, but it's also real comfortable to drive.
Yeah.
Suspension is beautiful.
Yeah, it's a great fucking car.
And it just
it's
fucking-
so good looking.
Oh, it's so fun. I love it.
Aggressive.
I love it. It's such an American car.
Bro,
It's like-
I was at Meekum yesterday. You should see some of the shit people do with those cars, man. It's wild.
with
man.
Mustangs?
Everything.
Oh, with everything.
I mean, the Mustangs for sure, like the old,
Yeah.
the '60s, all that shit.
Oh, yeah.
dude. And when the resto mods, I'm just sitting there like, bro, I want it all.
I know it's a problem.
I want it all.
Cars are a real problem.
I
We're talking to 3 guys here that have real car problems.
Oh, dude, I had a budget. Like they cleared me to buy something, and I've never bid on anything. I went fucking nuts, dude.
What'd you get?
I got it. It's for
Oh,
the
you got a
giveaway.
Jeep, right?
I got a Jeep. I went nuts, man. I tackled my manager. I didn't know what to do. I was so nervous. I was so fucking nervous because there's like big ballers. Like there was a guy. I went to the Kisme one. There's some old. I have no idea what he did. He was next to me. In 12 minutes, he probably spent $7 million in cars
Oh
and
my
didn't
God.
give a fuck.
Yeah.
And I was like, bro, you just won that GT40. How are you not? No fist pump. Nothing.
That's yours?
That's mine.
What color is that? It's like a purplish pinkish.
Yeah, it's like a pinkish, but it has the 392. It's the last call edition. Brand new, less than 200 miles.
That looks good. That looks good.
Look, I tackled my fucking manager right there.
Oh, so you were right there when it
I
happened.
was on ESPN. I didn't know. I was so embarrassed when they told me I was on live TV.
That's hilarious.
Those 392 Jeeps are sick.
Oh, they're great.
That one's
Brigham
sick.
has a lifted one. They're awesome.
Oh, I'm going to toss some King Shocks on that bitch, a big Magnum
That's
blower.
another classic American car. I mean, the Jeeps look exactly like Jeeps, and they have like that they look updated, but it's kind of like a 911. Like
That's
they
what I was just
keep-
going to say.
Yeah.
Like Porsche. They never change the body style, so they have this cult following. You know, it's the most
Yeah.
Googled truck in the world.
Oh, I believe
A
it.
Wrangler.
Yeah.
They have like a cult following.
Also, there's so much customization available for those things because
Yeah.
they've been around for so
That's what
long.
I
They're
like.
like Lego
You
cars.
can't.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong.
So much shit for them.
Can't go wrong with that.
What
You ever see the America's Most Wanted Jeeps?
Oh, where they toss the Hellcat in them?
Oh,
the demons
yeah,
and shit?
baby. They put
Wow.
1,200 horsepower in those bitches.
That's my shit.
Yeah,
That's my shit.
And they do up the suspension and map everything out perfect.
Were you going to get one or no?
Yeah, I still.
You were sending
I'm
me
too
one.
busy. Too many things. Too much. Too much.
I love I call y'all,
Overwhelmed.
get some bullshit like a for excursion or my Hummer. I toss a
Overwhelmed.
power stroke and I call him and like, cool. And he tells me what he has. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, there's one. Look at that. That's 1,000 horsepower.
That has the elephant engine in it. Those things are wild.
Yeah, they make some wild ones.
260s.
Are you
going to
get the new ZR1?
I want to. I should, but I shouldn't. But I will.
I already put the order into spec one.
You had the SF90 on order, didn't you?
Yeah.
Did
that's
you get
still
that?
coming. No, still hasn't gotten here yet.
You should just get the ZR1 instead.
The other one's going to my wife.
That's fair.
His wife's driving 1,000 horsepower Ferrari, all black.
Yeah. I
So
don't.
fucking
I
wild.
just stopped driving automatic cars, unless it's my Tesla.
What's your favorite car to drive?
Don't say that.
I don't know. The Tesla, if I want to get there quick.
Yeah.
If I want to get there quick.
But you want people,
unplugged performance
flipping
Tesla
you
is
off and
fucking-
shit.
I know they're Nazi.
you don't want them drawing
keying
Nazi
it.
signs on it.
You don't have too much of a problem with that in Austin.
You know what's
I don't
weird
think
is, you
people
know me,
are buying
I
that.
can't stand electric cars, but now that the libs are like, I'm like, oh shit, I might get a Cybertruck. I wish a motherfucker would.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
because.
I wish I'm.
Just 'cause.
Oh, now I want one.
Yeah.
Now you fucked up.
It's so stupid.
I might get one and swap a diesel in it so it looks like it, and they don't know, just so they fuck with me.
Yeah. People have done that. They've put V8s. They've dropped V8s in Teslas.
Yeah. It's a lot. It's a lot of work, though.
It's also
you're
why
basically just tossing. You got to pay for the Cybertruck,
Yeah, it's like-
and I'm gonna have to pay
Yeah.
for it. It's a disaster.
Rich Rebuilds did one.
And then it's just slower.
Yeah.
Like it's
Yeah, it's silly.
Sometimes it's not all about speed, though. You know, when
No.
people tell me that, I'm like, you ever driven like a fucking water cooled fucking flat six Porsche like stick?
no,
Like, it's like,
of course.
Right.
It's not all
Especially
about
the air cooled ones.
Yeah, the air
old
cooled
ones.
It's just
Yeah.
not all about that.
Especially those old ones are so light. You feel everything. You're dealing with a 2,000-pound car. Even if it only has 250 horsepower, it's so fun.
Yeah, it's different.
It's so different. It's like you're an amusement park ride. It's like it's just like you feel
Like it feels like you could die at any point,
Yeah.
but then you look down and you're doing like 35 miles an hour.
yeah.
Like my Hummer, it's not the fastest, but fuck, it's
just
cool,
cool.
man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's just cool.
fuck. There's
Yeah.
nothing like
I
it.
forgot you got a Hummer. What's in that thing?
6.0 Power Stroke, fully built.
Aren't there
Big ass turbo.
aren't there electric Hummers now?
Yeah.
Those are great, man. The new GMCs, those are fucking great. Red Band has one of those. It's fucking awesome. They crab walk.
Crab walk, yeah, you
Yeah.
can parallel park like this and
Does
shit.
he have
Yeah,
any
they go
problems with it?
sideways.
I heard the charging has some issues.
They've had a lot of
sometimes.
issues with them, yeah.
No, he
charging.
hasn't had any problems with
They'll
his.
figure those out, though.
Yeah, he loves it, though. It's fast as shit, too, for a big-ass fucking truck.
They're so fast, so heavy,
Crazy
so
fast.
fast.
But huge. It's an enormous
You
truck.
think they're going to start making less electric vehicles now that Trump's in?
They're already doing it. They're already
Here's
doing
the problem with electric vehicles. This is the number one problem. Resale. Terrible. To Porsche Taycans, they sell them for like, what is a Taycan Turbo S? What is it?
160?
They sell them like a year
That's like
later for
200,
like
I think,
70.
Over 200.
They lose so much value.
Jamie, I lost my.
Crazy value.
Why is that?
Because nobody wants to buy a used electric car because the range drops off. So, like, say if you buy
It's like
a
your cell phone.
Corvette, right? You buy like a 2000. You can buy a 2017 Corvette, like a ZR1. They're still really expensive.
Super expensive.
A ZR1, a manual from like 2017. It's like
Yeah.
the
ZR1s are always
300 grand
expensive.
right now. Right now.
Yeah.
But Joe, think about a better comparison would be think about like your Ford GT, a 2006.
Right.
They're 500 grand minimum now.
Right,
minimum.
but that's a different because that's like a classic. It's 20 years old.
Sure.
But a new car, say if you get like a new AMG GT, and it's a 2025, you sell it next year, you're not going to lose much money. If you sell like a Ferrari, you'll lose no money.
Yeah.
Like if you buy a Ferrari today and you sell it in a year and you got 1,000 miles on it, you'll make money.
Porsche make money.
You'll make
Porsche's
money.
the best. Yeah.
But if you have a fucking electric car, like Audis, those e-trons, those are
horrible,
sick.
Even Tesla Plaids,
Sick
Tesla
cars.
Plaids, I can get cheap.
A friend of mine got one of those, and he got like a year-old one for like 70 grand. And brand new, it's like 150 or something like that. It's crazy.
Why not just get like a new battery or something?
Well,
They're so
that's
expensive.
a big problem.
So expensive to flip out
Swapping
the battery.
batteries,
like 40
and they
Gs.
still have battery. And like for the most part, like you're not driving 250 miles. If you have a plug at home, if you plug it in at home, you have a supercharger at your house, which I do for my car. It's great. I just get it home, plug it in. It's always good to go, and it gets like fully charged. I think my car gets like 350 miles if you drive like a grandma, but for normal day to day, you just stick it in there. You never go to the gas station. It's awesome.
See, but fuck
As
all
long as
that
you're not
noise.
road tripping it, it's like
Yeah, as long as you're not road tripping. If you're road tripping it, you got to really map it out, especially if you don't have a Tesla, because then you have to find all these
Dicey.
other
Eventually
rando
they'll get there.
superstations.
But like my Hummer, I have a 55-gallon diesel tank in the back. I fill that bitch up maybe once every 3 weeks. Like it gets good gas mileage. I can go on long road trips.
there's
Don't
a
have
few
to worry
great
about it.
options that aren't Teslas. One is Lucid. You've
Yeah,
seen
those are-
Lucid Air.
those are cool.
They make them like super high end.
Eric
Like-
Griffin has one.
Does he really?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're very
That bitch shut
nice.
down on us in the parking lot, but yeah, he has
Did
one.
it really?
We couldn't get out.
It died?
It was like 100 degrees. I was like, oh, I'm gonna break your car, dude. And he's
Oh,
like,
no.
oh, out of all the times this has never happened, it happens while you're in the car.
Well, isn't there a
I was like,
manual
I fucking hate
release?
these.
Isn't there a manual release in the
Like,
door?
he didn't have that.
Okay.
Yeah, we had to wait like 40 minutes. dude.
Isn't there
Does someone
something
have
about
to come and help it out?
No, eventually he called and they're like, oh, just reset. It was like resetting your phone.
Oh, wow.
I fucking hate
Isn't there
that
something
shit.
about like all the radiation? that you're in the car and it's like you're surrounded by.
Like
no, that's a
5G?
good question. Like EMF, right?
Yeah.
It's a good question because, like,
Is that
if your
a
phone,
real problem?
if you're not supposed to have your phone by your head, you're
Your
not supposed to
car?
have. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
your
I
whole
know.
car's
Your
a
whole
big
car.
ass phone. I don't know.
That's why the people.
That's a real problem.
According to
It's
people
gonna
like
be, Eddie.
RFK
It's a good
Jr.
point.
and many other people don't think that you should have earpods in. Like you should have the wired ones only, and even those are not the best thing to have. You should just listen to things like on a Bluetooth speaker.
But also, the people vandalizing Teslas, there could be a worse car to vandalize because there's cameras fucking everywhere on that thing.
Everywhere.
360.
Bro, so many people are going to jail
And if you
right
don't
now.
have a Tesla, you don't really know that, like, if you're like within 20 feet of the car, it's recording you.
Yes.
Yeah. Sentry mode. Yeah. 7 cameras.
It's so wild.
Yeah. Fully HD cameras. See your face. There's so many guys that gotten busted.
Have you seen
fat liberals? Just
Have you seen those Tesla
Yeah,
mini homes?
They're
those
never in
smart homes?
shape.
There was one guy who was rubbing shit. Like, he would, like,
Grab his ass?
Like, grab
Yeah.
his ass cheeks and then, like, just rubbed it all
It's
over where
such
the door.
beta
that guy
shit.
was looking for an excuse to rub shit on things.
Yeah, that guy's
he
weird.
probably goes home and jerks off with his own shit. Yeah.
Have you seen
fucking
those
psychopath.
Tesla mini homes?
No.
Oh, you haven't seen them? They're
No.
like, dude, Tesla has tiny homes. They're like trailers, but like super high tech with
I saw the
solar
Amazon
panels.
ones.
Have you seen those?
But not the
Tesla
Tesla,
has
ones.
one?
Tesla's got mini homes.
No shit.
Have you seen this, Jamie? The mini
They're
homes?
not made by Tesla though.
Oh, it's
No,
not?
no, it is. No,
No,
seriously.
no. I'm looking.
The
It's
one,
not.
the one that I've seen. I just saw it a couple days ago. It's Tesla.
Are you sure
is
it wasn't
making-
like an AI generated thing?
No.
No.
Tesla has solar panels.
Yeah, they have Tesla solar
they-
panels for
there's-
your roof.
But I don't know if
Tona,
I don't know if they have.
Tesla mini
Like
homes.
that. That's not real. If that's what it was.
That shit gets Callan, though, Eddie. Don't
That's not
worry.
real?
Yeah, it gets Callan all the
Yeah,
time.
there's fucking AI. They get me, man. I asked Elon like 5 times. You making a phone? 'Cause
Wait
I
a
keep
minute.
getting these AI
It's
X
fake.
phones.
Yeah, it's fake.
There it
Yeah,
is. Look,
they get-
that's
No,
fake.
It's
Click on it.
It's from 2 years ago. It's not real.
Yeah.
Click
It's
on
not
it though. Let's
I-
see what
I'm-
it says.
It's not.
Dude, AI,
I know it's fake. I know
AI's
it's
getting
fake,
so good.
but I
Callan,
wanna see what the
Callan
fakeness
thought
look like.
Conor McGregor was in the movie
bunch of-
Popeye.
It's just like a YouTube video with. A
Damn,
bunch of
they got me
nonsense.
good.
serious.
Callan.
Dead serious.
So they show the little house.
Well, there's boxable. That's
No,
also-
I know about that. Like that's real, right?
Yeah.
That's not AI.
Oh yeah, man. You could buy a house for 10 grand now if you just like a single dude who has a plot of land. Just park that house with solar. You could literally live off the grid in a little bullshit house.
like that. Is that what?
And then you get Starlink.
Is that real?
No, it was like a little. It was like it was a pod, like
Yeah,
an
it's not-
egg.
it's
It
not
looks
real.
like an egg.
That's AI, dog.
That's
Wow,
pretty
they
dope,
got me
though.
good.
Those little tiny houses you could buy, like if you were just a dude living by yourself, and you're like, I don't need nothing.
If you're young, it'd be dope.
Yeah, man. They're not expensive. Like somebody leaves you a little plot of land. You got a couple acres somewhere.
Every man's dream.
Yeah.
A one bedroom house with a 40-car garage.
Sit on your front porch and say, "Fuck the world! I own this whole thing. I own this."
No mortgage.
Yeah, no mortgage, $10,000 house, and it's nice. It's like, it's not. What do you need? You need a kitchen, you need a TV. What the fuck do you need? If you're a single guy, you need a bed, you need a TV, unless you're trying to get mad pussy.
I was just-
if you're trying to get mad pussy,
There you
then
go.
you, then you need.
That's where you're fucking up.
You need a long
That's where you're
driveway.
fucking up, bro. That's where you're fucking up.
Lights everywhere. You need a fountain.
Now, all the dudes are like, "This is dope." The chick's like,
Yeah.
"Good luck."
That's
bud."
not a panty
Yeah,
dropper.
no.
A tiny house is a no go.
No, yeah, no.
Like, why do you have a tiny house? Like, what's
Like,
going on?
what
How
are
much
you
do you have?
telling-
Can I see your bank account? How much do you make? Well, are you going to be able to feed my babies?
There's a bunch of videos.
That's
no,
it.
but yeah, there's a bunch of videos from a few days ago that this is all just nonsense.
All AI generated.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Wow,
But
that right there. That's what I saw.
Yes.
that'd be a dope podcast studio to put in the
That's
middle
fake.
of nowhere.
What
Wow.
that? Well, what?
Yeah,
what
there's some
All
AC.
right.
I'm not going to say that that's necessarily fake, but that's not it's not a house that someone could live in. That's like a couch and
It's a suicide pod, Eddie.
Yeah,
But
it's a little drug den.
Yeah,
That'd be dope,
that's
though.
exactly what I saw, and it's like a little 5-minute mini documentary commercial.
Yeah,
and they
there's
go deep into
Yeah, they
it.
got
Yeah,
you.
there's a
dog.
few of these.
Well,
That's
they
where
get
it's
you,
not
man.
real.
These AI things are nuts, man.
I haven't been
They're-
fooled yet.
Yeah, I've seen AI things with my own voice on. I'm like, wow, this is crazy, and I know it's fake.
You know, speaking of fakery, when you had Mel Gibson on your podcast the other day, he brought up the Shroud of Turin.
Yeah.
And I always thought that was fake. 'Cause like in the 80s.
What is that,
in
Eddie?
the shroud, it's like the cloth that Jesus was buried in and left an image of him. And in the 80s, like 1988, they did carbon dating on it. And they go, oh, it's fake. See that?
Yeah, it literally has
I
like
never-
the image of Jesus
Yeah,
burned into it somehow or another.
I never looked into it. I just figured it was fake. But listening to you and Mel Gibson
Yeah.
talk about it, I'm like,
It's
what?
real?
Is there a...
Well, apparently it's a lot older than they assumed when they did the first testing. And one of the problems is
Holy
that there's
shit.
cross-contamination. There's also been repairs to it. But they did subsequent testing, and they found that it was like 2,000 plus years old.
Yeah, and the one thing,
It's in the range.
it's the most studied artifact ever.
Damn.
Like particle physicists, nuclear engineers, they all studied it, and some of them, some believe in it, some don't believe in it, but they all agree on one thing: no one knows how they did it.
Right.
There's
No one knows how they
paint,
made it. It's
There's
not
no
paint.
paint. There's no
Yeah.
dye. So, dude, all this week, all day, I'm just watching documentary after podcast on this shit, and it's fucking mind blowing.
Yeah, it's pretty
It's
crazy.
mind-blowing.
If it turns out that they can't figure out how anyone could ever do it, like if no one has come up with a theory of how to do that today,
Yeah.
that's where it gets really interesting.
There's this
because
new-
it wasn't paint and it wasn't dye and it
They
wasn't,
all agree on that.
Wasn't burned.
They all
in.
agree it's a mystery. But then the skeptics say, just because we don't know how it was done doesn't make it real, which is a good point. But then the other side's like, dude, all these scientists have no idea how they faked it. It's got to be real. So it's all about how you look at it.
I lean on the side be real.
There's a nuclear
that'll be
engineer.
the most fun.
There's a nuclear engineer. You can go on YouTube. His name is Robert Rucker. Watch his breakdown. This guy's a nuclear dude. He's breaking down the it's insane because it's a negative image on a non-photographic material. It's
Right.
linen.
Right.
And then it turns out, like if you look at it with the naked eye, it's white, and then you see the image of the face is kind of like yellow. You can barely see it. But in like 1898, some photographer took a picture of it and then looked at the negative, and then all of a sudden in the negative, the whole body appears, front and back, because he was buried like with
You see the images, Jamie?
he was buried with the sheet under him, and it went around his head. That's the
crazy.
back of him, because
Yeah, the right one's the back and the left one's the front. That's crazy.
no one knows how they did it.
And it
No,
even has,
no
like,
scientist.
the holes where the wrist would be nailed.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
that's
That was the
wild.
thing with Jesus. With me, it's very hard. It was always very hard to believe in Jesus. I'm like, dude, the resurrection, like that's a hard one to wrap your brain around, right? I could believe that he existed. I could believe that he got crucified. A lot of people got crucified, but the resurrection was always the thing that kept me from really believing in Jesus. I'm like, there's no way the resurrection was real.
But even if this is real, Eddie, it doesn't mean he was resurrected, right? It just means he was crucified and he was the actual real man.
No, the thing is how the image got on. The people that believe that it's real believe that when he was resurrected, some kind of ultraviolet radiation, some kind of burst made that image.
Gotcha.
That's because that image has never been on any other shroud. People get buried in shrouds all the time. There's never an image like that.
Pretty crazy.
And the crazy thing is the blood, there's no image under the blood. So the blood was there first, and then the image is after. It's crazy shit. Dude, I'm like, I went deep down a rabbit hole all week just watching the skeptics, the scientists, particle physicists. They have no idea how the fuck that image got on the front and back, the back of them too.
It's pretty weird.
Did you see the thing? Apparently,
It's crazy, dude.
See the
It's
thing?
crazy.
Apparently, there's some structures underneath the pyramids they just found.
Yeah, we were talking
Yes.
about that the other day.
How have they not looked at that before?
Well,
the fuck?
they don't know whether or not that's legit or whether these guys are jumping to conclusions. A lot of people are calling bullshit and saying they jumped to conclusions. A lot of people are saying that it really, you can't tell from those images, like what they drew in the 3D image where they drew everything and made a model of it. They're doing a lot of guessing. So they're gonna do more testing though.
There's definitely something under there.
Someone
though, right?
starts something under there.
Something is under there.
Something's under there and it's massive. And if these guys are correct that it goes down 2 kilometers, like, help me explain that. Explain that with any conventional wisdom.
Aliens.
That's more than a mile into the earth. That's fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Like, what does that mean? Like, who did that, and what was the purpose of it? Because there's a guy named Christopher Dunn that thinks that the entire Giza pyramid, the big one, the Great Pyramid, was a power plant.
Yeah.
And he has this whole schematic that he mapped out. Like, this is how you would generate hydrogen. You would have something underneath the surface, underneath the ground, that was causing a vibration, a pounding, and then this reverberation, this vibration would go through the entire building because it was all made out of limestone. And then they had these channels, these paths that they would fill with chemicals, and they would go into what's called the King's Chamber, and this porous limestone that would allow the chemicals to leak through, to leach through, and that would create hydrogen.
God damn.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm butchering it. I'm sorry, Mr. Dunn. But if you listen to his take on it, and he's an engineer, he explains why the pathways and everything. This is exactly how you would do it if it was some sort of a power plant. But whatever it is, it's like I don't think that it's a tomb. I just don't think that makes any sense.
Remember your bit where you said, I bet people used to be really smart, but the dumb people just outfuck the smart people 10 to 1 at a staggering pace. Remember that shit?
Yeah.
Man, I mean, the pyramids for sure are a mystery. Like, how the fuck did they build those? And now finding out what's underneath them, like, fuck, who knows?
Yeah.
Göbekli Tepe. There's all these mysterious architecture everywhere.
Yeah.
Dude, but it's everywhere.
Everywhere.
Everywhere. Every city. Like these cathedrals. Like think about power tools were invented in the 1890s. And they're talking about these insane cathedrals all over the world.
Carved out of stone.
With no power tools?
Right.
How the fuck did they build?
Have you ever seen that one in India? There's a few of them in India, but there's one that's all carved out of stone. They didn't bring any rocks there. They don't know where the stone went.
Yeah.
It's all insanely intricate and carved out of stone and fucking massive.
And they're everywhere, dude. They're
There's no way to
everywhere.
explain
South
it.
America, Asia, China.
Yeah, look at that.
Like,
Look at that. Bro, they carved that out of solid stone.
They might have just been bored as fuck.
Look how
though,
tiny
right?
the people are
Right?
down there.
There's not shit
Bro,
to do.
do you
back
know how
then.
long that would take?
Yeah.
yeah.
Look Hundreds of years, they don't have
look
shit
how
to do.
spectacular the craftsmanship is. Spectacular. And no one knows how old that is. It's like, take a guess.
So
God.
you're back to your bit. People used, dude.
Might get offended.
There's-
yeah, it's probably
there's-
accurate.
Dude,
Oh, Molly McCann's getting choked. Shit.
She needs to win bad.
dude, have you heard? Have
Oh,
you heard,
she's getting choked.
Yeah, she's getting choked.
Well, the hands aren't locked yet. She has
No.
a 2-on-1 on the support
Right.
arm.
She keeps turning.
She's got a good grip on that shoulder cap, though.
Yeah.
Oh, now she's fucked. Now
she
she's
looks
fucked.
fucked.
Now she's fucked.
Nope, she's
she
gonna
let
get
go
out
of
of
that
it.
arm.
She's out of it. She's out of it.
Oh.
But it wasn't good that she had her hand underneath the jaw that
Yeah.
easily. But
Feel
she's,
like
only got,
whenever
she's only got 40 seconds.
Whenever she fights, the crowd's just cheering and she's getting beat up.
Well, she's so tough. She's so tough, and she's such a gamer.
It's just not enough in the
Oh,
UFC.
Oh, that's deep. Oh, that's deep.
That's a
Oh,
wrap.
that's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's over.
That's it.
She's lost, what, 4 out of 5 now?
Yeah, if that proves to be true, and there really are these massive structures underneath the pyramid, they got to change everything.
There's past civilizations that were super highly advanced. There's got to be. I mean,
You know what I have a hard time getting into, but I every now and then I'll dive into it. Giants.
giants too,
Giants.
dude. Giants. That's another
There's
one.
a lot
Oh,
of
for
those
moving all that shit?
Well, I don't know about that, because I think you need a lot more than giants to move those fucking stones.
Yeah.
You need some kind of crazy technology, because
Yeah.
giants don't explain the engineering. It doesn't explain the precision that was involved. Like whatever they did, they were moving 80-ton stones from 500 miles away and through the mountains, and there's no roads, and no one knows how they did it. There's
your
no
in-
explanation.
Did your Instagram algorithm fuck you up with the giant AI videos?
Oh yeah, I
of
saw
that-
those giant guys,
Yeah. Building the
huge
pyramids.
70-foot dudes carrying giant stones, like jacked, shredded. You know, there's a lot of reports throughout the ages of giant human beings. You know, and look,
What's a giant?
9 feet tall, 10 feet tall.
That's a fucking giant.
Like a race of 9 foot, 10 feet tall people, and there's all these stories about like bones that were giant bones that got transported to the Smithsonian, but they covered it up.
And I assume they don't live long because they're so big, so they probably
knows?
just
I
eventually
think it was.
fell off.
I think it's Robert Wadlow was 8'11". He's like on record the tallest.
Right,
Yeah,
but
he
he
was
had
a-
like
yeah.
a serious disease.
Yeah.
Now imagine a foot taller than that guy, jacked, but just a different kind of human being.
Bro.
Dude, have you heard of the little season that's in the Bible? They talk about the little season.
No,
Let me get a Coke.
Well, the in the Bible it
he
talks.
didn't get you a Coke, huh?
I know. I asked you when you were leaving to get a Coke.
Oh, I'm
Nice job,
sorry.
dude.
That's all good.
I'm sorry. But
No, I'm good.
in the Bible, apparently, your average Christian thinks tribulation is coming, right? Jesus is gonna eventually come, right? Tribulation, we're gonna be judged, right? And then there's gonna be a 1,000-year millennial where Jesus returns and rules for 1,000 years, and all the resurrected apostles are gonna be kings, and they're gonna rule this realm that we're in. That's what the tribulation. Jesus returns. 1,000-year millennium. This is in the Bible. And then after the 1,000 years, and then during those 1,000 years, there's a guy named Paul Stobbs I had on my podcast. He told me all about this. He's on YouTube, Understanding Conspiracies on YouTube. Paul Stobbs, he's amazing. He's talking about, so that's what we're waiting for. Jesus' return, he rules for 1,000 years. He's the king of this earth. And then while those 1,000 years are going on, Satan is chained to the lake of fire. So there's no Satan. It's just Jesus and his apostles ruling. And then after the 1,000 years, this is called the little satanic season. It's in the Bible too. I checked, Doc. The little season where Jesus lets Satan go, and then Satan rules this earth, and he influences all the nations. And it's called the little satanic season. And the purpose of that is to test people. There's a theory that he already ruled he came back in the apostles' lifetime and ruled. They already did that 1,000-year millennial, and now we're in the little season right now. Doesn't it seem like Satan is like influencing all the nations? Doesn't it seem like an evil world?
Well, it seems like evil has always been a part of the human race. There's always been people committing genocide.
Yeah.
There's always been evil. There's always been people that justify murder for money.
Yeah.
Bombings of fucking apartment buildings.
I sent them a link, like a 2-minute video. Jamie, can you play this real quick? This guy explains. It's really, and then you'll see all the structures. So that explains. So there's a theory. Is a theory that it explains all these structures that were built by angels.
Well, you got to wonder when you get back to that Zecharia Sitchin stuff, because one of the things about this whole Anunnaki thing was that they were giants. And the big theory is that the giants bred with human beings, which probably means some sort of genetic engineering, like taking like existing primates and turning them into human beings.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, those are the most fun. Those are the most fun. The idea that we were visited by an alien and an alien race, and this alien race is far superior, and that they used us as slaves to mine for gold. Those are the most fun theories.
Did you get that link?
Yes. Well, it's 22 minutes long.
No, just play like 2 minutes of it.
I know. I'm trying to find a good spot.
No, it's right.
What is their mechanism supposed to be of
start
actually
in the
traveling
beginning?
through space?
Oh no,
Middle
okay,
Ages,
so
right?
right at 1 minute.
That's what I was
Right
trying
at
to-
like 1 minute, you're right. Like
It's
one.
just showing videos though.
No, but there's talking over it. There's a narration over it.
So try it now.
I'm like, Paul, why are you doing this? Just stop it. He's clearly like, this is too much right now. Just stop.
Yeah, you just kept pummeling me. It just kept hitting. No, I thoroughly loved it. I've talked about it
He's
to
about to start.
100 people. Everybody I know, I'm like, there's a theory out there, and then I have no clue what I'm talking about. So please,
Fast forward
if
a little
you
bit
have
more.
time,
This video is called The Little Season Theory #1, and the YouTube channel is Understanding Conspiracies. The Little Season Theory #1. It's just so good.
He just
It's
said he has
so
no
good.
idea what he's talking about though. Too. Should
No,
we
just go
listen to that?
start it right there.
This is such an Eddie Bravo subject.
today to walk me through this.
Here we go.
Okay, I'll try and cover most
Sounds like
bases.
Bryce Mitchell talking.
I'm not going to be able to thoroughly explain every single nuance today in like 2 hours. It's just not going to happen. What I'll try my best to do in this talk is give a foundational overview of most of the talking points involved around this theory, and it's a working theory. Let's bear that in mind. We're still figuring things out. There's multiple options for certain sections of this theory where it could have gone, so I'll try my best to relay as much as I can. But the basic premise to work off here is that what most modern Christians are waiting for today is the return of Jesus Christ after the tribulation. And we all have our eyes on the signs. We're trying to discern the signs around us, trying to determine who the Antichrist will be, what the mark of the beast will be, all of those things. We're kind of looking for them and waiting for those signs to happen, which will be the signs of the coming of the Son of Man in the clouds, okay? Which will be tribulation, judgment, and then obviously a millennial reign is what people are waiting for. And people get to live with Christ for 1,000 years, as it says in Revelation 20. So people are pretty adamant we're living in that time. We're living in the time just before tribulation. It's just around the corner. It's just about to happen. Okay, that's what people are pretty adamant where we're at. That's the mainstream thought of not only conspiracy Christians, but just mainstream churchianity. That is the view of modern Christians. We are in that time. There've always been other views out there which say, it's a spiritual kingdom and we're living in it now, and that goes on forever and ever, and there's no physical kingdom and all these type of things. You have amillennialists who believe that type of thing. What this theory says kind of blows it all out of the water. It's a completely new take on the situation. There has been a worldview called preterism, which was created a while ago, I think about 1600s by... people say it was a Jesuit, but it may have been a Jesuit, but this theory we have today is not preterism, classically so called. It's it's something else. And a lot of people who don't like this idea will attack preterism and think that's what we're talking about. Most preterists, even they believe it's a spiritual kingdom, and we're not saying that here. We're talking about a real, physical, tangible 1,000 years where Christ reigned on earth. This theory posits it's all already happened. We're not living in the times just before tribulation. We're living after the 1,000-year reign of Christ. He's already been on earth. He has reigned for 1,000 years on earth with his resurrected saints and the elect who survived through tribulation.
Wouldn't there be a record of that?
And
doesn't it make sense that Christians would document that? I mean, if there's
he
all
goes
this
over that.
documentation,
No, he goes over like why if there was a record and we knew, then this wouldn't be a test. There wouldn't be a reason for the little satanic season. He let Satan out. He unchained him. There's a painting of Lucifer, and he looks just like the fucking Statue of Liberty, and he's got a chain, like a shackle around his ankle with a broken chain, and it's a famous painting of Lucifer, and he's like this, right? And then you look at the Statue of Liberty, that's not a woman, that's a dude, and it's got a fucking shackle around its
I thought it was a strong
ankle
chick.
with a broken chain. The
Statue of Liberty has a shackle around its ankle?
With a broken chain, just like the famous
Find
painting
the
of,
painting
No,
of
you can find that.
Lucifer.
But just punch in Lucifer, Statue of Liberty.
So much fun.
Dude,
Why
the
are
Statue of Liberty
conspiracies
is not a
so-
chick.
so much more
That's not a
interesting.
chick.
It's not a chick.
That's not a chick.
It's a trans dude.
I just thought you had a strong jaw.
Strong jaw and some
Nose.
some boobs, man boobs.
Look at that. That's a painting of
Look at the
Lucifer,
arms.
right?
Whoa.
Right?
Damn.
And you think that's a chick?
Go to the
And
full
It could
painting.
be France just
Look at that.
trolling us, though.
Look at the chain. He's got a.
Damn, Lucifer's dick is gone. He's got the Harvey Weinstein.
Go to the.
And there's the chain.
Look at that right there. Boom.
Whoa.
Look at that.
Wow.
Look at that. That's the foot of the Statue of Liberty. Broken chain with a shackle.
But Satan has two arms up in the air.
Yeah.
It's basically.
No, I don't know.
the-
I don't know. This is just crazy conspiracy
The
talk.
chain
This
is
is
Virtually
weird.
identical.
This
It's
is crazy
basically
shit.
the Elon Musk. My heart goes out to you.
Yo. I'm gonna say this, dude. Jesus
That is
is
going to be still
Lord.
framed somewhere on that.
Yes.
I'm all
on
in,
CNN.
dude. I'm all in. I'm all in with all this. With the Shroud of Turin, I'm all in, man.
Listen,
Christ is
two arms
king.
up. It conveniently cropped the image to make a false point. Oh, in that image, yeah, in that right there.
I mean, they look pretty fucking similar.
Two arms, one arm.
Look at the
Just
chin.
A dude with an arm up in the air.
art. I mean, they modeled it off
Yeah.
of something. They didn't just create it out of thin air. Usually, too.
You think that's a chick?
No chicks have that big ass bicep.
It does.
before.
The Statue of Liberty, the arm is huge. Look at
Yeah.
that forearm. That's a jacked forearm.
Look at the fucking
That's a-
hands.
Yeah, it's a dude's hand, a dude's arm, dude's face,
Dude's
dude's
nose.
nose.
Yeah.
Yeah. Statue of Liberty doesn't look like a guy, but it does look like it kind of has boobs.
And he's holding up
Missed that.
A torch.
a torch. Lucifer, that's the god of.
Is there boobs in the Statue of Liberty?
illumination.
Like legit boobs? So get a full view of the Statue of Liberty.
She cheeked up.
Did they give her some implants later in the
on
day?
a Thursday afternoon.
Did they pump out the copper? Did they get under the copper and heat it up?
Yeah,
and push
I've never
it out
seen
a little
it
bit?
close up, man.
Yeah, I've never seen the boobs.
The thing does look trans. Now that we look at it.
Now that you look at it,
France is like,
it could be keying a Tesla. It could be keying a Tesla right now. Okay, so here's the full image of it. Yeah, it doesn't look like it has boobs. That does not look like. Well, that
A little bit.
right one looks like a little bit of a tit.
bit,
That looks
yeah.
like a
could be
tit.
gyno though.
Could be gyno. Could be gyno. Ancient steroids.
That ain't no chick, man. God damn, Eddie, why you fucked that up for me?
I don't know, man.
Pretty crazy.
I don't know. I've been going down
Here,
rabbit holes.
France wanted the Statue of Liberty back.
Yeah,
That looks like a chick.
They said, "Give it back to us. You guys are bad." Look at that. And then the lady who's a White House press secretary is like, "You're lucky we're not speaking. You guys would be speaking German if it wasn't for the United States."
Yeah, that's press secretary's a savage.
It's like every day you wake up, it's like what now?
But we needed France to beat them in World War I. That's a fact too. France lost like some insane percentage of their population in World War I. I think they lost 25% of their male population, their 18 to 25 or 18 to 30 male population in World War I, and another 25% in World War II. They paid heavy.
No one paid a heftier
tolls.
price than Russia.
Russia paid
no one
the
talks about.
heaviest
They
toll.
don't teach that in schools. Russia got fucked.
They lost 20+ million. Yeah. I mean, Russia's been through so much. Just the amount of people that got starved by Stalin. France provided crucial aid to the American colonists during the Revolutionary War, including military support, financial assistance, and naval power, ultimately contributing significantly to the American victory and independence. Yeah, they've helped us through everything. Yeah. So, I think it's stupid that we hate France. I don't get it. I think it's stupid that we hate Canada, too. I don't get that either.
Canada needs to get their shit together, though.
Yeah, they have terrible government, but
he's out,
Canadian
right?
people are awesome.
Yeah, Canadians are awesome.
Yeah, but the new guy is like more of the same.
Oh, really?
And then they have to have a vote. And when they have a vote, then that Pierre Polivet guy.
Is he one of
has a
Fidel
chance.
Castro's sons, too, or what?
No, he's not.
When is that vote?
He's a conservative. They don't have the same thing over here. Like it's November 4th. Like with them, they get to decide when there's going to be a vote.
When they've had enough.
So they'll call it in 3 weeks. 3 weeks, we're going to have a vote. Like I don't even know when or how. I don't know how their system works up there. They got a squirrely system up there. And they just keep losing rights left and right. I mean, what they did during the whole trucker convoy thing was nuts.
That was crazy.
Wow.
Crazy. Like full-on communist bullshit.
There's people still in jail.
Well, there's people that lost their bank account that only donated to the truckers.
That's wild.
That was crazy. They froze their money.
But I
because
mean,
you donated.
that was kind of the start of like them stopping all the crazy shit.
Well,
Like-
it was kind of a lot of people woke up.
The
Yeah.
protest.
Yeah.
Yeah,
a
like
lot of
once the truckers did that and they started shutting bank accounts
Well,
down,
you're fucking with real
and like
dudes.
across like all of North America, they were like, okay, maybe we should kind of
Truckers are real dudes. They're like, hold up.
Yeah.
Hold the
There's
fuck up.
a lot of dudes who woke the fuck
Yeah,
up because of
thank
that.
God.
Yeah. Because they're so polite
We're
up
so
there.
back.
They're so nice and polite in Canada that it's like
Till they're not.
Till they're not. But it's easy to kind of like, get them thinking, this is the right thing to do, eh?
Yeah.
And then the next thing you know,
Have you seen the DMT red laser light thing?
I've heard about that.
Yo.
I heard it's nuts. Have you done it? Have you
No,
seen it?
but I've seen a
No.
bunch of videos on it. Apparently, if you do DMT and you shoot a red laser. I sent Jamie a video. If you shoot a red laser, you see the Matrix. You see code.
Yeah. You
And
see-
everybody sees the same shit.
Everybody. Not
Yes.
only that, but
It's
if you
real
get
shit.
above the laser and you look down,
Yes.
you see layers of code.
Yes. Check this out.
Also,
Look
Chase
at
Hughes,
this. Look-
I just saw a video of him saying he saw it too.
Yeah,
He didn't
this
talk
is
about
on
it.
Chase
It's
Hughes.
the same
Is
thing
he a
sent me.
famous scientist or something?
No, he was just on the podcast though.
This guy was?
Yeah, he's a mind
his
control
guess.
expert. It explains psyops and how
Seen it on Instagram, and I heard you and Danny talking about it. So you've done it.
Yeah, I saw it on Instagram and flew Danny to my house right away.
Like, break this down for people because it got shared amongst my group, and it's like, what the fuck?
Exactly. And that's the only question you're still going to have after you see it.
It doesn't answer any questions. It just invites a lot
Nothing.
more.
Yeah, nothing else. There's code. Absolutely, there is code.
So the code's not like spinning there. It's like, it's literally like kind of written out static.
It's static. I can move the laser up and down and see all of the letters, but it's like 3-dimensional. So I can get close to the wall. I can look down inside of the laser that way, and I can look up in the laser that way.
What's your best guess at explaining that?
I would be a fool.
Okay. We can just leave it at that.
Can't somebody
Maybe
write
it's
the
the
code
universal
down?
consciousness that we're projecting
They
something
just discovered
onto it.
this.
Well, I bet some eggheads probably
I
are
know.
right.
I know the
People
guy who
have.
discovered it.
People
Man.
have.
Really?
I don't know him personally, but Brandon McCaffrey, one of my black belts, he knows him personally. He goes, dude, if you ever want to do your podcast, I could make. I'm like,
Let's
hell
pay,
yeah.
Let's pay attention to this fight.
This is a great fight.
Dude,
Gunnar Nelson
that's-
hasn't
Gunnar
fought in
Nelson
3 years.
kept
that was
on.
that was seeing the Matrix when you're on DMT with a red laser.
Yeah.
How crazy
any,
is that?
any laser?
Wild.
It's like a red laser. There's a bunch of videos on it on YouTube.
But is it like a specific laser? Or
I wonder
is
if
it
you
just
could do it
like,
with a green laser.
I don't
too.
know.
Or it's just
I
like
don't
any
know.
laser?
I don't know, but there's video of a bunch of people. That's just one dude. That's like the most, you know, all the other guys are like stoner dudes. You know what I mean? I wanted to show like this dude.
Yeah, the
He seemed to
actual
have a little more
Seemed to have a mortgage.
intelligence, a little bit, or
No,
a little
Chase is very smart.
believability. You know?
Yeah.
But everybody sees the same shit. They see the fucking Matrix, the numbers, the code. Isn't that fucking life changing?
Did you saw that Tom Campbell interview that I did, right?
Yeah, I love that one. That was one of my favorite
That
ones.
one's nuts.
Yeah.
That one's nuts.
Yeah.
When he's explaining to you that consciousness creates reality.
You know what? I never really took the simulation theory seriously, but you know, I always believed like Jesus is a new thing for me. Like the Shroud of Turin, I'm all in now with the Shroud of Turin. But before that, I was like, I don't know about Jesus, maybe, but I believe in God and I believe in a creator. Like whoever created this shit
Oh, here we go.
is God.
Here we go.
Right?
Gunnar Nelson, Kevin Holland.
And there must be code on how God created this.
Yeah.
So that you know, I think science, like the simulation guys, they're finding what God created. Like who else could put this simulation together but a God? Who else?
Here's the craziest theory. You know, AI is about to become sentient, and then they're going to do quantum computers with AI. What if that's how Jesus comes back? What if Jesus reemerges
And he's just
as
this
a
voice, right?
created consciousness?
And he's on an app.
Yeah,
And you
well,
can just talk
it's
to
everywhere.
Jesus.
By that time, it'd probably
Well,
be
what
able to communicate to your fucking head. I mean, they've already figured out how to put signals into people's heads, put voices in people's heads. They can literally have things say things to you, or you hear voices in your head.
Yeah.
They have that technology. And if quantum computing gets attached to AI and then it figures out how to make better versions of itself, like what does that mean?
But isn't that similar to like MK Ultra? What we're doing to compromise people?
Well, that's
Right?
different.
How's it different though?
Because MK Ultra, they were just trying to manipulate people with acid, and they were doing all sorts of different psychedelic drugs and doing it
To
on
get 'em to
people
think
without
crazy
them knowing.
shit, though,
yeah.
right?
But also try to get them to manipulate them so they can get
Yeah.
them to do things like
Yeah.
try to kill the president or
Yeah.
something like that.
like
which they
Manson
still
and
do.
shit. Yeah, they have to still do.
There's no way they stop doing that.
There's no
And
way.
I guarantee if there is a conspiracy theory about that kid in Pennsylvania that tried to kill Trump,
Been saying it since
went to
day
the ground. Gunnar got him down.
He had a nice Cosoto.
Kevin's lost 4 out of his last 5.
Damn,
He
he's
really
gonna
needs
put a
this
triangle
win.
on him.
Look at
On
this.
the
Kevin
block.
is a black belt, but not Gunnar Nelson black belt.
Gunnar Nelson's so legit.
Yeah.
If he can get you scrambling on the
Look
ground,
at that.
Kevin's
Look
in
at
trouble.
that. Look at that. Dude. Damn, if he opens his legs, he's
trapped
got to
in
put
that
a,
omoplata.
he's got to put a grip together around that arm right there. Just if he put a grip
Him and Ario.
around the arm, oh yeah.
Oh my God, he's hanging on that arm. That can't be good for the shoulder.
It's over now. He's not going to be able to hold on. All he had to do was just grip under the armpit, and that was a
tiring.
wrap.
This is a tiring position though for Gunnar. He's holding his entire body weight.
It's
off
tiring
the
for
floor.
Kevin too, though. His legs are gassing
Yeah.
out here for sure.
Yeah.
And now he's out.
Gunner's a weird one because he's
Now he's up
not
against the cage.
active. You know what I'm saying? Like he doesn't fight a ton.
When
He's
was the
busy
last
with
time
his
he was
gym.
there?
Oh, look at
3
that,
years
another
ago, I
triangle.
think, Joe. It might be 2, but maybe 3. It's gonna be tough
that
to submit
again.
Gunner.
Yeah, he's getting in there.
Yeah, Gunner's not scared to get in there.
No, he's not scared.
And eventually, you're gonna
Who
get tired.
gave Kevin Holland his black belt?
Travis Luter.
Travis Luter?
Oh
yeah.
shit. Okay.
Yeah, he's a Texas boy, Fort
Last
Worth.
fight was 2 years ago.
2 years
almost
ago.
Exactly.
he did
How
have-
old is he now, Gunnar? He's got to be 36.
Yeah.
He was so good when he was at the top of his game. His jiu-jitsu was off
Yeah,
the charts.
considered one of the best jiu-jitsu players.
Beat Jeff Munson. Remember that?
I forgot that.
Munson
one.
was fucking huge.
Yeah, MMA wise, he just never got over that hill like the top contenders.
Well,
He's just not active enough.
and his striking is just not at the same level as the elite guys.
Yeah.
Although he does have a good style, that sort of karate,
His style's cool.
Robert
Yeah.
Whitaker type style.
I think he just got busy. Like he has his school. It's like in the side of a fucking mountain.
Is it?
Yeah. In Iceland.
He's an interesting dude, man.
Yeah. Super talented. Remember he was part of Connor's camp for a while there.
That's right. Yeah.
Oh shit! Can opener.
Old school.
I've always liked Gunnar Nelson.
Yeah, this is.
Big Thor told me he rolled with Gunnar. I know he's rolled with you, Gordon. He said
Oh,
he got
yeah.
absolutely destroyed.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
said
there's
he
a
rolled
video
with
of it.
Gunnar and he couldn't understand it.
Yeah, there's
'Cause
a-
he was like, I understand Gordon because he's so big. He's like, then I rolled with Gunnar Nelson. He fucked me up
Yeah,
too.
I watched a video of it the other day.
Oh, really? There's a
Yeah.
video of Gunnar.
Yeah.
and
Well, I mean, Thor
Thor?
just has like he's like has no grappling experience.
Zero.
Yeah.
Zero.
Who's Thor?
The
the
mountain.
Strongman? The mountain?
Oh,
From Game
oh,
of
yeah,
Thrones,
yeah, yeah.
the giant
Yeah.
dude. He's like 6'9".
You know who's competing in jiu-jitsu now is that guy Martins.
Oh, Martins?
Yeah, Martins.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. He like did that one when I rolled with Thor. He was also there, and he like wrestled in high school, so he was like a little bit more with it.
Better base.
And he he's like been training jiu-jitsu and competed.
That's cool.
Like he just won his first tournament.
Good for him. He's been a handful for
Imagine
those
Brian
guys.
Shaw started getting into jiu-jitsu.
I taught him a private when he came here. That was interesting.
What the fuck, dude? That's a giant.
So yeah, he's a giant.
Yeah, that's like a legit
so
I
giant.
made him drill Big Dan. I was like, I'm not touching either one of you.
That's a good way to get hurt. Look
Nice-
at that.
nice
Oh,
job by Gunnar.
Oh, he
shit.
lost
Fucked
it.
up.
Scrambled.
It's really
Got
greasy.
slippery. Got slippery.
Kevin has that X factor.
Oh, nice knee to the body.
Shit.
That was a nice knee by Kevin. That hurt.
This pace and
Oh, he dropped him.
It's over.
Oh,
6 seconds to go.
Oh, he got some. He got some.
Oh, man, he's in
Got
trouble.
some.
2, 1.
Let
And
it go. Oh shit, that was a big
the
punch.
haymaker at the end.
Oh, Gunner's
Damn,
fucked up.
they let it go.
Oh, look at him. He's wobbly.
Super fucked up.
He's wobbly.
They're not going to stop it.
Oh, it's going to start on the feet. Gunner's in trouble.
Gunner's in trouble.
Yeah, he's in
Good
trouble.
for Kevin. He needs a win, man.
Yeah, he does. It's been a while. He
Lost
just
4 out of his
fights
last 5.
so often. No one's more active than Kevin. But this is 170 finally.
What's his
Yes.
losing streak? 2?
Lost 4 out of his last 5. I think he's lost 3 in a row.
The thing is, like, he's so much better at 70. I know he doesn't like the weight cut, but
He's
it's
so much
70.
better at 70.
So
So much
tall
better.
and long and dangerous.
Remember, he beat Homeboy, who did the spinning back.
Joaquin Buckley.
Yeah, Joaquin Buckley
Two
at
in a row.
welterweight.
He lost 2 in a row.
Yeah, 3 out of 4.
Hamzat and who else?
All 4 out of 5.
Oh, Rene de Ridder.
He's
right?
lost 4 out of 5.
Yeah.
The Ritter versus Bo is going to be interesting.
Fuck yeah, it is.
Bo
Real
better
interesting.
fucking wrestle, dude. I'm gonna freak the fuck out.
Yeah, but I was so impressed with what that guy did to Holland. I was like, that's impressive. Because he just
RDR?
manhandled him. Yeah,
Yeah.
manhandled him when he went to the
His
ground.
grappling is good. He came. I trained with him.
RDR,
a good
yeah.
amount. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gunnar looks like he's still in a little bit of trouble.
Yeah, RDR was a 2-division champion at one championship. Like, he's no
Yeah.
punk. But if Bo Nickel gives us bad striking, I'm gonna freak the fuck
Here
out.
we go.
Kevin Holland's fought 7 times since Gunnar Nelson's last fight.
Correct.
That's crazy. Oh, uppercut. You got him with that uppercut.
He also had a good grappling match.
Oh,
with
nasty
Andre.
punches to the body by Holland.
He also went against Cade in one championship. Just straight grappling.
If Gunnar
Rainier?
can't take,
Who did?
yeah,
Oh, did he?
RDR.
How did that go?
He got submitted, I think.
if
He-
Gunnar
he
can't
lost.
take
I don't know
Kevin
if he
down
got
here,
submitted,
he's in
but-
trouble.
I didn't see that one.
Yeah.
Gunnar is not able to take Kevin down this round. He's going to be in trouble. And also, you got to think Kevin Holland's hungry right now.
Yeah,
You know, because he still wants to be a champion.
Yeah, that's tough. At 70, though, he could do it.
He can do it at 70. He's just got to be super focused and stay at 70. This hopping up and down and, getting losses at 85 against De Ridder's like 220. He's a
But
big
also being that
fucker.
active, it's tough to compete with the biggest guys. It's just tough to be that active
Right.
and be a top guy
He fought
Right.
Kamzat at 85.
You got man
on like a
handled.
3-hour notice.
Yeah, man. That was when Nate Diaz and him were supposed to fight,
Yeah.
but Hamzat came in 8 pounds heavy, and Kevin
Yeah.
Holland stepped up and said, I'll take it.
And Hamzat just fucking.
And Kevin was
blew up.
supposed to fight D-Rod,
Yep.
remember?
Yep. Which is a great fight.
Gunner's trying real hard for this takedown, man. Burning off a lot of fuel.
Nice spiral, nice
Almost
spiral.
has it. Almost has it.
Not quite.
Oh,
If he would have
good
kept
D.
stepping inside, he would have done it,
He had it, yeah.
if he cut a circle a little bit better.
But he's got to be fatigued right now. 2+ minutes into the second and got beat up at the end of the first, which takes a lot out of you.
He
That's
almost
a-
had his hands lost.
Such a big factor. You think about perceived
Nice.
skills.
Oh.
Oh, come on, Gunner.
You think about perceived skills versus current level after a guy gets rocked. You think he's still the same guy that he was early in the fight, but when you get rocked, man,
Oh, bro, you're out of it.
yeah.
Well, look at Makachev and Oliveira.
Mm-hmm.
Like he clipped him and then immediately passed his guard and finished him.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Or even Ankalaev and Pereira. Second round, he gets rocked. And then he's kind of not the same
No.
after that. It's
Trigger
much,
shy. Yeah.
much more defensive after that.
Forgot the game plan a little bit. Kept getting his back to the cage.
Bro, I saw a good breakdown of Ankalaev's stand-up against Pereira. It was very high level.
Super impressive.
Especially taking away the front hand. He's doing this circular motion with his hand and taking away angles.
Apparently, they run that rematch back.
Oh, we got him
Clive
down.
Announced it.
Almost.
Nice.
They're going to run it back, I'm
Yeah,
sure.
they have
They
to.
have
Back
to. That's the big fight in that division. And if Pereira can come in healthy, He
Oh!
got him down. But he's another one. He's too active.
Too active. But he's smart, too, because he's 36, 37. He's like, I got to go, man. I got to make as much money as possible.
He's done that. He's become an all-time great in 3 years, which is crazy.
You give 10-8 first round? Got to be 10-8, right?
That's hard to say because Gunnar had him down for a while.
Yeah.
I
judges, I doubt.
He had him in
they-
omoplata,
He
too.
did rock him at the end. Yeah, I count those, and unfortunately, they don't count. Like near submissions, I think near submissions are big.
I'm with you, Eddie.
If they're close, it should be 10-8.
Like Oliveira versus Arman Sarukian. I feel like Oliveira almost had him a couple times.
What did he have? And what?
He had
Darce?
what did he have? A Darce and was
Darce,
it,
guillotine.
If it's
Guillotine.
cinched up, if you have something cinched up, and
that's a lot.
The shame about
even
that
a
fight-
triangle.
Yes.
The
That
shame
should be
about
10-8.
that
Close.
fight should have been 5 rounds. That's 5 rounds. Charles probably wins that.
But yeah, I think so too. Maybe. I mean, who knows?
Who knows? But he would have a better chance.
But if you count like near submissions as like much more points,
You get no credit.
You don't get credit like you do if you rock a guy.
know.
But it's you're close to finishing a fight.
But to that same point, like with Alex Pierre defending 12 takedowns, 12 for 12, you
Right.
get no fucking credit.
Right.
The guy attempted 12 takedowns. You couldn't do it. That guy gets no
Who
points.
should get credit?
The guy defend the takedown.
No, you don't get credit. You get credit for like not getting hit.
Well, you get a little bit.
A little bit.
A little bit.
I don't think you
But
should get
the
credit
big-
for defense.
The big
No.
credit is the submission attempts.
Yeah,
that
for
came
offense.
real
You
close.
get
Look at
points
this.
for offense, not defense.
He's going to it again.
Can you imagine you get points for escaping an armbar? Like that would be retarded.
That'd be dope.
See, this is interesting, right? Because Kevin was doing a lot of damage at the end of the first, but a lot of it was on the back. And then here you got Gunnar takes him down after unsuccessfully taking him down for like 3 minutes, and he's doing something. He's on top.
Oh, he won
but-
this round for
right?
sure.
But nothing's happening.
Did he
You know
win
what
it
I'm saying?
really?
Yeah.
You get a takedown.
Yeah, that wins.
But
the
you know what I'm
round.
saying? Like nothing's
He didn't do
happening.
shit,
He's not
though.
getting any damage.
Kevin didn't do anything.
True. Yeah.
So
if
they-
in
so they
that
sit back, they go,
situation,
all right,
yeah,
nothing
Yeah.
happened. He took him
You
down.
gi- you give it
Yes.
to Gunnar
You
for
give it
sure.
to Gunnar.
100%.
Yeah,
but it's not as good as like a guy rocking you.
I know.
Right. It's
exactly. There's a difference.
I feel
Big
like the whole
difference.
scoring
There should-
system is fucked.
it's
Both
horrible.
those rounds are not 10-9s. The second round's a 10-9. First round, how is that a 10-9? He almost knocked
They-
him out.
they
He
should be able to
barely
give 10
survived.
they should be able to
could have stopped
10-10s.
it right at the end. He got
Right.
saved by the bell.
Like boxing.
How is that not
right?
a
When a
10-8?
guy gets dropped, it's automatically a 10-8.
Yes.
Yeah. I
Guy's
think
in
that's-
trouble,
Yeah.
10-8.
I think that's a good move.
Yeah.
When a guy gets dropped. But then you got, fights like where a guy gets dropped and gets up and drops the other guy. Like,
Then
like,
it evens out.
yeah, I guess.
I think even rounds are okay. Like
I
sometimes
think they
it's
need
so
a
close.
more comprehensive scoring system.
Yes.
I think the whole 10-9 is crazy because we just took it from boxing. And we're like, okay, that's a established point system for fighting, but you're using it with something that has all these different elements. Takedown, submission,
Way more
octagon
elements,
control. There's so many more factors in
And
an
you gotta
MMA
look at the
fight.
people scoring it. These judges, half of them don't know what the fuck they're looking at.
That's a good fight. Moreno and Erceg. That Erceg guy almost beat Pantoja.
That's we're doing EBI in Mexico City the next day.
Oh,
So
nice.
that's Saturday. Next day EBI 23, the featherweights with strikes.
Nice.
We're bringing back strikes in EBI.
Ooh.
Hell yeah.
Strikes or
There's enough
combat
sub only.
jiu-jitsu? Like,
Combat jiu-jitsu.
so slaps.
Yeah,
slaps.
combat
And
jiu-jitsu.
you could punch
It
to the
was
body?
born in EBI.
Can you punch the body?
You could punch you could strike to the body. You could strike anywhere.
Punch.
Not punch.
You
Strike.
can palm
Open
strike
hand
to the
everywhere.
body.
Yeah.
Boss Rutan
Yeah.
style.
Yeah. That's next Sunday
Are
on
guys
UFC Fight Pass.
practicing their body strikes? Are they like working on that? Oh, Jesus.
They should.
Kevin's so dangerous in the clinch. He's hitting him with hard body shots, man. The clinch. Oh, elbow over the top. Oh, knee.
Good knee.
Kevin's got to go for broke because he probably won the first round. I think he won the first round for sure.
For sure.
Second round, no. So this is it. And Kevin needs to win. He's landing some uppercuts. Oh, Gunner's in
Can't get
deep.
taken
Gunner's in deep. Oh, he's out of it.
But he doesn't have his hands locked anymore on the body.
Just trying to
Oh,
get
he
him
got
off-
him.
He's just trying to
He
get him
got
off
him.
the cage.
He got him.
Oh,
Full
shit.
mount. Full
Mounted.
mount. Oh, shit.
Kevin's
Here it
in
is.
trouble.
Kevin's in trouble.
Gunnar Nelson full mount, third round.
Grapevine in the legs.
He rushed in the back taking the first round, though. He should
Yeah.
take his time from here.
Yep.
I mean,
Oh, he's got time.
Take his feet off the
the
cage.
fact that
Yeah.
he's not
His feet off the cage.
The fact that he's not digging for underhooks right now is kind of scary.
Well, he should have took his feet off the
There-
cage.
Yep.
Like why
Oh,
won't you
beautiful.
immediately go for the underhook?
Yeah.
That like what was your plan in the mount?
Underhook's at least take his feet off the cage. That's what got him out.
You're not supposed to dig your toes in the face.
Gordon, if you were in the mount right there, you would immediately grab the underhook and underjack to like an arm triangle, right?
Yeah, underhook.
Right?
Underhook. Well, the first thing is to circle his feet off the cage because that gives him.
You're saying circle him to the center of the octagon?
Well, just
So he's
circle his
facing
feet
the
towards the
octagon?
center.
Yes.
Because the bridge off the cage just gives you immensely.
Correct.
Totally, but besides that,
that and
underhook,
that and underhook,
underjack, arm triangle, right? Oh damn! Look at that. He's gonna knock him out
those
with
are
that.
good.
He should
He
really.
knocked Jacare out from the bottom.
Yep.
From guard.
How about Henzo on Oleg Tarahov?
Oh yeah,
Remember
that
shit?
up kick. That was the first
my
time we
God.
saw like an effective up kick.
Yeah, and then Jerry Bolander on.
He's gonna pass him here.
I know. Murillo
Musasi.
Bustamante or Fabio Gurgel.
Oh, he's passing him. He's got the back.
He's got one hook.
I think there's probably like 10.
Oh,
there it is.
Arm triangle.
There it is.
He's got to
great.
get his right
There
knee
it
across
is.
to Kevin's left hip.
He's got to mount him. He's got to
He's
pass
to get
the
his
guard.
left knee across to
Can't
his
do it from
left
half
hip, or
guard.
his right knee
Pass the
across to his
guard.
left hip.
and
Can
get
he
to
not
the
apply
mount.
enough pressure in half guard?
It's hard from half guard.
It
but
depends if he has a
Could
good
do it, though.
lockdown or not. If he had a good lockdown, he would survive. But he just got to. Why
wants to
he's not
turn away
passing
from
the
it.
guard here, I'm not sure.
It's also hard for him to dismount from here because the cage is in the way.
He's got
even if he does
There
mount
it is.
him.
Here
Here he
comes the
goes.
mount. Here it comes.
Okay, so now he's going to try to either mount him or move
slice
to side
that knee
control.
through.
But he's kind of wedged in place by the cage.
He should be able
There
to.
it is. Here it
Here he
comes.
goes.
Here it comes. He probably knows what's up. He's just waiting till
He's
Kevin
almost
chills
out.
catches his
He's
breast.
He's
Oh,
out.
should not
He's
take
out.
the back.
No, the back roll. Kevin's out. That was
Oh.
nice by Kevin.
That was really nice.
That's
So
why you
Gunnar-
got to mount.
Gunnar,
That's why you got to.
Gunnar should have switched back to a tight waist when Kevin went to roll
Kevin
out.
should break free here. He should
Yes.
break free here and start
Quit
teeing off
engaging.
on him.
Agree.
Gunnar held on to the arm triangle too long.
He should have
too long to
mounted,
pass.
in my opinion. Like all arm triangles, in my opinion, should be in the mount. Once you start going side control, there's too many escapes. The escapes are too easy.
Well, you should have at least set it better for mount. Like
Yeah.
it wasn't set. Like
Yeah.
you should have mounted him.
Some knees.
Oh,
Big
shit!
knee.
Kevin's gonna come at him hard here.
Yeah, he is.
He's got to.
Just can't get taken down.
Oh, another
Oh,
knee.
shit.
Another knee.
Damn, this is gonna be a hard one to score.
Super hard to score.
Trying to go for a Darce.
It looks like
It
it.
looked like you thought about it.
Yeah, he's looking for it for sure.
Disengage, Kevin.
I know, right? Especially now. He's got
Yeah,
double
He's got his
underhooks.
hands locked.
And he had times to disengage, and he's got an advantage in the striking,
Huge advantage.
but also like so exhausted at this point in the fight.
Yeah, he's probably trying to rest.
Total strikes, Kevin 130. Gunnar 20.
Gunnar's going to win it.
You think?
Unless Kevin catches him, 3 seconds to go.
So 10-9, 10-9, Gunnar, but then 10-8 in the first round. What is that, a draw?
No,
Is
you
that a
do
draw?
you do 10-9 Holland first round.
This is going to be a draw.
10-9.
If they
And then
gave
fall
him
in the third
10-8 for the first round.
The guy was saved by the bell. How do you
Yep.
not give him a 10-8?
No, I agree. But
He's
it
gonna
doesn't
have so
mean
much
that the
control
judges
time.
agree. The judges are goofy.
Yeah.
Judges are goofy.
It all depends.
It depends.
Do they
I
still,
don't think they hand out 10-8s
do
enough.
Do they still have Adlai Bird? Does she still work?
I don't know. It's a good question.
She was awesome. She was the best.
That's a good question. What is this movie? For what movie? For Ford. This is a truck?
So it's a Ram. Yeah. It's a truck
Women in the
commercial.
Yard. No. It's a movie. Only in theaters Friday. Oh, you're looking at something different?
Yeah, I
I
have
was
a
going to say,
different
you're on
commercial.
delay. I was like, that's a truck commercial?
Oh,
Yeah,
are
I'm
you
watching-
looking at like ESPN Plus's different
Yeah.
commercials
On
The
than
new Raptor coming
iOS,
out?
Yeah.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, I have a different commercial right now too.
Oh, how weird.
I have like
So it's different
accounting.
commercials depending upon where you look?
Yeah, it's weird. It's both they're my accounts too, so. Yeah, I have a hiring ZipRecruiter ad.
Well,
So I think Jan's next.
yes. Jan Olberg next. So what's the guess?
Oh, man.
Give us some volume, Jamie.
I think Gunnar takes it.
Yeah, Gordon has a good point with all the control Gunnar had with these judges.
Draw.
Yeah.
Draw.
No, I think they
Could
give
be
Gunnar.
a draw.
I think
Gunnar
Gunnar
split.
wins.
Either it's a
Matter,
draw,
Gunnar
split.
either it's a draw or
Gunnar split.
Kevin
Here we
Holland
go.
wins.
Gunnar split. Oh, it's Gunnar. Oh,
Told you.
Wow. Good for Kevin, man.
They
That's
gave him,
legit.
they gave him that third round.
Yeah. Damage.
I don't have a.
It's
He was
legit. He did all the damage, even though Gunnar had control of him. He did the damage.
He
Gunnar
did have an arm
triangle. Yeah,
And he did take him down.
yeah. But
That
Kevin
could go
definitely
either
did
way.
more damage to
Almost
him.
had his back a couple times.
Yeah, true.
I think it should have been a draw.
It could have been a draw.
I mean, Kevin looked surprised when they announced him.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Good for Kevin. He needs it. Yeah, he's saying I knew it could go either way.
Kevin at 170. That's his spot.
Yeah, that's his spot.
He's beat some good guys.
He's got legit championship potential. How about a rematch with him and Joaquin Buckley at 170? That would be crazy. You know?
Is Joaquin Buckley the guy that did that crazy kick?
Yeah,
Yeah.
bro, he's a monster at 170.
No problem.
At 170, he's a
He
monster.
beat the shit out of Colby.
He's so motivated too.
Colby Covington?
Yeah.
Kevin Holland?
No, Colby
No,
got his
no.
ass whipped by
Joaquin.
Joaquin Buckley.
Forgot about that fight.
Joaquin-
How did that go down? Knockout?
He just beat the shit
just
out
beat
of
the
him. They
fucking
stopped the fight.
Defend the takedown, just beat the shit out of him.
He beat the shit out of him.
Stopped the fight,
He
dude.
beats the
They
shit out of
stopped the
everybody.
fight?
Yeah.
Due to
170,
cut.
he's a monster.
Colby Covington?
Yeah, they stopped the fight. Yeah.
Recently or
Joaquin
early in his
beat
career?
ass.
Few
Recently.
months ago.
Damn, I missed that.
Colby's last fight.
Holy
Colby's
shit.
older now.
Joaquin's a real problem at 170. He's super motivated, amazing genetics, super explosive and fast, but like very disciplined. Gets better every fight. Crazy cardio at 170.
Especially
One
for that,
se-
being that muscle bound.
That
His
muscle
cardio's
bound, but
good.
it's his work ethic, man.
Yeah.
He's got crazy work ethic, you know. And did you see that video he made for Bilal?
No.
It's like he was like explaining, like, you got what I want. Like, is this whole thing talking about his life, what he needs,
That'd be a
taking
great
care of his
fight.
grandmother. Like,
It's a
it was
good
like
fight.
intense.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm coming for you, boy. It's intense.
Yeah.
He's a real threat at 170.
Big time.
But I would love to see that.
She coming back?
No, she's done. She got boobies now.
Yeah.
That's the man.
Remember when he fought Ryan Hall? No one knew who he was.
Oh yeah,
You know?
he smashed him. Duck.
Yeah, I would
He's in a
say,
tough
what would you say,
position.
Gordon? Like 80%, 85% of UFC fighters aren't ready for the high level leg locks, right? That's like Brian Hall came in and he would just leg lock dudes.
Yeah,
weren't quite ready because MMA fighters aren't really training.
focused on it.
They're not focused on jiu-jitsu
You even got
at the high
BJ.
level. But see, and Ryan Hall he ripped through some people with leg locks.
Even BJ.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, but then he hits Topuria. How do you say his
Yeah.
name?
Topuria.
Topuria?
Ilia. Yeah.
That was the first guy. Like, oh shit, this guy knows how to defend leg locks. Like, who is he? Who's his coach? He's got a
I'm not sure.
famous guy.
Ilia?
Yes, he was working with someone legit. Maybe it was like Balance Studios or something. I don't know, but that was sometimes you're gonna run into guys that you cannot leg lock, and when it's all greasy.
But also, you get to a certain level where guys can stop your game at leg lots, and if you don't have striking, you get exposed.
Yeah,
That's
you
why
could tell
Ryan
he
doesn't
was,
fight a
he
lot.
was well versed in Poria. How do you say it again? Topuria.
Topuria.
Ryan Hall's had
fucking
like 9 surgeries.
Yeah.
Over the last, like maybe more. Josh
It was
Waitzkin.
23 is what I looked up.
That's nuts.
He's not that active. I know he's turned down a lot of matchups too.
Like, what is he getting surgery on? That's 23 times.
Is he still
They kept
fighting?
having problems is what it was.
Ryan Hall still
He's
fighting?
still under contract, but I know he's turned down a bunch of fights.
Yeah.
It's probably like,
Yeah.
nah, man.
19 under
I
general.
Good for
like
him.
his style. I like it.
19
He
under
throws head
general
kicks.
anesthesia.
Yeah.
He's put out 19 times.
Yeah.
That can't be good for you. You get put to sleep 19 times. 19 general anesthesia surgeries. Some procedures need to be redone due to complications.
Jesus Christ.
Holy fuck, man! What is his injuries? 21 general anesthesia surgeries since that fight.
That poor guy.
19. There were 2 prior. That's crazy.
What happened to him?
I don't.
They
fucking
kept having
know.
issues.
So I had
ACL.
21 general anesthesia surgeries. I got fallen on, tore my ACL, had to fix a plantar plate, got fallen on again, had to have a tightrope surgery on that one. That Pat Mahomes and a couple other people have had. ACL got infected, had a couple of septic arthritis, tightrope, was actually allergic to the hardware they put in me somehow. Had to have that redone. It's been interesting, but back on the end of it. On the back end of it, rather. Wow. That's crazy. Boy.
Wow.
It's a
I
shame.
had no idea.
That's so many surgeries.
I thought he
Poor
retired.
guy.
That's crazy.
How many surgeries have you had?
One.
Just one.
Yeah, my LCL. Yeah, I've been injured a lot, but just one surgery.
Yeah. damn
Was
good
that
for
from
you.
a leg lock? Eddie
no.
Cummings?
No, Eddie broke my ankles a bunch of times, but that was when I competed against Joao Rocha. I was going for a leg lock entry, and he was like 270, and he
That's
just
right.
jumped
That's
towards
right.
my head.
What happened to Eddie?
Dude, I don't know. He just like disappeared one day, and then apparently he was like training like pretty recently at Henzo's and Unity, but he just like stopped training jiu-jitsu forever, got a real job, I think, and then
That guy was vicious, man.
So good. So smart.
I was standing over him as he ripped through everybody with leg locks. I'm like, God damn. He was on some other shit. You know what I mean? He was vicious. And then you hear from his training partners that, man, he went hard right in the training room. He went after legs
he did go hard.
Yeah.
It's weird when guys get that good and just stop.
When after he retired, he still put out a couple like videos, little short instructionals on Instagram, and this one he put out for the Z-Lock. That to me is the best. Like in my opinion, the Z-Lock, the one he showed, that's the best.
I'm gonna go pee.
It's not a sad story if you went on to do something cool. They just want to do. It's kind of dope that he's like, "Fuck it, I'm over it." If he went on to make money, he's doing well. You know.
Yeah.
Depends what he's doing.
What do you think is the best leg lock? One leg lock. You're going to teach your students just one leg lock entry and one heel hook. What's it going to be?
Well, insofar as braking mechanics, or
No, like they say they got the braking mechanics down, and just where the leg's going to be. Which leg entanglement are you going to choose? Which one's the best? Obviously, it's not DOA. It's not outside ashi. Right? And not just regular ashi either. That one's too basic.
backside 50-50 is pretty good.
Right when you go, because I hear from backside 50-50 coming in from K-guard, right?
Yeah.
I hear, like, from my guys, I'm not, like, the biggest leg locker, but I pay attention to my guys, and they're saying that the entry into backside 50-50 is awesome, but you don't really generally get the tap there. There's going to be some kind of scramble and some kind of spins.
You can, but the guy can high leg over. If you trap the far leg, the secondary leg, then you can get finishes belly down with it, which is why it's a good position. But a good guy is always gonna limp leg and strip the grip, which is why I believe that probably the best position in terms of not having the guy come forward and crush you or hit you, and strong catastrophic braking mechanics is probably cross Ashigarami, your guys' honey hole.
So that's still the best.
Yes.
Double trouble.
Yeah. So you feed feed the one leg across, so the legs are split. So you have like an Achilles lock here, and then you dig for the heel, and then you go in and lock up.
It's still the best. Okay.
But my highest percentage finish is that position, but with the leg fed on the outside for the outside heel hook.
That's like Z-lock-ish, right?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah. So because Z-lock is basically double trouble with the outside heel hook.
Correct.
And instead of triangling your legs, stomping on the inside.
Yeah, you can go foot to foot.
Is that what you guys call it, foot to foot?
Yeah.
That's huge. That's like game changer right there. And that right there, just the straight ankle lock is the most powerful straight ankle lock from that position right there with it on the outside.
Yeah, it's strong.
Oh no, the secondary leg.
Yeah.
That straight ankle lock and the Aoki.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, Aoki's strong as well. Yeah.
How crazy are Aokis? Aokis are a lot like dead orchards, where in the first time I seen a Aoki, it's from Shinya Aoki. It seemed like he was going for just a straight ankle lock, but dude, I forget his opponent was, but his foot almost slipped out, so it was it looked like a straight ankle lock that he almost pulled his foot out, but it got caught and it twisted.
It gives you the rotation.
Yeah, and everyone thought, maybe not everyone, but I thought, oh, that's one of those, freak things that you don't actually plan for it or set up for it. It just happens. Sometimes they pull out of ankle locks, and sometimes like an omoplatas, sometimes when they try to pull out their omoplata, it gets caught and they tap an armbar. It's not like you set it up. It's like a freak thing. They try to get out, but it got caught, and then they tap.
Well,
so that's what I thought the Aoki was. But it turns out, fuck no. It seems like the Aoki is top 2 leg lock finishes in the grappling world today. It's just people get, because it's so good to counter with them, correct?
Yeah, no, you get good finishes with Aokis.
What's an Oki?
It's an ankle
like,
lock, but when they slip their heel out, it's still like, it's like you're going for an ankle lock and they almost pull out their leg, and then it turns into a heel hook. So it's half ankle lock, half heel hook. Huge. It's like
not,
the most powerful shit right now.
It's not mechanically as strong as a heel hook, though, because when you go for heel hooks, you're physically bridging your hip into the knee.
Yeah.
Whereas with Aokis, the knee is turned out, so you're not bridging into the knee in a way to break it.
Yeah.
Whereas with like an inverted heel hook, for example, you have a good, strong connection. You have a good, strong connection, but when you go to bridge, you see like you see how he's not bridging into the hip.
Yeah.
So with a heel hook, you're bridging directly into the hip. So it's the full extension of your body into the knee. So the upper leg is pinned through the leg position, and then your gripping position is what's manipulating the foot.
And scroll down a little bit, Jamie, and look at the guy on that one on the right, the one you had, the big one on the right. That now we can't see it on the right. That one right there. Can you blow that up? And the dude doing the Aoki lock, his right leg, the way I think people are calling that a shadow hook or whatever. Silverado, he's a catch wrestler, Brazilian catch wrestler, showed me that when I was a white belt.
I remember
the straight
Silverado.
ankle. Remember, he used to do that.
Yeah.
He used to do that, and I thought like, this is nothing. So I never really fucked with it. But now it's back strong. Like Helena Krivar is doing this exact thing. This is like her main move.
Silverado had a lot of Gene LaBelle stuff.
Yeah, it was a catch wrestling thing.
He had a lot of that.
This is a great position because, with the guy who's attacking his right leg, usually the guy's trying to peel it off the hip.
Yeah.
So when you peel it off the hip, that butterfly hook comes in, and then normally you would throw that left leg over. So now you can't you can't disengage the legs as easy.
And dude putting his right leg there, if he put it traditionally, you'd put it on the hip, that you could get countered with a heel hooks or an Aoki.
Yeah.
So that's huge. Like a regular Ashi, everyone's like, I got guys that just let dudes put them in Ashi so they could take that foot, and it's a game changer.
And also because the right foot is on the inside position, it makes it hard for the guy in defense, the defensive guy, to push forward into you.
Yes.
It makes it hard for him to come forward because the Aoki, you have to push into the lock,
Yeah.
put your foot deeper to boot it. But the butterfly hook stops it. The butterfly actually stops you from pushing the foot in deeper.
Yeah, the guy who there was, I don't know. I think the first guy to really, really master it was the Polish guy. So we're what's his name? He armbarred Gary Tonin. That guy. What's his name? Matthias Szczynski. Like Szczynski. Yeah. That guy.
Yeah, everyone talks about him. I've never trained with him, but apparently he was like.
He
goes
rips
around
through
the gyms
everybody.
and he's just been breaking everybody's
exactly.
shit.
So and he was doing his legs just like that. You know, it was the Aoki with that leg entanglement. We were calling it the Polish Aoki.
Yeah.
You know, and he's a bad motherfucker, man.
Well, it's difficult because the butterfly hook doesn't allow you to stack. He doesn't allow you to come forward and push your foot deeper.
I'd never forget Silverado showing me that as a white belt, and I'm thinking, really? Ken Shamrock puts his leg up here. Why would you do that? I was like learning shit off Ken Shamrock. I got into toe holds as a white belt because Ken Shamrock had this instructional where he's in jeans and no shirt. He's all tanned and yoked. He looked like a Chippendales guy. And he's with some Japanese guy, and he's going over toe hold, like standing over a guy's guard and grabbing the foot and doing a toe hold. And I'm like, whoa, what is he doing with the foot? And I could never get on top of anybody. I was always, I've taken down one person my whole life, and that was in wrestling. I had one wrestling takedown. I wrestled 2 years, got one takedown. Because I was afraid to break my teeth. Everyone's missing teeth. I didn't want to shoot. I go, you shoot and I'll sprawl. I'm like, you shoot, I'll sprawl. I got a good front headlock. But I can't, I have 0 takedowns. Unless it's a dude that doesn't wrestle. Like when I got in a couple street fights here and there. I was always a pussy growing up. I was never a tough guy. But every now and then, you know, I wrestled, and I never looked at wrestling as a martial art. I looked at his pussy fighting. I go, dude, I'm not a fighter. No one thinks I'm a fighter. I don't have a reputation to uphold. But if anybody fucks with me, I'm going to double leg him and just hold him until the principal breaks aside. You know what I mean? I was like, dude, I was grounding and pounding in 9th grade. I would take dudes out. I fought this one soccer player. His name was Cesar. He was talking a lot of shit. And I go, dude, he'll probably kick my ass, but he can't stop my takedown because this dude don't wrestle. So I'd take him down and I would just like get side control and like barely punch his stomach and wait for someone to pull me off. And I survived. And then when I saw Hoist fighting UFC 2, I'm like, you could fight on the ground and not be a pussy? That's why I joined jiu-jitsu. I'm like, oh my God, this is my shit. I thought fighting on the ground was pussy fighting. I'm like, it's accepted and respected. And
that's hilarious.
Okay, that's what got me into jiu-jitsu.
Dude,
Change the game. Here we go. Olberg.
Here we go.
Olberg, Jan Blachowicz.
Dude, I scheduled this. I thought it was gonna be at 1, and I gotta get out of here like in 10 minutes.
Oh, no worries. Let's see what happens in 10 minutes.
My flight got pushed, Eddie. It's at 8 now.
Oh, it got pushed?
Uh-huh.
I got mine is at 7. So
Here we go.
Make sure it's on time, though.
Blachowicz is 42, but it's a Polish 42. That's different genetics, bro. That's
is that older or
old
younger?
School Viking.
So if you're a
genetics.
Polish 42,
I think they
are you older or are you younger? What do you say?
Younger.
I don't know.
They
Those shoulders are
maintain
every
longer.
bit of 42.
Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
Like, look what happened with Yuri. Yuri got his shoulders fixed, no
That's
problem
true.
at all.
He looked great.
He looked amazing.
But then
Blachowicz
Johnny Walker's shoulders fixed. And
Yeah, but that's a lot of damage, too. Johnny Walker's been KO'd so many times.
It's also just such a big jump up in talent for
Uh-huh.
Olberg. He beat Ozdemir, but before that, he really hadn't fought anybody.
Well, this is
Now
a
you're fighting
world champion.
Jan?
You're
Yeah,
fighting
he's
a world
fucking-
champion.
he's
And a
coming
guy
off 2 years.
who's real determined to get back to the belt. You got to realize, like, he had to a draw with Ankalaev, almost won the title there, real close to beating Pereira, real close fight. Beat Izzy. You know, he's still a monster, even
dude.
though he's 42.
Savage. And he wins this one. He's right there.
Hard low kick by Jan.
He's right there for the title shot.
Yes. Well, he's always the guy that people forget about in this division. One big win over Olberg. He's right back in the hunt. And he would be a logical guy to fight next after
Either one.
Ankalaev and Pereira.
Yeah,
have the
there's a
rematch.
story for
Yeah.
either one.
Yeah, both of them.
Ankalaev majorly because it was a draw, yeah.
Yeah. He's fucking dangerous, too. I mean, that power's the last thing to go, and Jan's got ridiculous power. Remember that Rockhold KO? Like, jeez.
Dude, that was like a murder.
Bro, he's a. How about the fucking
he, like,
Dominic
ran up to
Reyes
him.
one?
He like ran up to him after he was already down, like with a running start.
Yeah.
And hit him with a second punch.
You remember when he kicked Dominic Reyes in the body? You see his whole foot on Reyes' body? He's such a hard dude.
Oh.
Solid jab.
Olberg definitely has a speed advantage.
Mm-hmm. He does, but Blachowicz has a massive experience advantage.
And
massive. Check that. And hit him with a hard low kick, too.
And he has that Rottweiler head.
Mm-hmm. Remember when he went shin to shin with Ankalaev? Just fucked his legs up? He's like, let's see who's got the harder shins. Blah.
Him and Ankalaev are just tough fucking humans, man.
But there's so many tough guys in this division. I mean, Yuri would be the champion if it wasn't for Alex. There's so many good guys. That Yuri fight with Jamal Hill was crazy.
Racket's no punk either.
Oh, no. But, you know, Yuri KO'd him, and
Yeah.
Ankalaev beat him in a decision in his last fight. Jan looks good, though. He doesn't look like he's 42. He looks like a legit contender. It's just so much experience, you know, and he's so good at pacing himself and staying calm.
Remember, it's only 3 rounds, too.
That's true, but that Olberg's first fight was 3 rounds as well.
Yep.
You know, the Kennedy fight.
Yep.
I mean, this is a big step up, man. Big step up. Oh, high kick.
Oh, they announced Roundtree and Hill.
Ooh, when's that?
I'm not sure. Soon.
Ooh, that's exciting.
That's a great fight.
That is a great fight. He just went shin to shin with Olberg.
I bought that Jeep yesterday, and the lady goes, "Oh, my cousin fights in the UFC." And usually I'm like, "Oh, really?" I'm like, "Who's your cousin?" She's all, Hill? Jamal Hill? I'm like, "Oh, fuck yeah. She's a badass girl."
April 26th, Kansas City.
Oh, shit.
That Kansas
Fight
City
night.
card's tasty.
Mmm.
Yeah, that's a good fight night, finally.
Ooh. Jan's winning the battle of the low kicks. He's checking Olberg's.
Yeah, Olberg's not landing, is he?
No. He's landed a few now. Oh, there's a good one. Shin to shin.
Nothing's tastier than that Miami card coming up, though.
Ooh, that Miami card's good.
That's a fucking treat.
Ooh, that's good. Yair and Pitbull. Ooh.
I swear to God, if I have problems with ESPN Plus, I'm going to lose my shit.
And Jon Silva versus Bryce.
Not Pitbull from Bellator.
Yeah, so
Yes.
he's with the UFC now.
Oh,
Yes,
shit.
with
I did not know
Yair
this.
Rodriguez.
On the main
son.
card. They bumped up the main card.
Bro, they don't have a picture of him? That's outrageous. Get a picture of the
Bellator wouldn't send it.
That's
yeah,
crazy.
Bellator's like, nah,
Have him
take your own
pose.
pictures.
Have him pose for a picture.
Dude,
Jesus
take
Christ.
a selfie on your fucking cell phone.
The fuck? Take your shirt off. Put
Yeah,
your
bro.
fists up.
Have your girl
Send
do
it
it.
in.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll black out the background. Oh, good
All right,
jab by
guys.
Olberg.
I gotta
You
get
leaving,
out.
dog?
You're
All right,
out?
brother.
Love you, man. Thank you, man. Gordon, great hanging.
Yes, sir.
Thank
See you
you.
soon.
Good to see you, my brother.
See you, man. Love you too, man. See you.
Does your son play tomorrow, Eddie?
Yep.
I'll be there, too.
I'll see you, man.
See you, brother.
Bro, I love when I run to Eddie at the baseball fields because he's a vet. Like, my kid's only 9. He's been doing it 2 years, but he's been in it for thick. He has everything, backpack, water, just the whole tent, the seat.
He loves being a dad.
Yeah, we always
It's
run each
awesome.
other at the baseball fields.
It's awesome to see.
Yeah, my kiddos met him for the first time, like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah. I was like, that's Uncle Eddie. I'm like, Uncle? Who the fuck's Uncle Eddie? Right there. It's your uncle.
These are boring ass commercials. Come on.
So brutal.
Let's go. Let's go. You see, bare knuckle fighting is going to have hockey fights. They're going to have fights with skates on.
On ice, yeah.
Bare knuckle boxing with hockey,
Yeah, I don't
skates
know.
on.
I don't
Gimmick.
know. There's some weird shit.
That's a
man.
gimmick.
They
Yeah.
have,
So
car,
much
they
weird
have
shit.
card jiu-jitsu now.
Yeah, I've seen that in Russia.
Bro, you know they offered me and Brian to fight each other in car jiu-jitsu?
Brian Callen?
Yeah.
Why would they do that to Brian?
They offered, they're like, yeah, they go, they didn't pitch me, they pitched Brian. They go, it'd be really fun for you and Brendan to do car jiu-jitsu. And Brian goes, like, seriously? And the guy goes, yeah, would you guys be down to do it? Brian's like, no. He's like, I'm not going to fucking go against Schaub in car jiu-jitsu.
You're
He
100
goes, "You know
pounds
what the
bigger
fuck
than him
you
and a
do?"
black belt.
Yeah,
It's
Brian's
so
like, you know what the
ridiculous.
fuck you do to me with a seatbelt?
That's so ridiculous.
Yeah.
It would be funny. You'd be talking
It'd be funny,
shit
yeah.
while you tie him up.
Yeah, it'd be funny.
Oh, here we go. Round 2.
That first round's hard to score, huh? You
Yeah.
probably give it to Jan.
I think I give it
guess.
to Jan. Jan looked like he got the best of it. Ooh. Swing and a miss. How's that shoulder?
We'll get a
Nice
better
feint.
round from Olberg here because, you know, it's new to him. He's fighting a vet at this level.
He looks good. He's a fast motherfucker.
That takedown feint really got a reaction.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
Big time. Great feint.
But he's not really a wrestler.
Fuck, no.
Oh. Jan's looking for bombs.
Those leg kicks going to be a problem if you don't start checking them. God, remember when Jan fought Izzy?
Yeah.
What a nightmare matchup.
Yeah, just too big.
Too big.
But Izzy also tried to do 205 with no weight gain. He just tried to like weigh what he
Skills.
Like
weighs.
cut less.
Well,
I
I don't think he cut anything.
Yeah.
I don't think he cut. He
just
just
like
walked
showed up.
in.
190.
But if they would have
something.
gave, like, I mean, granted he wanted to fight for the title, but if they would have given him, like, Yuri or someone, that'd be a funner matchup.
Oh, that'd be crazy.
Yuri, Izzy, it's fun.
Yeah, that's dangerous.
But fucking Jan, well, Jan walks at 240.
Yuri looks so good in the Jamal Hill fight.
Yeah,
Like,
he did
he's
look good.
he's turned a corner. He's a different guy now.
He's one of my favorites.
Oh, one of my favorites for sure. Guaranteed fireworks in that guy
Oh.
fights. Oh, he landed that right hand. Guaranteed fireworks when Yuri fights.
Non-stop action.
Just such a
Yuri.
fucking warrior. And so like dedicated to the way, you know?
He's an interesting cat. Thin for light heavy.
Oh.
Big shots there. Jan's starting to land now.
That ooh. That knee to the
odds,
body's
how the
legit.
fuck?
Interesting. Olberg favored. That's interesting.
It was right off the feint too. He feinted the takedown, went right to the collar, right to the tie clinch.
He's a little lighter on his feet this round.
He's hitting the legs a lot too.
In this round for sure. That inside low kick.
Just slapping though. He's not like
Right.
when Jan's leg kicks, it's fucking doing damage.
It's thudding.
Yeah,
but
just-
he scored.
yeah,
like
see
that one right there. That was
See how it's
painful.
changing his position.
Yeah, that was painful.
Yeah.
That was a hard one. Well, Jan, had a Muay Thai career before MMA. He's a legit Muay Thai fighter. Slightly lighter. He was like fighting at 200, I think.
Dude, you look into Ankalaev's background. That motherfucker's never lost in anything.
Well, he lost to Paul Craig.
It's true. I'm saying before he got to
Right.
UFC, you look at his background. It's like Jesus.
And even
motherfucker
that fight, he was winning that fight. He just
Yeah.
slept on the triangle and got wrapped up with I think it was 2 seconds to go or something crazy like that. 1 second to go.
That's so brutal.
That's so brutal because you can hang in for 1 second.
Yeah. Especially if you hear the
Even if you go to sleep.
if you hear the claps for 10 seconds.
Bro.
Yeah.
It's like just pass out at that point.
Yeah, it must have been
You
tight.
gotta ride it out, man.
Yeah.
It's like Chael and Anderson. You're like, what the fuck are you doing? Dominating for 4 rounds.
I know. That's the craziest
That's
one.
wild. That's just self-sabotage.
And that's just Anderson coming in with a broken rib.
Mm-hmm.
Oberg definitely seems like he's landing more this round. But the damaging shots are Blachowicz.
They scored damage number 1.
But, but Oberg is scoring more. Like those jabs right
Correct.
there. Jan's just having a hard time closing the distance. And this is only round 2.
Damn, it's been, besides that girl fight against Molly, it's been all decisions again.
Well,
Molly retired too after
she
that.
did she?
That makes sense.
Yeah. There's a certain skill gap you can't bridge. You
There's
know?
not enough hours in the day.
Yeah, not enough hours in a day, not
And
enough
you're
time in your
older?
life. You're older. You're in your late 30s. Yeah. I don't know how old she is, but she's in her 30s for sure. It's like some of them, they just get to a point. Jalen Turner was crazy because he said when he beat up Bobby Green, after that, he lost his appetite for fighting. That was that one with a real late stoppage. That was
That's
in
right.
Austin. That was bad. That was a bad one.
You say you knew then, right? It's kind of
Just
over.
I don't want to hurt anybody anymore. I don't want to do
I get
that.
it.
I mean, he liked Bobby Green too. They were friends.
I get
so
it.
to put it on your friend like that, and then all the unnecessary punches. The referee should have stopped that fight quite a bit.
That was
before.
where he was already out, right?
Yeah.
He was just getting tagged. I don't remember who reffed that fight, but that was a bad one.
Yeah, he was belly down, right? Just getting fucking
Just hammered, just smashed.
Yeah, Bobby hasn't won a fight since he changed his name to King. So he's like, fuck that, call me Bobby now. He's going back to Bobby.
Is he?
Yeah.
For
he
real?
hasn't won a fight since. Yeah, he's like, I'm changing back to Bobby.
That's hilarious.
He's 0-3 since he changed to King.
That wheel kick.
Wow.
Oh my goodness. Mauricio Rufy is
Bro,
dangerous.
trouble.
He's like a giant Connor. You know?
Yeah, that's
he
exactly
really
what it
is.
is,
He,
yeah.
he moves like Connor. He's got that kind of style. But
And that
he's-
style, with cardio wise, you're in the 3rd round, you're so explosive, you
Oh,
just
yeah.
can't run at that high gear for 3
exactly.
rounds.
It's so fast twitch based.
Yep.
It's not a good style for longevity unless you're real sparing with your attacks. And you have to have complete control. So if a guy mauls you and just comes at you with a lot of combinations and hits you with a pace,
Yeah, you're kind of
it's
fucked.
hard.
Yeah, they catch up to you. You get a grappler, can avoid the big shots.
Mm-hmm.
Then in the 3rd round, you're fucked.
And obviously that weight class is filled
No,
with
bro.
talent. There's so much talent there.
I was discussing with a guy, I won't say who it is. He's coming back to the UFC, and his buddy's like, man, what matchup do you think? He's like, we just need to get him an easy matchup for his first one. I'm like, buddy, it's 2025 in the UFC. There's no cakewalks.
Yeah, there's no-
there used to be cakewalks. There was guys you're like, thank God they gave me him. There's really not that. With the contender series, it's just full of these young fucking lions.
Yeah, the
that you've
guys
never
that
heard
have
of.
0 fights in the UFC are super fucking dangerous. That's what's crazy. 0 fights and they come in at a world-class level.
And they're like well-rounded at everything.
Especially these motherfuckers from Russia.
Yeah.
There's so many Dagestan guys that are coming in, and like, good lord, they're so dangerous.
There's no gimme fights anymore.
No. Oberg seems to be outpointing him here.
A little more active.
Yeah, like right there.
Definitely still speed advantage.
And Jan hasn't landed any big shots to the head, like the big one that's going to really change the course of the fight.
No, he looks a little slower.
But he's just dealing with a very tall, fast dude.
It's going to get weird for Jan. He loses this one. You're off 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
The division, the state it's in, it's tough, man.
Well, we'll see. There's still 3
How
minutes to go.
fucking crazy is MMA? It's like Alek Volkanovski, before he lost those 2, he was like, there's arguing he's the pound for pound number 1.
Mm-hmm.
He was on the like number 2, and then 3 months later, he's not even on the list.
Yep.
Leon
Nuts.
Edwards,
Yep.
before he lost to Bilal, was I think number 5 pound for pound. Now he's not even on the list. He loses
Crazy.
this one, you're kind of fucked. MMA's wild, man.
Jan with another good, strong low kick. But he needs more than that. He needs some headshots.
Mm-hmm.
He needs to get the judges' attention. I wonder what the live odds are right now.
Olberg for sure.
Got to be Olberg, right? Just from a volume perspective.
Yeah, just active.
He looks like he's going to spin.
That was close.
He's heavily bladed. Good left hook right hand.
Olberg starting to sit down on his punches now.
Yeah, it's still close. Live odds.
Is it?
Interesting.
There you go. It's on screen now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
124,
160.
160.
But still, Olberg's favorite. It's just Jan is having a hard time connecting. And Olberg's
Speed's
not
an issue.
He's not slowing down. Olberg's done such a much better job of pacing himself now.
Yeah,
and
his
obviously he's
distance.
in better condition too.
Yes, and his distance.
Like,
is
look,
an
he's
issue
never
for-
stopped hopping around.
It's fucking tough to take 2 years off, then you jump in with a killer who's ranked number 6, man.
Mhm.
It's not easy.
Especially a young dude, all hungry. Jan's still trying to
It's like
fucking
Gunnar
launch
Nelson
at him.
taking 2 years off and jumping back in. It's fucking tough, man.
Good kick.
See, Sean Brady's favored.
Is he?
The
Yeah, Sean Brady's favorite.
over 4.5 rounds is also favored.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yes, this card has the potential to be, if you're looking for knockouts, this might not be the one card for you. Be tough for Brady to stop Leon.
Yeah, very tough. It's going to be interesting to see how he fares on the feet because Leon's such a technician on the feet. He's such a sniper. But he's also going to be super wary about the takedown. But he's been trying to take people down to kind of like prove a point, like he did with Kamaru.
Yeah.
I hope he doesn't try to do that with Sean.
Bad idea.
Yeah, it's a different level.
And Brady it's just like in the 5th round, you look at that Gilbert fight, it's like he had more takedowns in the 5th round. Like his cardio's insane.
Yeah, he's very fit. Holberg seems to be walking away from it.
Olberg ain't getting a title shot after this one, though.
No, but it puts him in the top. Puts him in the heat.
Yeah, top 5.
He just hasn't done anything like real spectacular. where there was, like, a big
Olberg versus the
moment.
winner of Roundtree and Jamal Hill would be fun.
John's still pushing though, man. He's going after him. Good low kicks
like
there.
just out of range every time.
He clipped him with that left hand.
Yeah, Jan can't get his range.
Good fight. Solid fight.
They're just yelling at each other.
Fucking warriors.
just fucking guys being guys.
Yeah. Just a couple of bros.
Just a couple of bros. Fist fight and shout at each other.
Yeah, I think Olberg probably got that decision.
Yeah, slight decision.
I'm very interested to see how Sean deals with the stand-up. Because Sean's stand-up has come a long way. But there's levels.
Big difference.
Yeah. He's got
But then there's a big difference on the feet too, right? So it's all about who and will their will, right?
Right. Well, if Sean can get him down early like Bilal did, it would be a big thing. And Bilal set the blueprint,
Yes.
constant pressure.
Yep.
But I do think you have to take into consideration the factor that was a 5 a.m. fight, which is just nuts.
It sucks, but you're pros.
I know,
like,
but
you just got to go, man.
How crazy is that? Like, everybody in the audience has been drunk since 2 a.m. They're all like, yeah.
It's tough.
They're all exhausted. They're fucking filled with beer,
There's people sleeping.
They were sleeping.
Yeah.
They were sleeping. It was they must be so exhausted. I can't imagine going to see a fight. That's the main event starts at 5 a.m. I think the main event was like 6
Yeah.
a.m.
Yeah, that's rough.
It's ridiculous. It's terrible. Why not just do it this way? Just have the fights on early.
'Cause that was a pay-per-view, right?
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah. But still, have a pay-per-view at 3 p.m. Who cares?
I prefer it.
Yeah, who cares?
My
It's
night's
Saturday.
free. Yeah.
It's Saturday. People will still buy it. They watch football in the day.
True.
Why wouldn't they watch a big fight during the day?
I
Just
know.
let them know in advance. It's 3 p.m. start.
The only one who complained
Here
was
we go.
Tom Aspinall.
$29.28. Carlos.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, it's gonna get dicey for Jon now.
Good decision. Yeah, hard road for him.
It's sports,
You
man.
know? I mean, 2 years off. Not really a tune-up fight. Tough fight.
Fuck no.
There's
it's
no
not
tune-up
no.
fights.
There's that's what I'm saying. The UFC, there's not much they can do for you anymore.
That's what's crazy, because boxing, I think, has it right. When a guy hasn't been fighting for a while, give him some fucking
Shake off the dust. Give him a
Yeah.
guy you don't know.
number 30 guy
Yeah.
right out of
Yeah.
Tijuana.
Yeah.
Pop, pop.
The UFC doesn't have that.
Yeah, I
You gotta
know.
be ready to go.
Yeah, and they don't have managers that like set their fighter up for victory either. Like on the undercards, like now you're gonna face a brawler. Now you're gonna face a short guy who bobs and
Southpaw.
weaves. Now you're gonna face a tall guy. Yeah, they by the time a guy gets to a championship level in boxing, they've been tried
They've seen
and
it all.
tested. It's very systematic.
UFC's not
They're
like
so
that.
I know. Did you see the Lamont Roach Gervonta Davis fight?
Yes.
Ooh.
I had Lamont Roach, didn't you?
Yeah. Well, especially with that knockdown.
Yeah.
Like, that's a real
Wow.
knockdown.
Wow.
You take a knee, that's
Wow.
a 10-8 round.
And
they did,
Gervonta was like, I had something in my eye. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. You took a knee?
Yeah,
you know the rules.
that's the rules.
That's the rule. Dim the rules.
And they didn't have the replay ready, so they didn't look at
Boxing's
the replay.
so corrupt, dude.
It's a little bit.
But Dana get involved in it. Might help it.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
Or, can't change the tiger stripes.
Well, it's gonna. You see their pay structure. It's also far way out from getting done because guys are on a contract.
Is that
for
pay
like-
structure legit, though?
Yeah,
Was it legit?
yeah. That's pretty sure it's legit. But that actually helps boxing overall. Like,
so?
the top dogs aren't going to eat like they are now with $40-50 million paydays. But the middle guys that can grow boxing, that's what it's going to do.
Right, but if you want to get the top guys, you're going to have to pay them.
Correct. On that pay structure, you ain't getting any of the big
Yeah,
fish.
you're not.
They're gonna be
they're
like, hold
not.
up.
Obviously,
mil?
they got Canelo to get away from the Jake Paul fight, right? Like Canelo
Yes.
was going to fight Jake Paul, which would have been crazy.
Wow.
And then they said, no. Turkey came along and said, listen, we're gonna open up the fucking case from Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
Look at all the
case,
gold.
Yeah.
Oh.
That dude got all the money, huh?
Yeah, they got so much money. They can do whatever they want. They could just throw money at the sport and
It's
dominate.
good and bad. We get the fights you want to see, but then it's also,
It's
some
good.
there's some darkness there.
The fights you want to see is what's most important for the fans, and they're putting shit together. They made Jared Anderson fight Broccoli.
Yeah.
There's a lot of fights that people didn't want. Which is like Jared Anderson. That was another example. Like young, undefeated heavyweight on his way up, and everyone was like, "Don't take that fight.
Yep.
Like you're not ready for that fight." And then they offered him a pile of loot,
He's all say less.
and he got beat up.
Yeah.
And then Broccoli getting stopped by Joseph Parker, coming in fat with no notice at all.
Nothing.
It looked like he was
what did they
totally
say,
out of shape.
8-hour notice? Like, yeah,
Something
say less.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, like super
fucked
short
up.
notice. Yeah, crazy fight. I was looking forward to that fight. But Broccoli, you got to give him a camp. Like you can't, like he's not ready. But Joseph Parker looks really fucking good
Oh,
right
yeah,
now
that's
too.
my boy.
He's like
ready to go, too.
reinvented.
He's such
reinvented.
a good guy. Do you know him at all?
No.
He's awesome.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That Dubois guy though, holy shit, man! The way he took out Anthony Joshua.
I know.
Yeah,
Scary.
Jake wants to fight Anthony Joshua now. Said he
Yeah.
wants to fight Anthony Joshua in 2026.
And the
they're like-
haters online are like, yeah, do it.
Well, they're like,
yeah,
what
please
about
make that
now?
happen. Yeah.
They're like, what about
Do
fight
it
him now? He's like, no, I want to wait till 2026. Like, okay.
To put on weight?
Put all the steroids, every steroid
What
they
have
have.
you- I would watch-
Snake
here's the
venom,
thing, I would
scorpion
watch
venom.
it.
Oh, by the way,
Scorpion venom.
Rollo reached out to me, John Rollo, my boy, and him and his buddy Chemo actually own a company. He was telling me that sells this blue scorpion shit. They're involved with a blue scorpion venom company. He said he gave it to Matt Serra. It really helped him. So he wants to hook you up. Frank Mir, he says on it.
Shit.
Yeah. So
I'm already hooked up with it.
he wants to get you some, Jordan.
I'll have some.
All right, I'll have him send you some.
Get on the
I'll
Scorpion
take,
I'll
take some,
Quadruple
too.
doses, like
Yeah,
We'll
do
see
it,
what
man.
happens. I'm
Yeah.
gonna start slow. I want to find out if I get poisoned.
Yeah, just
What the fuck are we doing? We're drinking venom from Scorpions.
It is weird.
That's weird. He's got the dopest tattoos.
Yeah, his tattoos are good.
Brady, that Japanese on the back. He's such a fucking gorilla when he gets people to the ground. Like, look at the size of his back. Like, those muscles in his back. There's muscles that aren't supposed to be there.
He's like
They're
a
like
turtle.
they're so dense. It's weird when you see him walk. It's
That's
almost
why
like
he's so
got a hump.
fucking strong.
Oh, yeah. It's all back. It's all squeezed muscles, you know?
Are you still fucking with the creatine gummies, Joe?
Oh, yeah. I love them.
And do you feel so? Because I looked in to creatine gummies, and I heard when they bake the gummies, it like takes away the potency of
Really?
the creatine. Yeah. So when you
Really?
think you're getting 5 milligrams, you're not.
Oh, interesting. I did not know that.
Yeah.
I feel great, though. But I'm not taking 5 milligrams. I'm taking like 30.
Yeah, I'm up to 20
I'm taking like
milligrams
10
now.
gummies at a time.
Yeah.
I wonder. I'll try. I'll try like regular creatine to see if I
Yeah,
feel
see
a
if he knows
difference.
the difference.
Because one of the things that's really big is if I have a night where I don't get any sleep. That's a big factor. And there's been studies done on improving cognitive performance when you're sleep deprived with creatine. Like no loss in cognitive performance.
That's wild.
That's wild. It's like one of the only things that I could even think of. Because even caffeine, like you're awake, but you're still
You're still out of
a
it.
little
Yeah.
goofy.
No, that methylene blue and creatine that's all I do, dog.
And then scorpion venom.
Scorpion venom. Well,
And
scorpion
then every
venom.
peptide in the book.
Name a peptide on it. Feel great.
Well, dude, you're crazy strong right now. That thing that you
stupid
did
strong.
where you were holding, what was the amount of weight you were lifting?
What was that?
The deadlift?
315?
For
315.
where you guys were holding it for.
Who could hold the longest? It's
Yeah.
me, Thor, and my boy Hooper, who's also a strongman.
And how much time did those guys hold it for?
I think it was like 47 seconds, and then Thor was like 58 seconds.
And what'd you get?
A minute something.
That's nuts.
Nuts.
That's nuts that you're technically stronger than the mountain.
At them holding fucking, yeah.
That's bananas, dude.
Wild.
That's crazy strong.
Yeah.
You must feel like a fucking beast right now.
Yeah, pretty beastie. That's why I was like
Science
ready to
is
fight that guy on the
amazing.
plane. I'm like, what'd you say?
That guy.
I gotta use
People
this
are
power
so
for something.
silly.
Oh, so
Dude,
silly.
I did a lift with Mitchell Hooper and Flex Lewis
Oh,
at
boy.
Dragon
wow.
Slayer in Vegas, and I was like in a camp for something, like one of the strongest I'd ever been, and it was just like a complete embarrassment.
Yeah, Mitchell's Mitchell's a special guy, man. Because he's one of the strongmen, and he has a personality. Like,
Yeah.
he's such a good dude.
And he's not like that big.
No, he's
Like
not like
yeah.
preposterous. I was just sitting down eating food, and they asked me to do it. I didn't want to do it.
How much does that guy have a fighter's nose?
Yeah, his nose.
That
is
nose is
fucked.
flattened and twisted and torqued to the side. Like when he's looking at you head on, it's like his nose is taking a hard right.
Yeah, I want to challenge those guys to 225. That's my shit. That's why I wanted to challenge them.
Hold
For bench press?
225?
bench press 225.
Oh, as many times
What's
as
your
possible?
record?
Because I asked Thor, and he told me his record, and I was like, I beat that a while ago. And he's like, let's do it right now. I'm like, right now? Like, we're in the middle of a photo shoot. I'm like, I ain't doing it right now. And I was like, let's wait to after, but we'll do 225, 315, 225, and see who can do the most. And we'll just combine it.
What's
whoever
his
the most.
record of 225?
I think he said like 30-something,
What can you do?
40.
Really, at 225?
Yeah.
That's so crazy.
That's fucking nuts.
That's so
My
crazy.
strongest ever, I was like 225. I weighed like 225, and I did 27.
That's impressive.
25.
Christ. That's
225 for
so
27.
crazy.
Yeah, every Monday, Wednesday, I do 225. I usually get at least 20-something. The first time I do 315 for 5, and I do 225 for, again, 20-something. So I go bam, 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 every Monday, Wednesday.
But when you max out, you can get to 40.
Yeah, if I do just one, I can do 40.
That's so nuts.
Probably almost a 500-pound bench press.
Pretty close.
Like a max
but it's all I train. It's all I like to do. Like,
Yeah.
that's my workout.
Just bench?
Yeah. I'm such a meathead these days. Yeah, it's bench, deadlift, and pull-ups. That's all I do.
How
I'm in
many
the gym for
pull-ups
an
can you do?
hour. I usually do like 5 sets of 20, but like good 20 pull-ups.
Straight arm.
Straight arm, like
That's
proper
a lot
pull-ups.
for a big guy.
For
Like,
a
what do
big
you weigh?
dude.
Like 250?
That's a lot.
Probably 240 something.
Jesus Christ, that's a lot of weight.
Oh, I'm so fucking strong right now.
That's nuts, dude. Science is amazing.
Yeah.
It's a
I wish I was
scorpion
this strong. It's the scorpion venom.
It must be. Look at Leon Edwards. He looks hyped. Here we go.
It's the proper time for Leon too right now, you know?
Yeah. Here we go. Well, he probably wants revenge after that Bilal fight. You know, that was a bad fight for him.
That was a tough night. He just didn't seem into it either, right? Like something was off.
Well, it's fucking 5 o'clock in the morning.
True.
I mean, how? Like,
But
how
also-
can you fight at your best when you're up all night?
But also, he's the champ. Like, why wouldn't you set up so the champ's in ideal conditions? Like,
Crazy.
I get it. If Bilal was the champ coming over there, you're like, he'll fight in London, but it has to be at 5 a.m.
Right.
That makes sense. When you're the champ in your hometown, why the fuck we don't have 5 a.m.?
I don't know. The whole thing is crazy. Just the idea of getting people to fight at that time is
But there's
nuts.
also a lot of X factors we don't know behind the scenes. Like UFC's like, first of all, TV right deal. Only time we could do it with the broadcast.
But how's that
Only time we get
possible?
the arena. Who knows?
It's ESPN Plus. They could just always have it on anytime.
But it can't be that easy where UFC just decides. I bet there's some other X factors that go into
It has to be
There has to
pay-per-view
be.
buys in America are bigger than everywhere else. It has to be that, and it has to be the people are used to buying it at 7 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
It has to be. That's the only thing that makes sense. But it's even 7 o'clock at night. That means, when you're on the West Coast, like the main card doesn't start until 7 p.m. On the East Coast, it's 10 p.m.
10. Tough.
10's late.
Super late.
Yeah, main event is not on until like
Midnight?
1:30
Fuck
sometimes.
off.
Yeah.
No.
Because sometimes it's a 4-hour card.
Yeah.
Here we go. Leon Rocky Edwards. How old's Leon now? 35?
Yeah, it has to be 34, 35.
Jamie, how old's Leon?
Losing his hair in the back.
He's been losing his hair, but he should shave that shit.
Yeah.
33.
33.
Oh, he's
Wow.
33.
Okay.
Still in his prime. 32 and 33. Here we go.
See Bruce Buffer's suit tonight?
What
No.
is it?
He's looking fucking snazzy.
He always
Wait
looks
till you see
snazzy.
this. This is a fucking.
Bruce has the best suits. He must have a warehouse filled with them, too, because he gets
Yeah.
a new one for every
Yeah, he's a
event.
This is
sponsor that
serious
makes
one. Look
him-
at this thing.
Look at that thing.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Who's better than that guy?
Can you imagine UFC without Bruce Buffer?
Nope.
Like, what the fuck we
When you have
gonna
a
do?
main card, I want to see his head looking like a grape.
Yeah.
When he's screaming,
Love it.
time! That's
Nothing
how he's
better.
going to stroke out one
Yeah.
day. He's going to be like 80 years old
That's
someday.
the proper way to go, too.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
On his shield.
Fuck yeah.
Cards go fly in the air.
Just
the
a
whole,
slight delay and they just wheel him off.
the
and
whole
fight
audience
starts.
gives it like a fucking 10 count.
That'd be sick, dude.
ADCC 2022, he had like another event that he had to do, and like ADCC, like the scheduling wasn't perfect, so he was a little bit late. And I was trying to convince Joe to go out. I'm like, dude, just announce me, it'll be fine.
I've never announced anybody in a fight. I've only done it at weigh-ins. I'd be terrified to fuck someone's name up.
That's not my cup of tea.
Well, he fucks
I mean, I could
names
do
up
Gordon's.
sometimes.
That'd
It's
be
like,
easy.
yeeks.
Yeah, when he fucks up, like,
yeah,
fuck,
yeeks.
I know.
Yeeks, that's your only job.
You're like, fuck that.
Some of those names are fucking
Oh.
hard. This like my biggest anxiety at the UFC is getting the names right at the weigh-ins. Because like some of them,
Those undercards, when it's
Yeah.
like a Dagestani fighter we're not familiar with, you're
Oh,
like,
yeah.
it's not happening.
And I have to have the people in the back. They say it to me in my ear. I'm like, say it again, and then I write it out phonetically, like Yiwanchki.
Yeah, bro.
Like you have these weird names. You have to like spell it out the way it sounds.
It's even at like
Because there's like
GFL.
C's and Z's in there that
Yeah.
don't make any sense. Like, what's that doing there? What's this fucking silent X? Like,
Bro, kudos to you. Like even GFL or Game Bread, when like you want to go in the octagon or the cage and interview the fight and have to say their name, like it's probably not my cup of tea, man. Let me look at the roster.
here we go. I'm pumped for this one. Here we fucking go.
Yeah, it's a great fight.
And Leon in London, he's gonna be fired up.
You would hope.
Fuck yeah. How could he not be? The
Headshot.
whole audience is going to be for him. Headshot dead. Look at me now. Look at me now. Woo, what a speech that was. That was one of the greatest moments ever. That head kick in the
Ever.
fifth round.
Losing the
fight
whole
he's
fight.
losing. And John Anik with the perfect call. Like John Anik said, that is not the cloth. Like he could quit right now, but that is not the cloth from which he was cut.
Bro.
Boom. Head kick.
And his coach was like, come on,
Yeah.
do it
Come
now.
on, Rocky. Don't let him bully you, son.
Fuck, dude.
Don't let him bully you.
Wild.
And then, you ever heard it with the Rocky music?
Dude,
If you're ever feeling like you don't want to work out, listen to that.
do that, yeah.
Whew. You get fired up. Here we go.
John Brady has so many tattoos.
Yeah, he's got no room left.
Dude, Sean looks way stronger.
Oh, he's gonna be physically strong.
Leon's gonna be in for a surprise because he's like, yo, he's so short. I'm like, oh,
If that
buddy.
happens, but I mean, you gotta close that distance of danger with this fucking.
It's also tough on him because
technical
remember he's supposed to fight
sniper.
JDM, a straight striker.
Mm-hmm.
He's supposed
Right.
to fight Jack, and then they switch it.
Well,
to a
they
straight
gave him
grappler.
some time, right? How much time did they give him before they switched it?
4 weeks.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is different.
That's
What happened
tough.
again in the Bilal fight with Sean? Did
He got beat up.
He just got beat up.
He got beat up
couldn't
and
get him
stopped.
down.
Here we
yeah.
go.
He
Just
couldn't get him down.
Couldn't get him down. Bilal just beat the brakes off him. Just defended the takedown and fucked his face up.
Sean looking to put a lot of pressure on him, just like Bilal did. I mean, Bilal really gave the game plan.
Uh-huh.
Oh, good kick
Easier
to the
said
body
than
by
done, though.
Leon. Especially when you're orthodox and you're fighting Leon and he's got that powerful left
Yep.
kick that's opened up.
And he has a reach advantage.
And he gets that kick to the body a few times. You're
Oof.
not the same. Left hand to the body. And look, he's got his distance
Yep.
down. He's got his distance down.
Sean's got that Philly fade.
Yeah, this is the difference is the management of the striking distance. Like Leon is so good at that.
Yeah, Brady has to be super careful in here.
Yeah, because right there,
Fuck, dude.
the counters, they're so crisp and there's no fat in them, no wasted movement, straight down the pipe.
If your Brady can't go for the takedown too early because
Well,
that's
he's
what Leon's
gotta-
expecting.
He's
it.
got to open something up. Oh,
Yeah.
but he can't stay on the
But
outside.
you know what the difference is? Bilal got his respect on the feet
Mhm.
and then started landing takedowns,
Well,
if you remember.
Sean just landed a left hook there, and now they're in a clinch.
Because it can be tough to beat Leon if you're just straight grappling.
This is interesting that Leon's choosing to clinch with him. Nice knee to the body by Leon.
Leon's
He
good in the
broke free.
clinch.
He is, man. I was surprised when he took Kamaru down.
Uh-huh.
Like, his grappling is no fucking joke. And
Yep.
remember, in the last round, he got on top of Bilal and was smashing him with elbows.
Yep.
Remember that?
Yep.
Cut him open.
Yep.
Just too little, too late.
But if you remember that Bilal fight, I've watched it a few times. Bilal was landing like a motherfucker on the feet.
Yes, and
was
constant
a lot of
pressure.
feints, a lot of pressure, constant. Got his respect on the feet, and then it opened up the takedown.
Sean's already cut.
Yeesh.
Cut on the left eye. It's just interesting that Leon is allowing the clinch. I'm surprised.
Well, he's stuffing that underhook pretty good with that thigh pry.
I just would think that.
Oh.
Nice combination.
That's what you got to do. You got to
Yeah.
earn the respect, and then the takedown will be there.
Yeah.
Leon's too good. His takedown offense too good just to shoot.
Yeah, that's a nice combination.
That
by
was
Sean.
great.
And this is 5 rounds, son.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
fuck.
another good
He's
combination by
landing there.
Sean.
They usually always have Patty on these London cards, but he's on that Miami card. Same
Yeah.
for Miami.
Bro, that's a crazy fight. Him and Chandler.
So interesting.
That should be bananas.
I love Patty.
I'm-
I love Chandler too.
I'm surprised at how big Patty is. Like when he fought
Massive.
Bobby Green, I was like, Jesus.
He's massive, dude.
He's so big for 55.
The UFC had brought him up right. They brought
They
him
did
up the right way.
Oh, Leon caught him with a left hand there.
Yeah, he did.
Leon's making it hard in the clinch.
Mm-hmm.
He's putting that hand super deep in the thigh, so Brady's underhook doesn't really have
He's
the ability to
negating
do
the
anything.
underhook?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And those knees to the body are nice. There's a nice straight left. Oh,
Like Brady's got to get him in the clinch and get the underhook and immediately move him around with it. Otherwise, he's not going to make anything happen with it.
and so far, no attempt at all at shooting. Like even in these positions, he's not. Oh, okay, now he is.
This is where strength is going to be the difference.
Yeah, let's see if he can do something here. Yeah, because this strength is fucking
Banana.
beastly.
Yes.
Look at the back on that motherfucker. I mean, Jesus Christ. It's like he's got a tumor.
And what is he? He's like 5'7"?
5'10"?
No.
Yeah, he's
Brady?
5'10". Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I think he's 5'10", and Leon is 6'2".
Yeah. What does Sean walk around at? He's got to be 200 plus.
Yeah, he's a big fucking
Height's
boy.
listed at 5'9".
Really? It said 5'10" in the.
Leon's 6 foot.
No,
Yeah, that's a UFC fight.
Leon's taller than that.
I bet you Sean
He
Brady's.
definitely said 6'2" for Leon.
Yeah,
I
said
bet you
in
Sean
the-
Brady in person's 5'8",
I was
5'7".
6'4" in my basketball programs too.
Nice.
Definitely not.
Here goes takedown. Here we go.
And he's flat.
No time though. Very little time.
Very little
But
time.
at least he's
Wins
on
in
top.
the round though, doesn't
Yeah.
it?
Depends if he can get off some shots. It's definitely
It'd be the most action really, and he landed on the feet a little more. Mm-hmm. It's probably one round for Brady. Man, I would like to see that takedown landed earlier to see him set that up
but at least we got a takedown by Brady.
early too.
Let's see. 3 to go. Don't. What commercials are you getting, Jamie?
I have the same ZipRecruiter commercial. Keep showing it to me.
Oh, this isn't a ZipRecruiter. This is like
Just
some
keep getting the same 3 or 4 commercials.
power whacker, weed whacker, lawn fucking equipment.
You never see any good car commercials anymore. There's nothing dope out there.
A good commercial?
Yeah, for like cars.
Look at him breathing heavy, man.
Dude, they used to have commercials of like Fords carrying like Chevys.
Yeah, it was
like
cool.
up a mountain.
Yeah,
like strapped to the
they're
back
like
of it.
talking shit.
Yeah.
You don't really see it anymore. They got all friendly. Oh,
Oh, that was a good combination.
3-piece soda there.
Oh, it was a trip.
Yeah.
Nice.
Interesting.
Nice Asai.
Here we go.
Oh,
Round 2.
oh, he's going down.
Nice.
Oh,
That was-
immediately.
that was a deep
Wow,
shot.
that was dope.
That's nice.
Good on Leon.
Can suck him back here. Can suck him back and pull him between his knees.
This
Getting
is a
off the cage.
good sign that he can get this clinch early in the second like this.
I mean, that was a great takedown.
Ooh. He drags him down.
Interesting. Interesting.
Gonna take him to a hip now. Nice job by Brady.
That
Nice.
was dirty, yeah.
Nice.
That's good transition.
Heavy top pressure.
Needs a tight waist. Needs a strong tight waist.
Leon's in trouble.
And he's got the back.
Yep. Got his whole fucking legs tatted, front and back.
Everything.
God damn.
His whole
He
asshole.
should be attacking the neck with his right hand so he can put the second hook in. He needs to control. There you go.
There's a lot of time, too.
That's
Yeah, a
definitely
lot
a
of
height
time.
discrepancy you can see on the.
Yeah.
That's more than 2 inches for sure.
Yeah, well, one of them could have no
Well,
shoes on too, though.
Yeah. Well, I mean, 5'10" to 6'2" is 4 inches.
Got the back.
But even on the
He's landing
ground with
hard
Bilal,
shots.
Leon lands. He survives down there. He's tough to put away.
He's landing some hard shots.
Well, Leon's doing a good job of stopping him from locking the body triangle.
Mm-hmm.
Here he's got it.
He's got it, but now he's got the outside triangle. So
Yeesh.
now this is going to be an issue.
No, he's in trouble.
Leon keeps trying to turn belly down. Sean should just take him belly down and hit him.
Yeah.
Flatten him out.
Yeah,
But it's also such a brutal thing on your spine, belly down, with that body triangle.
it's exhausting.
Again, 3 minutes of this.
There you go. Take him
Yeah,
belly
here-
down and hit him.
Here
Let
it
him
is.
go.
He's going to let him go.
Or come up to mount and hit him.
Yeah, Leon keeps trying to go belly down, which is kind of crazy. Oh, these are hard shots,
Well,
man.
he can go for a rolling escape, but
When you're a strong dude like that, you can land some powerful strikes from a short
Yep.
distance like this. Like, these are not fun.
yeah.
170 is going to be interesting, though, because Schaub's out with injury.
Is he?
Yeah.
What happened?
I forget exactly what it was, but he's not coming back soon.
Oh,
So you have
nasty elbow.
Makhachev, you have Bilal, and then Brady with a win over a fucking
This is a big
number one
round.
contender.
Big
He's
round right here.
there, yeah.
If these guys could just figure out how to trap hands from the back, they'd be so much more effective.
You
So
need to
easy with
talk to
gloves
him.
on.
Oh, look at this. Look at this.
He's going to get up. He's going to at least get up to turtle.
If you don't
Maybe
get
not.
Submitted,
Oh, I mean, that was just Leon could have got up easy from
you
there.
should have kept going.
Yeah. because Brady's left knee wasn't controlling Leon's right hip, so he could have. There's nothing stopping him from going belly down from there.
He's gonna try and
He just
isolate
he
that
just
arm.
gave up.
Yeah, he's
he
gonna
just
look
gave
for a
up on
Kimura.
it.
Stop. Yeah.
He's going to look for a Kimura. He's
Yep.
looking for that hand. Here it
Isolate that
comes.
arm.
Here it goes. Here it goes.
And his legs are open.
You're allowed to grab your shorts. Isn't that
Yeah.
kind of crazy?
Yeah, I know. Isn't that weird?
That's the only reason to have shorts. Like tights are so much better because they can't grab you.
Way better.
Leon should be inserting a butterfly hook here and looking to off balance him out of that Kimura. He
With
can
his right foot.
With
He's
his
still
right foot,
got
yeah.
time. He's still got time.
There's a minute left.
Brady should be using it to pass.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like play a dilemma between the Kimura and the pass. That way he can do damage.
He wants to lock it up. There it
There
is.
it goes. Does he have to pass here? Oh.
He lost it. But now I gave him an underhook. So now
Yeah.
he should go back to a crossface. There he goes. But he gave up the underhook.
Now he's in
Mount. Full back.
Now he should flatten him out.
Flat mountain punch.
Yeah.
Unless he gives you the neck.
This is big. This is big.
Boy, he's eating his ass up.
He's chewing him up on the ground.
Yeah, he's fucking.
This is the thing, man. People,
Clinic.
they underestimate how fucking powerful this guy is on the ground and
he
how
can-
good.
And he can do this for 5 rounds.
Yeah, Leon's in trouble.
Yeah, he is.
He's in trouble.
Well, it's actually worse now because now Leon's actually carrying his body weight.
Yep.
Mhm.
The first half of the round he wasn't carrying Sean's body weight.
Right.
Now this is more exhausting than having your back taken.
And he's just getting brutalized the whole round.
Yeah.
The whole round exhausted. And he came into that round breathing heavy. And now he's just gotten brutalized for an entire second round.
Yeah,
he's
Brady's
gonna
just
be a lot
bullying
more
his
tired
ass.
going into the third.
Brady is a real contender. Real contender,
real problem.
kids. To do that to Leon Edwards is fucking huge.
Yeah, that loss to Bilal, like everyone writes these guys off. I'm like, nah, it's the best thing that can happen to these guys.
Where's his guy? Don't let him bully your rock.
The older guy.
Where
he in
is
the
he?
back?
Is he back there?
Or did he fire him?
No.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
way.
Maybe that guy's busy.
Tired of him yelling at me. You imagine? No way. Oh, there he is. There he is.
There he is, yeah. He's the man.
Is that him? No.
Mm-hmm. I'd say him in the back right. Man, not looking great for Leon. But Leon's ass, he'll pull it out, though.
Well,
He'll surprise you.
He's pulled things out before, that's for damn sure. The Kamaru Usman fight.
He just doesn't seem excited to be in there.
Well, he got mauled. I mean, he got mauled that round.
Even before that. Like, come on, buddy.
I don't think it's excited. I think he's fighting a fucking animal, man. You know, you underestimate this guy and say he's too little, and then you get in there with him, you're like, oh, Jesus.
Yeah. He's a baby
Oh,
gorilla.
nice kick to the
throwing
body.
kicks and shit now.
Another nice kick to the body. That's the thing about that southpaw orthodox stance. It just opens up that power kick from
The
the
kicks,
outside
yeah.
on both guys.
Oh,
Nice
oh.
uppercut by Leon.
That was bad by Brady. Bad entry.
Oh, another one. Another one. Good
Big
shot.
That's
He
a
hurt
big
him.
shot.
He hurt him with that
Yep.
one.
That was a big shot. Clipped him.
There's the shot again. Oh, stuff. Nice. Nice by Leon.
That's a long range shot, though.
Yeah, I mean, a little desperado there. I think he got
Yeah.
hurt.
He got clipped, right?
And I think he realized, like, hey, this is not a good spot for me to be in. Ooh, excitement. Oh, look at Leon
a
shoots.
bad idea,
That's
Leon.
crazy.
Buddy.
That doesn't make sense.
No. Horrible idea.
Yeah, look
He's
at
gonna
this.
go behind.
Drag him down.
Good.
Nice.
Get behind.
He's got to block the elbow if he's going to go behind, though.
Yeah,
Either
this
block
is
it with
the
the knee or
problem.
go for a drag.
The level of grappling. Oh, guillotine. Nope.
Nice. He's just using it.
Yeah,
They got him on top.
back same position.
Yeah, Leon, you were doing so well and you shot, dog.
Crazy.
Terrible idea.
I mean, just trying to prove a point, I think.
If Brady pushes that knee down, he'll be in 3/4 mount.
Wow, full mount.
Leon
Sweet.
gave
With
like a
3
shitty bridge.
minutes to go. 3.5 minutes.
This is terrible.
Awful.
Especially after that second round where he just dominated him on the ground. The level of grappling is just so significant. There's such a difference. And physical strength. I mean, Sean is just such a fucking ape. Oh, these are
that's
bad.
bad.
These are bad. Oh. Those are huge shots.
Should break him to a hip. Brady should be pulling him down to a hip.
To one hip, one side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It takes away the explosive ability to get up.
It's almost like he's daring him to try to get up.
Yeah.
He's behind the elbows. I mean, Khabib would do that. Khabib would just let guys up and
Yeah.
carrying body weight the whole
Keep
time.
breaking them.
You see how he's Brady's doing a pretty good job of keeping his knees off the floor.
Keeping the weight on him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful
Exhausting flow.
for Leon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is incredibly tiring.
Yeah.
And no moments of success.
No.
Like on the ground, no moments of success.
Zero.
It's all
Yeah.
being dominated.
There's no sunshine down
and
there.
slightly escaping to another bad position.
And he kind of put himself in there with that shitty shot.
Yeah, he totally put himself
God
in here.
damn
And he was landing shots on the
I
feet.
know. He had him wobbled.
But hey, we're still only in the third.
True.
He's just got to avoid this at all costs. Like, now you know. No more fucking around with all this.
No, his team should be like, don't, dude.
Like, he's clearly
Don't shoot.
down at least 2 rounds.
Holy shit. Those numbers
Right?
are bad. Oh, yeah.
Like, maybe 3 rounds, right? Like, what about the first?
Oh, he's down 3 rounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one's not even close.
Sean's just so dominant on the ground. I mean,
You
Leon
just
can't
want
do
to see
jack
how
shit.
Sean does against like Makhachev or Shavkat, like
Mhm.
another grappler who can strike and defend the takedowns. That'd be his big test.
Nice job putting 2 hooks in.
Oh, Leon's getting beaten up, man. I mean, he just can't escape.
Spread the knees out, flatten him out.
Yeah, straight bully.
There we
beat-
go.
some
He's
bully
flattening him
beatdown
out.
shit.
Oh.
Flatten him again. Keep flattening him.
God damn, this is domination.
Yeah, it's not even a fight.
Leon keeps trying to stand up head first. He should be trying to 4-point out of here.
Leon's just getting
Go hips
fucking
first.
How many clean shots has he landed? My God.
The
I
whole
mean, it's just constant bang,
Yeah.
bang, bang.
the crowd's like, God damn it.
Oh, even from here, he's generating some power from here. Not a lot of time.
Let's go for a choke here, Brady.
Maybe he goes for an armbar.
Yeah, let's go for something.
I mean, here's the claps. Grab a hold of that fucking right arm.
Leon's just waiting it out.
Sean's doing it too.
Hopefully,
Look at
yeah.
Sean's taking some big deep breaths here. He's burned
tired
off a
from
lot of
beating his
energy.
ass. Yeah, he's exhausted from beating the shit out of him.
Domination by Sean. I mean, Leon's got to probably stop him
man,
or
that's a bad
get
shot.
some 10-8 round. That was a crazy bad shot.
Crazy shot.
And just not a good decision to
No.
make against this
Early
guy.
in the round.
And then he's eating just hammers. Don't let him bully the rock.
I mean, if you're the corner, like, don't get taken down. I don't know what the fuck to tell you, man.
Well, he's doing a good job stopping the takedowns in the clinch.
Yes.
But when he gets shot on,
Then ran to the cage.
yeah.
Dean Thomas in the fucking house.
Love Dean Thomas.
Yeah, he's awesome.
If Leon didn't pull off that last second KO against Kamaru, you
Right.
would never think he has a fucking shot. But because he's done that, we're all like, you never know, dude.
Well,
You never know.
it starts standing, and he landed shots in the second and the third. He's just got to not let him take him down. He looks good, though. He doesn't look exhausted.
Yeah, no. But even Kamaru didn't beat him up like this.
No. Nor did Bilal.
No.
I think Sean's on another level now, you know?
Yeah, that loss, he really...
Like, you really talked heavily with me about his mental coaching and how much of an effect it had on...
oh,
just
did you have
keeping
him in here?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I forget his coach. Do you remember his coach?
His mental coach?
Yeah. Jamie, can you find it? Because that guy's very good. I've watched some of his stuff online.
What's the guy's background, do you know?
I do not. Oh, good elbow by Sean. Oh, Sean's teeing him up on the feet now.
That's trouble.
Oh, my goodness.
Sean just can't get... Oh, there you go.
There's a shot.
Good shot.
What kind of mental coaching did he do?
Well, I'd have to have him explain it. I don't want to butcher it, but it was all about strategies to keep him focused and on track. Brian Kane as his mental coach. Brian Kane, peak performance. Affirmation training, developing
Mind
custom
control.
affirmations to enforce positive talk, build confidence, mind control techniques. I mean, sometimes fighters just need a framework that they keep with them in a fight, so if something goes sideways, they can get back on track.
Yeah, something to get you back to home base.
Yeah, because sometimes fighters just lose their train of thought, they lose their focus, they get into a downward spiral in their head, and then they find themselves not he's going for the guillotine.
Well, especially after
Look at this.
Ooh, that's
One
tight.
hand, one arm guillotine. Oh my goodness.
We
Oh
got-
my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Getting
Oh my
tighter.
goodness.
He'll need to mount him, which he
Oh
has.
my
Oh,
goodness.
He's gonna
Oh
fin-
my goodness.
He's gonna finish
Oh, he's
that.
about to
Oh
tap.
my goodness.
He's about to tap.
Oh,
can stay mounted,
oh,
I'll
he's got the
finish it.
hands now.
Oh, now he's fucked. He's
He
tapping.
tapped. He tapped.
Got him.
Wow.
a
Sean
fucking monster.
fucking Brady. Woo! Holy shit, what a performance.
Oh, dude. Shutout.
What a
Looked
performance.
Fantastic.
Shutout against one of the best of all time in the division. Former champion. Beats his ass and submits him.
I wonder what he's asking Dana for here.
Wow.
That was impressive.
But it makes sense Brady would hire a mental coach of that because remember, he's undefeated, never lost. And when you get, like, your ass handed to you, you're like, oh, fuck, I'm not the end-all be-all.
When is Bilal fighting Jack?
2 months?
Is that 2 months?
Yeah.
Where's that at?
I don't know.
See if Jamie could find it. Fucking unbelievable, man. I'm super impressed.
Montreal, UFC 315, May 10th.
Wow. I won't
2
be there.
months.
I don't go to Canada anymore. I don't.
No, nor should you. No, discipline him.
Yeah, I'd rather go to Russia.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Yeah, hell yeah.
When they become the U.S., you never know.
That's never going to happen. That's so crazy to ask them to be the 51st state. I had a conversation with Trump about it. He goes, I started calling him Governor Trudeau just for fun. And a lot of people were saying it's a good idea. Like, maybe it is a good idea.
A lot of people say
Look at this fucking squeeze, man.
Did you ever work with a mental coach, Gordon? You
No.
seem pretty mentally fucking strong
No, I believe that confidence is built in the gym
through training. Yeah,
from
agree.
doing like if you hit an armbar 10 times out of 10 times in training, you're pretty confident that it's going to work. But if you
Correct.
don't hit it in training, why would you be confident?
Do
to
you
it?
have moments in your past where you had a lapse of concentration and then you realized never do that again?
Yes, like I'm pretty good at like analyzing mistakes, and then like fixing them. Like for, coming up, I would be like super hot and cold. Like I would beat a lot of guys, and then I'd have like one like disastrous match at like purple belt or something or brown belt, and then I was like, everyone was always like your Tom or friends were like, how will you beat everyone up in the gym but you can't translate it to the mat? And I was like, I don't know, man. I feel like eventually I'm gonna get like good, and then I'll be good everywhere, and no one will be able to beat me in any position. And then kind of just like going through the reps in the gym, and got to a point where I was beating everyone from every position. So
just you accelerated your skill set so far beyond that you just were so confident that you didn't need to.
yeah, but I mean there definitely is like the it factor that you can't really like put your finger on. Like most guys, even at the highest levels, like if you give them the reason to quit, they'll quit. So like you can be as technically sound as you want. Like even guys who are like super good technically, you see a lot of jiu-jitsu who are super good technically, if they just get pushed hard and they don't have like success early on, they either like crush a guy in like the first 5 minutes or they lose the match.
Well, that's
shut
why you
down.
like those no time limit fights, right? Like the Felipe fight.
Yeah. Oh, I think I'm a lot stronger mentally than everyone I compete against, but also it's a big physical factor because of the fact that when you have like a 30-minute match, for example, the most important thing is the work rate. So it doesn't matter how good your cardio is, like how high your VO2 max is. If you're working twice as hard as I am, you're going to get tired faster than I am. It's just so because I'm so much more technical, because the gap in skill is so big between me and the next best guy, their work rate is always 3, 4, 5 times as high as mine.
They have to explode. They have to move quickly.
So it
they
doesn't
have to
matter how
turn.
good your cardio is. Like if I ran a mile, it wouldn't be impressive. But because I'm so much more efficient, the work rate is so much higher for my opponents that they just fatigue a lot faster.
Gangster.
Crazy.
Yeah, crazy.
It's crazy too that you lay out the blueprint of what to do. Train 365 days a year, constantly study, constantly go over positions, constantly drill things, constantly improve upon techniques, and then you put the techniques out.
Yeah.
And you put them out in instructionals, and people still can't.
Well, that's what everyone always talks
a
about.
lot.
Everybody always talks about hard work, but the hardest work is mental work. Like, there's a reason why guys on Wall Street make more money than guys who dig ditches, because they work harder. Like, it's not just physical. Like, everyone has no problem coming in, getting a sweat, going home, being sore, stuff like that. But if you ask them to sit down and watch an hour's worth of instruction every night from a Gordon Ryan instructional, which is proven to work in competition, nobody wants to do that.
You can't do it. Yeah.
Isn't that interesting? Like, you can give them the tools, but they won't build the house.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Like, all of my, I have like 40 instructionals, like hundreds of hours worth of instructionals that I do, and I've referenced matches that I hit this exact technique in competition at world level, and just no one's picked up on it.
No one at all?
They kind of just like grab stuff, like they see me do like a move, and they kind of just like get the basics of it, but no one's really like in-depth studied it and like been able to perform the moves in competition. It's like embarrassing for the sport.
That's so crazy. It's so interesting that the thing that you would need is just a work ethic.
Like, everyone's just like, oh, he's just like a big juice head. And I'm just like, okay, guys, this makes my job easier. I'm glad that we all are agreeing on this, because it just makes my job so much easier.
But the stuff he's talking about, it also isn't exciting, you know?
Right.
Like, you gotta be super disciplined.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the thing.
But like what wins wars is technology and information. Like, usually a country with more technology, more access to technology and information is going to be able to win a war.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing for fighting. Like, if you know more, most of the time you're going to be able to win more. Like, if I'm beating these guys because I know more than they do. Everybody's tough. Everybody's strong. Everybody's like, it's, there's guys, or even the best guys in the world are super inconsistent. Like, they'll win 2, they'll lose 1, they'll win 4, they'll lose 2. But when you know more than everyone in every given position, it's like pretty easy.
What's going on? You were telling me your stomach's getting better now?
I can eat a little bit more. Like, I'm eating like better meals, but training hard is still tough. Like, whenever my heart rate gets super high and I start to get like tired from like a hard session, I still get super nauseous. So
I can't believe no one has found a solution to that.
That's wild.
Have you run your blood work through Chat GPT, or you done any of that? Or the symptoms?
GPT thing, I got to do that. You talked to me about that the other day.
Yeah.
But doctors know more about space, or we know more about space than we do the stomach. And my issue is in the small intestine, which is like the hardest one to treat, because like, they can look at your stomach with an endoscopy, and they can look at your large intestine with a colonoscopy. But to like figure out what the fuck's going on in your small intestine is like a completely, like, they can't scope it, so it's hard.
It's crazy that it all comes from antibiotics.
Oh yeah, antibiotics fucked my life up way more than anything else I've ever done to myself.
That's
like,
so
like,
crazy.
by far, yeah.
But you're not supposed to do them the way you did them, right? You're not supposed to take antibiotics for a year.
Well, so it was like, if you get staph and you don't treat it,
You
it just
die.
spreads and you die.
Yeah.
So it was like, I got caught in this like cycle where it was like, I got staph, I took antibiotics, and then I'd be good for 2 days, got staph, took antibiotics, got staph, took antibiotics, got staph. So it was just like, I'd have like 3 days of training, and then I would just get staph again, because once my stomach started to get affected and my immune system wasn't as strong, my body was trying to fix my stomach, and then I would get staph because my immune system wasn't as strong. So then I'd take antibiotics, and then that would destroy my stomach, make my immune system weaker, and then I'd get staph again. So I just got caught in this cycle, and I'm sitting there like, I'm not a pussy. I'm not going to stop training. So it was just me training the whole time, regardless of what was going on. Like, I would not train when I had the staph, but I wasn't going to like take time off and like try to deal with my stomach. I was just like, fucking gotta compete next month.
Mental toughness can sometimes fuck you up.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought about trying like a long fast?
I mean, I've been forced into like 2-week fasts, like
2 weeks.
Yeah, like pretty much like not eating hardly anything. I was actually, before I fought Roberto Jimenez, that one time I called the armbar, I was in the hospital like 2 days before that getting IVs because I just hadn't eaten in like a week and a half, 2 weeks.
Whoa.
Just like couldn't eat anything.
That's crazy. So obviously, then that's not going to cure it.
No. And the problem is like everything is trial and error. So it's like, oh, try this for 8 weeks. Fucking 8 weeks is a long time. And you can try, and you can't like do everything at one time because then you don't know, like you said, like I just threw everything at it.
Yeah.
I don't know what's actually making me feel good.
Yeah.
Because so it's like you have to add one thing and take away one thing at a time.
What about your diet? Has anything helped in that regard?
I couldn't even eat red meat for a long time. Like everyone was suggesting carnivore, but my stomach just wouldn't digest it. Like
Really?
fast food screws me up. Steaks sometimes still mess me up. Spicy food I can't do. Like light chicken and rice, eggs.
God, what
So
a
very
disaster,
bland.
bro.
Crazy.
What a fucking disaster.
Crazy that you're still able to operate at such a high level with such a giant fucking problem that would really end most people's careers.
It is what it is. Everybody's got their issues.
I know, but I just can't imagine
yours
that with
is-
all the resources of the world that someone hasn't reached out
Just
that has
a
a
bellyache.
solution. Yeah.
It's a tummy ache, man.
You know what I mean? Isn't it kind of crazy that you think that no one, there's not one guy out there in Australia or some shit
Figured it out.
that's figured it out?
Well, I mean,
had the same issues.
Yeah.
well, I mean, there was one. The first time I came on this show, a ton of people reached out. I finally found that guy, who like, first of all, when you go to a normal GI doctor, like the guy in California did tests that none of the other GI doctors even know exist. And I'm like, I don't know how that's like. If you ask me a question in jiu-jitsu, it's like X, Y, Z. Whereas like you go to one doctor and he has no idea what the other tests were that I got ran on me by another doctor, which is just so insane. So there's one guy actually ran tests and he was like, oh, all these things are wrong with you. And now it's a question of how can we treat them. But like most of the doctors I went to, like all the best doctors in the U.S., just did like an endoscopy, like some basic blood work. And they're like, oh, you're fine. I'm like, I'm definitely not fine.
So this other doctor that said, this is what's wrong with you, this is how, what was his solution?
Well, it's just a bunch of things. Like, I mean, I could sit here and list for 5 minutes of things that are wrong with me, but it was like, you know, we're going to do a lot of holistic stuff, like over-the-counter stuff, like binders to like deal with like mold poisoning, toxic issues, and then a lot of like probiotics, prescription antifungals, like just a combination of stuff, like Glutashield, like you just drink it and it like coats the lining of your esophagus and your stomach. Because my big issue is with the small intestine, where the food and bile back up into the stomach and it just sits there because the small intestines are so
And that's what makes
infected.
you nauseous?
Yeah, so it's like you eat food, you get full fast, and the food just sits in your stomach and just like rots in your stomach and doesn't filter down.
Oh,
Jesus
God
Christ.
damn.
Yeah, it's great.
Fun times.
It's basically like being seasick 24/7.
And what is your thoughts on competing again?
Well, right now we're just trying to open up this school. So I've been trying to open up this damn school for like 2 years up in North Austin. So we're like right at the tail end of getting that open. So once we get that open and up and running, then I'll jump back in if I'm healthy.
And there's nothing you can do differently than what you're doing now.
I mean, I do follow-ups with the guy. Like, so for example, it keeps evolving. So like they got the fungal issue they think under control, but because the fungal issue in the small intestines now is resolved or mostly resolved, they think, the lining of the intestines is so inflamed, like a scar basically, that you have mast cells underneath your intestinal wall. So they're like garbage bags. So when food or stomach acid leaks through the intestinal wall and hits the mast cells, they shoot histamines back up to try to prevent it from leaking into your bloodstream. So every time I eat food, I just get like this like adrenal response because they just shoot histamines back up into my intestine from under my intestinal walls back into my intestines, and it just sends my body into like a state of shock. So like when it was really bad, I would like every time I eat a meal, my heart rate would go up to like 150 and just sit there for like 30 minutes, and then like your heart rate goes up, and your digestive system just stops. So it was like
God.
it would just send my body into like a full panic attack every time I ate a meal, and I'm like, oh, this is sick. And now it's gotten like a little bit better because it's starting to heal a little bit, but it's still not 100%. So it's like one problem just like evolved into another problem, and then like because the leaky gut was so bad, like my kidneys were shutting down because I couldn't filter out all the Like that's when I like took a leave of absence or retired, whatever you want to call it. After I fought Wagner the one time when we first met, like it was my leaky gut was so bad my kidneys started to shut down.
Jesus.
And then like my blood pressure's high.
Have they ever tried oral BPC 157?
I've been on that for like 3 years. Yeah.
Yeah. Is that have any effect?
Combination of like it definitely helps.
You gotta
like
try the Schaub method. Whatever
Yeah.
they tell you the dose
Toss
is.
the sink at it.
Just do, yeah.
I feel
whole
good.
bottle.
3 times as much.
Yeah, dude.
Let's see what happens with a
I'm
whole
just
bottle.
hoping Elon makes us cyborgs.
Yeah, that'd be-
Get me a new
that'd
stomach.
help.
I'll be ready to go.
My flight's at 7:30, Joe.
All right, dog. Let's wrap this up. All right. Thank you, everybody.
Love you
Fun
guys.
times.
See you guys.
Love you too. See ya. Bye.